Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first 2026 sound stream where we have, surprisingly, despite not doing news last week, still not that much news. It's been all quiet, pretty much, but we still got some news topics.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. But that's why we're going to rank Digimon characters
pretty quiet
today.
Here. There's the kids that haven't even gone back to school yet here.
That's the case here, too. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I just work. Yeah, I started work back up again today. So like it's still things are sailing in. I imagine.
I haven't done any work since New Year's Eve because I was getting video stuff done. And I was like, cool, and I can just take the week off. I didn't take off as much time as I did for Christmas because I'd just done it for Christmas.
I took a nice long break of work, my artwork stuff, the past couple days. But but like I still need to get I'm kind of rusty a little bit of art drawing. So, but that's why I made this plan ahead, such as that.
And I think it's been fun because we spent all of December going, when are we going to do this tier list? When are we going to do this tier list? And I'm glad we have it because otherwise this show would be like 45 minutes. There's a couple significant stories, but most of the news is just new toy, new show preview. It's like that's just kind of how it goes.
There's one major news, like big news.
Yeah,
and that's it.
I struggled to put together the thumbnail. If anybody noticed, there was like, how do I fill out all 5 boxes? I thought about leaving one blank, and then I remembered I could stick Wonder Man in there, and I was like, okay.
Okay, I was wondering, like, what's that thing in the corner?
It's doing my teen, just hiding, just chilling. All right, let's do the membership gifting for.
It's the beginning of the month.
Just double checking YouTube still lets me do it. There we go. Wasn't sure for a moment there.
Our 5 members go to Loop on the Dirt fan. And Mr. Alvarez, Master, Ghost Phantom, Private Joker, Liam Peter, Ivan 2175, Link 1232, Blonde Snake, Butt Temero, and Chris Ramses. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for the support of the channel, and congratulations, everybody, getting memberships. And look forward to more. Commodore 64 says Soundout or Return of Avengers Doomsday. I will, because I saw the leaked trailer that we can't talk about. We'll talk about next week because it's coming out tomorrow. I have a lot of thoughts. We'll talk about the Thor teaser today, but I have a lot more thoughts about the next one. Because everyone's seen it by now, but I'm trying to stay on the side of not getting sniped.
The 4th one was because I saw the 4th one being leaked, but I couldn't tell that was real or
the 4th one was AI leaked. There's rumor that the 4th one's not coming out yet or something. I don't know. There was somebody that went to the theater and was like, "You're playing the Thor teaser again." They're like, "Oh, sorry," and they like clicked a button and then they started playing the other one. So
that's the most problem. Problem about looking up the leak stuff is you get nothing but AI fakes and like ugh.
Like I know there's images of Ninja Turtles G.I. Joe floating out there, and I didn't put it in the news story because I don't know the source, and so I don't know if it's real. Like
the only reason why I think is because Toy Bro posted, and usually he posts actual.
He did, but he also said, "I think it's real" in the reply when someone asked, so he's not even that sure. So I was like, I'll just wait, because like when it's like, oh, here's an in-hand toy, like that's one thing, but like I think the Transformers fandom and its AI generated leaks traumatized me, so I'm just like,
I think
I'll just wait.
like we still haven't talked about. I'm actually surprised they haven't like got revealed yet, but the Power Rangers turtle ones, those are like 100% real.
The Godzilla. No. The Godzilla Power Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I got confused.
Someone asked what was on my bed. It's Warlord, the greatest sword and sorcery comic of all time. A book that at one point was outselling all of DC and Marvel. It was the highest selling book at DC. It was outselling the X-Men for a hot minute. And Remco made a toy line, and then that torpedoed it, and it died. But
if you ever wonder why Sal hates Justice War 40, this is why.
Yes. Actually, it's funny because like I would hate Justice League Warworld for being a terrible movie, but I hate it because of how much it bastardized everything about Warlord and its characters. I love this book so much. Utaki's like, is that book even real? Could be AI. Do you notice how much I'm lifting this with ease? I don't go to the gym that often. This book's actually just super lightweight. because they used a new paper stock. It's like a high quality matte paper to match the original colors of the book. Which, by the way, it looks spot on. People have been pulling out their old single issues and going like, "Wow, it looks exactly the
I
same."
love Master
That's
Ben.
pretty
So
cool that they
I love
didn't
Master Ben's
change.
cover. Isn't that the
yeah,
book with naked people?
I mean, look, here's the thing about Warlord, right? It's a sword and sorcery book, so of course everybody's going to be scantily clad. But I do
Have you
appreciate that
seen?
everybody's equal opportunity scantily clad. Like everybody's in loincloths and showing a little cheek. You know, it's equality.
Yeah, I mean, like let's see. You ever wonder why masking universe are full of big buff men? That's naked buff men. That's why.
Yeah, it's in the DNA. But the thing is like, yeah, like Travis Morgan had like a onesie for a bit, but then he just ended up going to loincloth and shoulder pads, to match that Tara's only wearing like a string bikini, and Demos is like, I'm not wearing pants. I absolutely love this book. I will talk about it more in a comic call, but this is like, I'm thinking of doing like a favorite collected editions of 2025 in the
But
next
I'd
couple of
say,
weeks.
yeah.
And this would be
But I'd
one
say
of them because I love it so much. It's so good.
I would say, like, I think you should probably do like a probably for like if you need like a filler video, you haven't thought of it already. Like probably a best Blu-ray, best home media of
Yeah, that's
2025,
also on
best
the doc. I actually have a
best book,
really
yeah.
cool idea to do with best Blu-ray of 2025, but I'll be working that out because like the idea I have for this month, for anyone wondering, is we got
It's
two.
rundown. It's rundown season.
It's rundown season. This week is not going to be rundowns. I'm going to be like, prepping rundown stuff this week. I was putting all my Transformers in a tub today, and then realizing that I misplaced somebody. I was like, where did I couldn't find my Cronus Prime. I was like, where did I put him?
I mean, he's so
So,
small. It's fun. You need to do a
yeah,
Minicon hunt to find him.
I found him in my box of Minicons, ironically. So I was like, okay, I was getting all the transfers together. I've got, from what I can tell, because I do so many shorts on Marvel Legends, I think I've already got everything filmed for Marvel Legends, which
I
will
think
be
probably,
easy.
I think there's probably some stragglers, like certain like single figures you didn't review, but like
What
most
I
of it's
did,
yeah.
as I was kind of smart about it, is like, so like when I did the Executioner Wave, for example, I went and filmed like Iceman with them. Like at the same time I was filming the short for Executioner plus the rundown footage, I just filmed Iceman's rundown footage at the same time and then just put them in a box. So I think that's
That's
been picking up the stragglers throughout the years. I just like what showed
Master
up with other things. So
Master Ben. I say rundowns can be tailless. As long as the news are super light this month, we could do this like post
we could,
rundown video. Like yeah, like where you're probably where like well, if like a rundown's like the Friday or video or something like that. The
yeah.
following Monday we could do that if like news doesn't get too much hectic. Still.
Basically, like the plan is Marvel Legends rundown, Transformers rundown, which could be the last rundowns because honestly, the view counts for the last few years have just been in decline. So let's see how they do. I'm going to be putting
I mean,
less
I
work into them so they can come out quicker, but they'll still be
I
like covering the
I
subject matter. It's just going to be a little less
I mean,
fancy.
I think the idea where we discussed where like the rundowns are just pretty much the short compilations, like so like if you're still gonna do Marvel Legends like shorts this year, then like 2027 the
Yeah,
rundown still can just be it's short compilations practically, but like maybe the whole widescreen format this time.
I thought about
That's
it,
why you
and
did.
here's the crazy part. Here's the crazy part about short compilations. Because of shorts being 3 minutes now, it would be a longer video as a short compilation than as
I mean, hey,
a traditional
but still,
rundown.
still it's a filler video.
Yeah. The
It's still a
the
filler.
trick with it, when I'm doing it is that I have to, because when I've done them in the past, I'll take the
Did you?
short file and I'll switch the aspect ratio again. And Premiere's pretty funny because most times Premiere will just be like, all right, here's your original video clip back. And then other times Premiere will be like, we cropped it for you. The rest of the video image is gone, and then I have to re-edit the whole thing. So
That's always the problem. Yeah, there's always sometimes the problem with that. But like, so I yeah, just heard rundowns that you like short compilations, like even
yeah,
like say a figure art rundown, like a figure art quote unquote rundown is not a bad idea. Also, just compile, like especially if you want
I
to
think
make
part of
the
the problem
narrative
with the
easy.
figure art rundown is I'm months behind because of all
No,
the shipping
yeah,
problems.
yeah, no, definitely. But like, it's still like
Yeah.
just filler. The idea is filler videos. If you want to have an easy time, just do like some, like
Yeah,
make it
because like
easy on
what I
yourself.
don't want to do, because I've done this before, is I've had this issue. This is a little peek behind the curtain. When I did the DC Compact video, that was going to be a filler video, kind of an easy one to put together because it was like, oh, there's not that many compacts. I'll just read off the Wikipedia page, and then the Wikipedia page had inconsistent information and causing it to be more work because I had to do a bunch of reshoots. And so when the compilations, I got to like start filming shorts with the intention of compiling them later, so that way it like consistently like feeds the machine basically. So
It really depends how you
yeah.
want to do it. Cause I won't blame you if you just literally just chuck, you do like a bookend, like an opening and ending bookend, and then
Yeah.
just chuck the play the shorts that way there, because it's a
I
nice.
think this year I will do a rundown in the traditional sense, and then if it doesn't do well, next year will just be a shorts compilation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it all matters what you want to do.
Yeah.
As long as it's easy on you.
I'm gonna be
It's
making
all that matters.
Transformers so easy on me. I apologize if that video gets boring. Like the Transformers rundowns are absolutely like the worst to actually make, because of the multiple modes thing, right? Like you have to do a lot of transforming and stuff. And so what I'm going to be doing with the Transformers rundown this year, and I hope I hope it turns out nice. I'm going to, make it entertaining. It's going to be one vehicle mode shot, one robot mode shot. If you have an alternate robot mode, you get one shot of that, and that's it. Like it's like going to be like 3 stills of each figure basically, so that I can just
So what you're saying is to pray to God they never make a legacy already Megatron.
Yeah, I mean, then at that point. And also, like, when I get to Omega Prime and when I get to Star Convoy, I'm going to be like, go watch my video. So, it's like, they're covered, but I'm also like, I've already done a video on this. Kind of like how the Ninja Turtles home video history was like 30%, go watch this video. Because it's, I don't like to, there's no reason to repeat, like, coverage of something if I've already covered it. And I can just be like, go watch this other thing. So that's kind of like the thought there. There is no G.I. Joe plan because I bought like 6 Joes all year. 6? Maybe it was more like 10. Well, okay, that doesn't include the Rattler, which is still in its box because I have nowhere to put it. So I'm not doing anything G.I. Joe, to be honest, because great line. Figures are still good. I got Heavy Duty on sale, and I'm like, this is great, but I don't have the desire to review them anymore.
G.I. Joe's the line. It's like, I'll pick one up if I really, really like the character or really like the figure now, pretty much.
Because like all I got was like Heavy Duty, Pythona, Armored Cobra Commander. I got Law and Order. I got the Snake Armor. Still haven't opened the Snake Armor, so I don't know where it's going to go when I open it. I think that was... Oh, I got the Desert Scorpion. I got Sci-Fi and Mainframe. And then I got the Rattler. And like... I haven't opened many of it because I just ran out of room. It's just the reality of space. So
speaking of Mainframe, I've actually been rewatching because Digimon Hunters hurt me so much that I've been rewatching. I've been rewatching and showing my partner the first time Reboot.
Yay!
Man, I legitimately forgot how really funny Reboot is.
That show starts as a comedy before it becomes a dystopian nightmare in season 3.
I know. But like a lot of things, like, man, this show's like way funnier than I remember it to be. Like Bob is such a really fun protagonist. I always thought like, oh, he's just a generic action man. No, he's like the most like they put that man to hell.
They did
so much episode.
They really did, and it's so funny when you watch the show at the beginning and you know what happens later, and you're just like, man, this thing takes a turn.
Yeah, I know, right? I can't wait to see my partner see the turn because we've been having fun watching it. Also, man, that show must not have been cheap because like every episode needs a new asset, half the time.
That's also why they said like the player characters in the games were always like low poly, like super basic looking guys.
Like the night guy was literally a visible man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they're like, that's the only way we made the budget and the time to make it happen.
I mean, like, I always thought Reboot was long. I mean, it's like 40 something episodes, but like, I always thought it was like longer. Then I look at the episode, and I was like, oh, it's like I think season 2 is just like the longest one by like 16 episodes, or was it?
I think season 2 is the shortest. I think because season 3 is the long one because season 3 is 16 episodes. Let me go check.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, season 4 is the shortest by 8 episodes.
Yeah. Because it was technically 2 movies. But
yeah, I always thought Reboot was longer than it was, but no, it's each episode's like seasons are pretty short, but that's probably because of money.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, first season was 13, second season was 10, Third season
Okay.
was 16 because it was four. It was 4 4-episode blocks, and that was also because like ABC was partially paying for the show for season 1 and 2, and then ABC dropped out, and then Cartoon Network put in money for season 3.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
also
Because what
said like
they
ABC. Part of the reason why the show starts very comedy focused is because ABC had this like ridiculous list of things you couldn't do, like you can't have them play hockey. And they're like, why can't we play hockey?
wait,
And they're
really?
like, that's a euphemism for sex. And they're like, what?
What's the Reboot Rewind that documentary? Because I want to watch
Yes,
that
Reboot
after the
Rewind's the
show. Okay,
documentary. Yeah.
all right. I did probably go rewatch after we watch the show then.
Yeah,
Um,
because and then so the thing is, like, Cartoon Network put money into it. YTV was super confident in season 3, so they gave them a ton of money. And that's why season 3 is like incredible. But yeah, and they were going to keep doing 4-episode story arcs, but then they all burned out in season 4, and they never made the last story arc. So it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger.
I mean, it's still a cliffhanger. There was no other reboot thing after season 4.
Absolutely. No, it's funny because everybody's like, "What was the cliffhanger leading to?" And they're like, a 10-minute sequence we cut for time and budget. Like
But
they answered it in the
that
documentary of like, what was the cliffhanger supposed to be? One more scene we
okay.
ran out of time for.
Oh, okay.
Everybody was like, they were going to make a season 5. There was a whole other movie, and it was like, nope, we just ran out of time for one more action scene.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Uh, but yeah, no, yeah, because if we're right, yeah, it got like canceled right in season 2, but then got revived
It
in
was
season 3.
canceled by
That's right.
ABC, and then YTV had to find because YTV needed a partner because YTV couldn't afford it on their own, and then I think Cartoon Network was one of the ones to pick up season 3, but season 3 was kind of more of a YTV full on production, and then without ABC telling them you can't show this, you can't do this, you can't do that, like they were able to just go, all right, now we're going to do storytelling. Because season 1 it was very much like Saturday morning cartoon vibe, and then season 2, like when they get the cancellation, you can tell when they get the cancellation notice from ABC while watching season 2. You can see the exact pivot moment where it becomes the show it'll become.
I might find how kid oriented the season 1 is, but the last episode we watched was the pirate episode, where the way they saw the plot was Dot and the pirate talking business talk.
Yes. That's what makes that show great, because it's like, oh, you expect the pirates to be defeated in a giant battle, and it's like Dot's just like, here's my spreadsheet. Yeah, so it's really great, and I'm excited. For everyone that doesn't know, the Reboot Rewind YouTube channel put out a remastered cutscene from Reboot the video game because they have the tapes to the cutscenes, and I'm very excited because that means they probably have the tapes for the theme park rides, one of which is lost media, like complete lost media. One of which there's like a cam rip of the first theme park ride, and then there was some clips of it in the documentary, and there's some clips of the second ride in the documentary, but there's not like a full video out there because nobody recorded it, because by the time that second ride came around, Reboot was kind of done and dead. So there wasn't like people like, and there wasn't like promotional video for it like the way there was for the first one. So
it's gonna be the most painful thing. It is gonna be the most painful thing knowing there's HD footage of view scores, but Hasbro refused to release it online.
I'm sure me and Hellfire are on a crusade to find who's in charge of Transformers show licensing, because it's got to be somebody. And when we find them, we're gonna be like, Beast Wars HD, make money. It just hasn't happened yet. We're looking.
You literally,
We're
you literally
looking.
can make a box. You can literally just make one giant box of Beast Wars and Beast Machines. There you go.
Exactly.
Print money.
And you like you toss it over to like Shout, and then it'll be great. Psycho said we're gonna upgrade the intro to include 2025. No, I like the intro as it is. I think we're just gonna leave it as is till we hit 20 years, and then we'll do something. When we hit 20 years, we'll update the intro. I like it. It's like the animation opening for the videos. I really like that intro as it is. I don't really I don't see a reason to change it when it still works. You know.
I mean,
It's good.
yeah, yep. And if it's also like if I had time, I would, but like I have work
Yeah.
and my own business stuff to work on. And also and also with that, no custom thumbnail, no custom art thumbnails for this year's rundown set.
Yeah.
And I'm just so busy. I literally don't have time.
He's busy, and I'm reducing the overall workload for everybody on the rundown, so that way we just kind of, that way if they flop, then it's not like, oh my god, I poured 40 hours into this for it to flop, and it's like more like, oh, I poured the normal amount I put into a video. You know, it's just that kind of like yeah, was it the like a lot of video making, like when I make a big video, it's like high risk, high reward, right? But it also is high risk, like low failure. Like like if a video that I put a ton of hours into flops, like then it's like okay, I could have been making like all these other things, and instead so then it's just like well okay, why did I put all that into it? Even if I enjoyed making it, there's still the business side of it, and the business side says switching over to my frozen browser tab. Thank you, OBS, for ruining my dramatic timing, as usual. If you look at last week's videos, that Ninja Turtles home video history, that was a lot of work, but I knew Turtles videos do well, so it paid off. That Digimon and Discotek Blu-ray video, that was normal work. That has twice the views of last year's Transformers rundown. In 5 days. So
I do love the Digimon video coverage,
yes.
movie coverage.
Did everybody enjoy my descent into madness?
Also, someone in our Discord mentioned the Jason Spack audio that's still in for Ty and Dearborn. This probably goes into the theory of like how the dub was made, because apparently the Jason Spack audio are usually when Michael Rios Matt's talking, which like okay that explains things because that could mean
They
it's just
couldn't
clarifying the way
split the audio, right?
Yeah. So
like
that
they were
explains that
somehow
makes
able
sense.
to add dialogue, but only when somebody else isn't also speaking.
Yeah.
I have a suspicion they also re-recorded for that same reason. I think they re-recorded Lex Lang for Omnimon because Kirk Thornton's voice is in there for Omnimon. I was listening deep for it, and it's like, yeah, okay, Kirk Thornton's definitely in the Omnimon voice, and they're talking at the same time. So I think they probably re-recorded Lex Lang as well.
It's so funny because, like, because if these were recorded around the time they were doing the first set's new dub, it's just kind of funny that they were able to do this because I always find it interesting the production. I always I imagine the production of these old dubs were kind of hectic because, like, like Kirk Dorn couldn't come back for Gabumon / Metal Grumon Omnimon for Avengers Reborn, but he came back for Battle of Adventure, and same goes with like Michael Rios was able to reprise Matt for Avengers Reborn, but not for Takuya and Island of Lost Digimon. Which I just imagine that the scheduling must be really messed up.
Yeah,
for
it
those
was
dubs.
messy because like who was it? The woman that voiced Jerry was in one of the other movies, but not.
Bridget Hoffman. Bridget Hoffman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bridget Hoffman. She
She
was
was
in one of the other movies, but not in
She was
Locomon.
Paramon. Yeah, she was Paramon for Regidemon, but she wasn't Jerry for Locomon. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's interesting.
from talking to Jeff Nimoy, because he wrote the dub for Revenge of Diaboromon, it sounded like those dubs were almost being done like, oh, we're going to do this one. Oh, we're going to do another one. Oh, we're going to do another one, as opposed to like, we're doing
Oh, they were
a
gonna do
group of
all
4.
three. Yeah,
Yeah, like instead of doing all 4 like in one batch, they kind of did like, oh, we did this one. Okay, we did this one, and it was just whoever was available was who they could get. Which is like it's that's why Joshua Seth isn't there
yeah.
because he like retired from voice acting at the time and such.
I won't be see because I won't be surprised when we get the Frontier movie in the next set. We'll have Michael Rios back into. I think he's the only voice. I think he was the only replacement voice in Battle of Adventure. I mean, Island of Lost Digimon. I'm pretty sure because everybody else came
Think
back.
so. I think I think everybody else came back, and that's gonna be the fun one because that's the only one where the music doesn't have a matching problem, right?
Yeah, because it's Frontiers. It's kind of funny for the Tamers movies, and for they use the Frontier theme because again that was if you don't for people who don't know the reason why there's Frontier music in those movies because it's literally the only music they have.
Yeah,
for
because
those.
Saban retained all music rights to all the shows when he sold Fox Kids and the Fox Family Library over to Disney, and so he kept all the music rights, which means the only music Disney had access to was the Frontier music because they were the ones that produced the Frontier music and the Frontier dub. So
Yeah, but it's funny because for Reggie Vormon and Battle Adventure, they use the Frontiers theme, but they specifically cut out the part where it's specific Frontiers, where it's like Spirit Evolution. They cut that part because that would make sense for makes sense. But except for Runaway Locomon, where they actually kept that line in.
It's all very inconsistent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Veloquist says apparently Discotek has announcements tomorrow. Yes, there is announcements tomorrow. What do you guys think of the Overrunner and Tamers getting announced? I think they're not going to do it yet. I think they're going to wait till the next live stream.
I feel like something like Digimon's a big,
Yeah.
they want to
They
do a
want to
big
save it for
reveal.
live streams or conventions, and I also think since we just got the movie set, they're like, let's put a little bit of a gap. They don't
Yeah,
usually do
let people,
Digimon on top of each other like that.
let people buy able to get the chance to get, because I think some places don't have their sets, so just wait for people to get it
Yeah.
scenario.
Amazon, I heard, delayed all the orders until like next week, I think, something like that.
Hmm.
So I think it's going to be, whenever their next stream is, that's when they'll announce Tamers. I have a very strong feeling about that.
Speaking of,
Yeah,
because Toei actually posted the Discotek Adventure Masters on Twitter, because they said they're talking about like,
they're getting
oh,
added
go
to
watch,
Hulu in Canada,
yeah, Canada. So I'm
or Disney
wondering
Plus in
like
Canada. Disney Plus in Canada.
Canada.
Yeah,
So like, if
but
our
just Canada.
Canadian so for all our Canadian viewers in the chat, if you're in our Discord server, can you report that they use the Discotek Masters when they do
I know
Adventure?
when Discotek did their remaster, they said that Toei was happy with it and then purchased the remaster from
So
them.
I know
So
they use the 02 Masters for 02 for when they upload those on YouTube. Those are the Discotek Masters for those. Is that so? Yeah, I won't be surprised they might just use those moving forward.
Butegi says there's
Uh,
Dragon Ball news on January 25th. I'm gonna go with the highly skeptical. Is there though? Like they're saying there's gonna be
it's
news,
it's
but like,
it's
is it gonna be
probably.
news?
I mean, it's probably gonna be mostly for the video games, if I had to guess. I don't
Yeah,
think we're getting any anime news or anything like that.
yeah. It's. I don't think we're gonna get anything from what I know about Dragon Ball stuff. Everything is locked up in legal litigation, and if it
It's
cleared
still
up anytime
it's
since the
still
last time
messy,
it
right?
was, there's nothing made ready to go yet. It's too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Right.
just
How
it.
about that?
There's a whole big issue with that. But
How's
yeah,
that comic called, by the way?
Comic Call. I always say these things are going to be small and they're always an hour, but then I get comments that are like, "Yay, an hour of Comic Call." I'm like, "Okay, the audience is there
The
for them being this long."
people yearn for that comic talk.
Yeah. So I mean, it was
Also,
it was a fun one because I had so much variety this time. It wasn't all like, here's just all these Marvel and DC books. It was like mostly Image, which was a blast. Um,
speaking of last week, thank you for everyone who joined on the movie rewards
yes, let's
stream.
re-promote
That
that.
was
Thanks to everybody that came and watched our movie awards last week because that was like one of the most fun experiences we've had on a live stream. I really enjoyed doing that. That was a blast. Also, feel super validated because the top two winners of the Critics' Choice Awards last night were Sinners and Frankenstein. So we are a real award show. But yeah, no, it
when the,
was really fun. So that was what we did last week, which I enjoyed quite a bit. And then we also did I do shorts last week? I can't remember. Oh yeah,
no,
Spider-Man's.
you did one.
I did
You did
one.
one.
These Spider-Mans came in, and I was like, well, um,
I also
uh,
shot. I
Krim
also
said,
shot.
love the thumbnail. So once again,
Thank you.
congrats on that thumbnail. My mom loved that thumbnail too, by the way, for the
No,
awards.
thanks.
She thought it was
No, thanks.
amazing.
I'm glad to hear. I also shocked to see how like fast this new Spider Wave came. I went to
Yeah,
my comic shop. 'Cause I still don't have them in my pile of loot. I think, or I don't remember.
people
Please
found
correct
them
me.
at Target. They're going to be in the
Yeah,
2025 rundown because they hit retail, and there's always the retail clause.
yeah, yeah. I found them at a my comic shop. Which I can. I'm not surprised for the comic shop getting them early. But yeah, I went to Target and they were there. Like, I still don't have my Miguel yet. My pile of loot. I
Yeah.
think.
It's
I'm
like
like,
when I was
what the
finding
hell?
Razor Claw and I was checking my Pulse orders to see if they charged me for them yet.
Oh yeah, say. I went to Target. I saw the whole first wave of this year's HR Primes. I'm like, I only got two of these in my pile
Yeah.
of loot, and yeah, I'm still waiting for Big Convoy and Amalgamus in my to come in.
I've got everything so far from the Age of the Primes wave except Blast Off and Sure Shot, I think, shipped like yesterday or something. So they're on their way. But it's like, that's also another reason the rundown for Transformers is going to come after Marvel's, because I need to get those last two guys in. Because I'm putting this whole, it's the first wave of 2026, but it came out so significantly in 2025 at like a ton of retail stores, including my neck of the woods. So I was like, okay, they're 2025 figures now, but not the first Voyager wave for Studio Series, because that didn't make it out until after the new year. It's crazy. Transformers this year was like an experiment in like holding back the flood, because remember when like we didn't even have Wave 2 up for pre-order and it was like hitting stores in Canada, or
Yeah.
like people found Mixmaster before he was revealed. Like Like, I know Transformers did a good job reducing its product output, which I appreciated, right? But I also
Yeah.
think they did, like, I know a lot of it was the tariffs and stuff, but like they did a really poor job spacing out the year. Like it was just like we go, here's a gap, and then boom, here's like two, 3 waves all at once. Like here's all the commanders. They came out in the same week. So it was a little much. It was a little much, but you know, I'm
I
hoping
think a
this year
lot.
it'll stabilize.
I think a lot of that came to now moved to Marvel Legends because Jesus Christ, the Marvel Legend release schedule is nuts.
I would say that, but I also would argue that Marvel Legends has always been like that.
Yeah.
They have been a mess for a long time. But Transformers, it was like I think it was funny because remember when they the first I think it was the first fan stream of last year, they were like, look,
Yeah.
here's the schedule of our releases for the year, and then not a single one of them landed on that schedule because of
I mean,
everything else that happened.
I would say with all the we haven't got any like leaks in a long time. I noticed.
It's true because they've just been announcing things early. We have one technical leak, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of, should we get to the news finally?
Let's get to the news. We're gonna knock these out real quick. In the world of Blu-rays, Looney Tunes Collector's Vault Volume 2 will be coming out March 24th, containing, it'll be, let's see, it's going to be these that have never been on DVD or Blu-ray before, and then these that have been remastered in HD for the first time. You can see the list for yourself.
Asterisk. Do know there's probably some racist stuff in here.
Oh, there's definitely some racist stuff in here. That's why they call it the Collector Vault. These were products of their time, as the exact phrase goes. It was funny. Speaking of product of time, I'm reading Warlord, it's from the mid '70s, and I was like, "Ooh, is this gonna be like weird?" But I was like, "Nah." I was like, "It's Mike Grell though." And there was this moment where like Warlord, distinctively Travis Morgan, white guy, and Makist, who's the king of a kingdom, black guy. And Warlord was like visits his kingdom for the first time. He's like, Makist, I didn't realize. I thought your country was going to be a black country. And Makist was like, oh, so you think because I'm the ruler of a country and I'm black, everybody's going to be this skin color? Well, and then he's like, well, maybe if my skin was as white as yours, it wouldn't be a problem. And Warlord was just like, you got me, you got me. It was just so funny because he's like, we have all kinds of races here. Thank you very much. It was like I expected to go down the path of like Tyrock and Legion of Superheroes, where it was like, in the future, all black people live on one planet and nowhere else. And it's like, what? But like, Warlord was surprisingly way more progressive, where Makis is like, oh, you just assumed that everybody here was black because I was? Well, guess what? Everybody here is everybody here, and I lead them because I'm awesome at my job. I was like, all right, I gotta give props to Warlord. It could have been. I was like walking into it. I was like, oh, this could go bad. But it went great. It went real great.
I mean, I just look at the memes of these shorts, and one of them is literally called Mexican Borders.
Oh, and it's spelled Borders like somebody's staying in a. Oh, and it's a Sylvester and a Speedy cartoon. Oh boy. That could be fun. Let's see. Spiders Prime says the Extras podcast has more info on the shorts themselves than in the Blu-ray set. Yes, the Extras podcast is a good place to get news on all this stuff because they have people that work on these on that podcast. So I spent most of the segment about Looney Tunes talking about Warlord because I was reading that all weekend. But the important part is we're getting more Looney Tunes. All right. Wicked for Good's getting rushed to Blu-ray. It'll be out January 20th.
I mean, the movie did very well at the box office, right?
It did, but the first movie, they waited till like March to put it out. So I was like, wow, this is quick.
I think, the way it feels with the industry now, as long as the movie makes enough money, it's like, just go to the Blu-ray right away scenario like that.
It's definitely a thing where they were doing this for a bit where it was like digital and then like 3 months later Blu-ray, but now it's like digital 3 weeks later Blu-ray, and I'm totally cool with that. I would honestly just put them out the same day if I was them, but I think that's fine. I also, in terms of box office, it did well, but it didn't do as well as the first one because this movie's a bit more of a downer. And so I don't think people went back to rewatch it as much, which is totally fair. I mean, I saw it once, and I was like, I'll get the Blu-ray and I'll watch it more times then. Mr. Yugi says, still waiting on Predator Badlands physical. That's the thing. Disney's the only ones that wait long times now. Just kidding. It depends on the movie because Tron Ares is out tomorrow.
because that one flopped. I'm like, they're like, get rid of it.
Yep. Even Disney, like Disney usually holds on to like a 3-month window for digital and a 4-month window for Blu-rays. But now they're just like, if it flopped, just send it out quick. Like
Didn't the Thunderbolts take a while to come out? Didn't Thunderbolts come fast from
it came
studios
fast
Blu-ray
because
run?
they had it out while Fantastic Four was still in theaters, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they took a while on Fantastic Four. That didn't come out till like late October on Blu-ray, so it had the normal 3-month window. Yeah, it's just kind of where the industry's at, but it's cool. So, yeah, street date on Tron Ares is tomorrow, but I saw a bunch of people were like, "Yep, stores already put them out," because stores were just like, "Whatever, Disney ain't gonna sue us over Tron." But he's like, "Hey, Tron Ares soundtrack didn't flop." That is true. That is true. Unga asked, Predator Badlands Physical. Predator Badlands Physical will happen because it's a theatrical film. Killer of Killers, that's a good question because it is a streaming exclusive, and Disney has not put out any of those in a while, like
Which is sad because
13 months.
It's sad because that film's legitimately really great.
The fact I don't have a Werewolf by Night 4K that includes both versions in a steelbook is a crime.
Remember when we thought Sony picking up the movie, the home distribution was a good thing?
It was, in theory, but Disney became Disney. Because from what I understand, it's Disney that's the one that's like, oh, only do this, only do that. Because Disney ultimately decides what comes out. Whereas, like, Sony's just manufacturing discs for them. And so it sucks. Because I'm like, Disney, you're losing out on a ton of money. Disney has basically the ones that get to decide what actually releases.
I feel like Disney's the only one still like up their butts about home media, because even though even when there's the most laziest releases ever, they still will put something out on home media. Disney feels like it's like, no, still we're still being gonna be so slow on our home media releases.
And then everything's going to be steelbook exclusives and expensive. Mm-hmm. It's dumb. It's also kind of funny. Is that like Warner Brothers has been licensing stuff like Vinegar Syndrome's just like, we got 40 weird ass Warner Brothers things. Get ready. It's like, all right. I think more studios should do that. Just farm out your weird stuff that you don't want to release on your own. Just give them to these boutique labels. They'll do a great job with them. So, Veloquids, Marvel used to do their MCU shows on physical, and they haven't done one in 13 months.
Joseph, I wonder when Zootopia comes to DVC. Actually, I'm surprised Zootopia.
They'll wait. I think they're going to wait like 4 months at least on Zootopia because it's doing so well and people are still going to the theaters. It only had a 5% drop this week. Like, they're not going to put that thing on digital or Disney Plus or physical for a while.
I think it's still like the only other competition for family film is SpongeBob, and that's it.
Yeah.
For family animated films. So yeah, I think
it's funny because Zootopia is like doing massive numbers. Avatar is a funny thing because Avatar is the weakest performing Avatar movie so far, but it still just crossed $1 billion after 2 weeks.
The only thing I know about
it just didn't cross it in like a week like the last one did or whatever.
The only thing I know about the new Avatar is apparently people saying it's the best shonen movie of all time or something like that.
I have heard that people that like the first one didn't like it. People that like the second one didn't like it, but that people that didn't like the first two kind of liked it. And the thing is that it proved my theory, though. I was like, I don't think an Avatar movie can come out 3 years after another because then the story has to hold it up.
Yeah,
and people are not like vibing with the story. And everything I've heard, I haven't watched any of these movies since the first one, but the third one, I'm like, that just sounds right in line story-wise with the first two. I think people were just more distracted by the fancy visuals.
I just heard that apparently in the third film there's like Jake, whoever's name is, has a shonen rival or something like that.
Yeah.
Which I find that funny.
It is very funny. All right. Let's talk about comics real quick. There's not like anything going on in the comics world besides, hey, we got omnibuses and catalogs, so we know what's coming. Which was already announced, a bunch of these, but we didn't cover them on the channel. So there's an X-Men Blue and Gold Blood Times omnibus that made everybody mad, and I don't know why, and I'm not leaning into figuring out why, but I'm sure it's valid.
Do you want to take turns reading these off?
I mean, these are pretty straightforward. I have nothing to say about Amazing Spider-Man by Zeb Wells Omnibus 2.
Except, well, it's coming.
It's coming. Marvel Fanfare Omnibus 3. Yay.
Is that one that's like
anthology books?
Series?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured.
It was like a premiere anthology book. I've read some stories from it, but it's not something I would buy the entirety of. But they're usually pretty good stuff. Daredevil Omnibus Volume 4 is cool because this is, I think, getting closer to the Frank Miller era. And people are kind of hoping that the numbered Daredevil omnibuses are going to go through the Frank Miller era because his era is like fractured over a point in time. And so his omnibuses being creator focused means a bunch of issues are left behind. So if like these continue and then just include the Miller issues in them and then you can include the non-Miller issues, that would probably be ideal. And then it can stop
God,
right before Nascenti because Nascenti contains everything. So.
God, that does remind me. The era of books where you know you bought them, but they just vanish from you. That's me when I bought
Yeah.
2 of those Marvel. I bought the Winter Soldier and Frank Miller Daredevil Born Again Marvel premieres. I know I had them. I bought them. I cannot find them. I literally look over my house like, where did they go?
I've been trying to figure out where my IDW Transformers. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to find my IDW Transformers edition, so when I review my compendiums from the Kickstarter, I can compare. But I can't figure out where I put them, so maybe I just won't bother.
It's one of those frustrating things where like I know I had them, but like they literally like you poof out my hands. Like where'd they go?
I can't find Kingdom Come anywhere, and I know I bought that.
Oh, and maybe it fell into an alternate universe.
Hyper time.
Hyper time. I have a bunch of manga I'm missing. I feel like there's a box of manga that's just like hiding in my house somewhere. All right, next up, Ultimate X-Men Volume 4. All right, next up, X-Men Epic. Sorry, I was showing my love of Ultimate X-Men. Clearly,
to be fair, that's when the book became decent.
Yes. X-Men Epic Collection Executioner Song is getting a new printing, meaning we have 3 X-Men Epic reprints this year, which I'll gladly take. But now I'm also like, okay, so I'm only missing one X-Men Epic after this year.
I do love the cover because this looks like everyone's looking at Logan like he's like, what do you do this time?
Yeah,
like that.
I do. Yeah, everybody is giving him the side eye.
Also, man, Logan's fist is tiny in his artwork.
Yep. Blade Raider, the IDW did 2 printings of Transformers. One, they cut out the Marvel characters, and one, they didn't. The first printings they did, they had to cut all the Marvel characters. The second printing they did was called Transformers Classics. They got a sub-license from Marvel to include the Spider-Man cameo and the Savage Land and Circuit Breaker and all that stuff. And that's the version that Skybound got to put into their compendiums, which is the one that has all the Marvel characters in it.
Wait, how do they handle Circuit Breakers in those print? Did they just still
They just skipped her issues.
Oh, okay. You know she's a key character.
Yeah, they silhouetted out Spider-Man and then they skipped the Circuit Breaker issues, I think. But the later printings were better, and then those are what's used. But then there's also some weirdness because like they colored Soundwave blue for consistency.
Oh yeah,
instead of being
DVDs.
Yeah, it's like that. And so the Skybound compendiums still have like the edits because, as the Skybound people said, we can't get anything from Hasbro besides this. This is what they have.
Yeah, it's because we had to work what we get.
Yep.
From the company, the master company.
Anyways, this is exciting for me because this book goes for like $200 on eBay. So I'm like, I will gladly spend $55.
God, you should do a video on like the epic aftermarket because
I should.
Because from what I understand, well, you tell me, it's insane.
It is.
The normal like comment. Even compared to normal, like I feel like there's probably some Omni cheaper in the aftermarket. And
there's a Wolverine Epic I'm missing that goes for like $75, and I can't figure out why because the stories inside of it are terrible and universally hated. Speaking of Wolverine Epics, Valley of Death, which is more of the Larry Hama stuff, the good Wolverine stuff. An Epic, Iron Man Epic, Demon in the Bottle. This is confirming prices, so.
I'm surprised it took. You think this is one of those like famous stories to get printed first? Honestly,
it's because they've had it in other formats. Like I have a hardcover of it and like a premium hardcover and stuff. Amazing Spider-Man Epic Spider Island, which, as people have been pointing out, that cover is not from Spider Island. It's from a different era.
I actually really do enjoy the Spider Island era of Dan Slott's run. Dan Slott's run I have issues with, but like I overall do enjoy it. Scenario for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Carnage Epic, Prophecy of the Darkhold. Ultimates Epic, Gods and Monsters. Miles Morales Spider-Man Epic, Sitting in a Tree. And Amazing Spider-Man Epic 2, Amazing Spider-Man Epic, Spider-Man No More is getting a second new printing, so it means the third time they printed it. Confusing, but yes. And then Spider-Girl Modern Epic comes the Carnage, which is Volume 5, I think. And Marvel 2-in-1 Epic Collection 4, and Fantastic Four Epic Collection 26, and ROM Epic Collection 5, which is the last one of that.
Is Fantastic Four the last of the is because it's Heroes Reborn? Is that gonna be the last of the classic epics
No
for
idea.
Fantastic Four? Or there's two more? Because
We have
yeah, right.
no
It seems
clue.
like inconsistent. Yeah, because right, because remember, right, it's kind of inconsistent. When does the term classic
Yeah.
classic epic ends, right? Because
Because for some of them, like Captain America has now a volume that's Heroes Return. So it goes, it's not using, it's like Heroes Reborn should have been the final cap, but they're doing Heroes Return as part of it because the first cap is Brubaker for Modern. So like the classic cap's got to go up to that point. We don't have a Modern Fantastic Four, and until we do, we don't really know where they're starting. Is Modern Fantastic Four going to start with Fantastic Four #1 from 1998 with Heroes Return, or is it going to start with Wade, which is Fantastic Four 62? Like, we have no idea what their plan is, but we just know that Heroes Reborn is included. So we just kind of sit, because they've been doing so much classic Fantastic Four that I think they're going to finish. I think they're going to finish classic before they even start Modern at this point. They also need to reprint 25 because that one was hella old, and I'm going to have a gap now. I have 24, and I now have 26.
It's gonna be good. It's just gonna be like, God damn it! Like
Yes.
you look at your shelf, it's like, yes, look at all my Fantastic Four. No, it's the one missing. Your eye twitches.
I have all of them
I have a
except
meme
for
that.
I have all of them except for 2, 5, and 25. They haven't made 13, 14, and 15 yet, but I have all the others, and so I'm gonna like when I get the new ones coming up, I'm gonna be stuck with like 3 weird gaps unless they reprint them because each of them are going for like $200 a piece.
Yikes!
Yeah, so it's very annoying. With
Fantastic
Silver,
Four?
yeah, because with Silver Surfer, I'm only missing Volume 1, which I don't technically need because it's all Fantastic Four issues. So I'm fine with that. With Wolverine, I'm missing. I actually got a deal on one on eBay for 12. I'm missing 13, 14, and 15. 14 and 15 are still in print. I need to get those at some point, but I'm going to be missing 13. So I'm going to have a weird gap there. And with X-Men, with the reprints, with X-Men, I'm only missing number 3. So that's actually going to be okay because I think at this point, because they're reprinting 2, 20, and 21, I think they're going to reprint 3 probably next year because they just seem to be wanting to pump X-Men out because that's what the MCU's current hyperfixation is. So
Is it 97? I mean, is it 97 season 2 this year?
it is, which is why I think we're getting 3 reprints and 3 new X-Men epics. So like they're just like, just do all the X-Men this year. Veloquist says, why does Marvel not keep books in print? So there's a weird thing with Marvel right now where they're printing everything close to pre-order numbers, and then they're not keeping a lot of stock around. And then they cut down. They used to do what used to be when they announced epics, they'd be like, here's 20 epic collections, and
Yeah,
here's like 10 reprints. But now they're like,
feel
here's 25 epic collections, and here's 2 reprints.
If it's like with Marvel, I noticed where their reprint games, like DC, I super find like a couple of books that are years old still on store shelves.
Under the Red Hood Deluxe Edition is so evergreen. I got one with the new DC logo on it.
Yeah, like I give like where like it's probably like again, and with Marvel, it's like it's always hit and miss. Like again, I'm not honestly a big fan of how Marvel price and releasing because like I'm more of a dick trade collector and DC's so good releasing on their good old dick trades and affordable prices. But Marvel, it's either singles or epics. If it's like with Marvel, and that's what annoys me with them the most with collecting Marvel stuff.
And then someone on the Omnibus Reddit, I can't remember who, so I'm not going to take credit for the thought. Someone said it feels like Marvel's treating Omnis like collector's items instead of a core line of collections, which is what people treat them as, because they keep making them super limited and hard to like collect.
Yeah, because that's the thing I notice as someone who doesn't collect Amis or anything. It does really feel like they're treating Amis like this, like a fad thing, instead of just instead of like what it should be like DC does, where it's like, oh, here's just a complete run of this writer, this series, or whatever it was. That's my problem with Marvel. It feels like if you don't get the Marvel epic now, that you're never seeing it again. So,
Yeah,
like
and like
what
was it? Blader just said, yeah, the Wolverine volume is probably they nobody pre-ordered it, so they didn't make a lot. Yeah, that's what I think happened. Is like people didn't want that volume that much, but then now people do because the numbering and the gap.
Like I think like for them like and I get I get licensing, but the Micronauts, the ROM, and the Godzilla. I feel like if you're not on their asses trying to get that, you go look trying to read those series again. You
Yeah.
feel like pressured. You feel kind of pressured to get those now. Than
Like
later,
Ghost
it's like,
Rider epics, the classic Ghost Rider epics, like Volume 1's like impossible to get now. You can get the rest of them, but a lot of people are like, well, I can't get Volume 1, so what's the point? So it hurts the line when you can't get like key volumes. Like they can't keep every epic in print, but I feel like, the first Claremont volume of X-Men should be evergreen at this point. I feel like,
Yeah.
The first volume of Fantastic Four, the first volume of Spider-Man, like those should be like always in print. Like they're like, it feels like DC. I don't know for sure how they work, but it does seem like DC has like a list of omnis and thick trades that are always in print because they're always going to sell. Like all the Grant Morrison Batman omnis are like the easiest things to get. The Scott Snyder Batman omnis, super easy to get. Like, yeah, okay, Batman and Robin by Tomasi and Gleason, that seems to always be restocking. Every time I think it's gone forever, it comes back.
If Superman by Peter J. Tomasi, Batman
Yeah.
Detective Comic Batman by I was thinking, oh, that's good. Like, oh, I was thinking for a long time I could get Detective Comics James Tiny the Fourth before it sold out. Then I checked back, like, oh, it's still available, even though like a year later. Like, wow, I'm surprised.
And
Yeah,
then
it's like something.
like Wonder Woman Gail Simone, I missed it the first time, and then on the reprint, I've never seen it out of stock ever again. Like if it's out of stock, it comes back like a week later. However DC does it's great. Also, my big problem is that Marvel's like, here, we're going to charge you $60 for Guardians of the Galaxy epic, whereas DC's going to be like, here's $60 for 1,600 pages of Green Lantern.
Yeah, no, that's the. I want to like epics more, but like, man, maybe like something about
The
epics
price
that, like,
increases ruined them because when they were like 30,
Yeah.
35 bucks, it was fine, but now everything's 50 to 60. $60 for an
Also-
epic collection is offensive.
I
Like,
don't know. I don't know because finest are newer, but something about finest. I just the way how they're releasing them, the release like it doesn't feel like I'm missing gaps in finest, even though like there are gaps, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm satisfied with the finest I get every time.
yeah.
I'm not sure what it is about finance. I just feel like they're structured. I think it's like maybe it's because I think how they structure finance is a bit better than epics. 'Cause epics, from what at least I hear from you, are kind of over the place. How they structure epics is kind of confusing.
They're very
sometimes.
inconsistent because, like, you think like Finest is just like here's 2 years of a character, all their major appearances. We threw them in publication order. Whereas Epics will be like, Wolverine was in this Marvel Comics Presents issue, but we're just not going to include it. Or actually, I was at a comic shop, not my regular ones. My regular one's closed for remodel right now, but went to another comic shop. I got the Long Shot miniseries for X-Men, the one by Ann Nocenti. I found the old trade for it because this came out in '85 and is like referenced in the major X-Men storylines, and it's not in any of the 1985 X-Men epics. Like they just didn't include it, and I guess it's because they didn't want to cram in like 130 more pages into one of them because of the pricing now. But it leaves a story gap, and now it kind of leaves. It's like, well, where's the Long Shot miniseries going to go if it's not in the X-Men epic?
The fact that the astonishing epic is the same price as a DC finest, even though it has half the issue count.
Less
is
than half.
offensive to
It's
me.
only 12 issues.
It's offensive.
Like
to me.
legitimately, that Astonishing X-Men epic bugs the crap out of me because at the price they're at, like I think they should have just made it a $50 epic and just included all 24 issues in the giant size. Like just done the whole Cassaday run in one volume at that point because like it's just too short. It's just two short volumes for like an insane thing.
55 bucks.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and I'm like they should have combined them into one. And like Mr. You said, they'll do the Long Shot epic with just that miniseries for $44.99. I wouldn't mind if they did like here's all the X-Men miniseries that are like important, but we didn't feel like they needed to be in the main book. Like that would be fine if it was like here's X-Men Solo Epic Volume 2, and it's got like Long Shot and like all the other stuff. That'd be fine, but So Joseph was mentioning that there was an issue with the Star Wars Haslab, the Cantina. Mexico backers who back the set are being told they won't get theirs. That is insane.
Oof.
That is, if that follows through and they don't actually get what they backed, I don't think Hasbro should ever run a Haslab again. First of all, yeah, doesn't make any sense. Second of all, never do a Haslab again if you can't fulfill a whole country.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I
Essentially you don't refund them. I'm
Especially
just getting
something named
refunded.
after something that is part of that. Cantinas are like Mexicans
Yeah.
can't get the thing named after the thing that
yeah.
they do.
I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna write my notes. I'm gonna go deep dive on some forums
Yeah,
and figure out
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going
You
on.
should definitely investigate.
Yeah, because yikes, I'm getting refunded. Oh, so that'll be bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Just so Saw Guy's video had to. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna look into that because I want to find out what's going on, and if that is the case, I will be talking about it next week when I
If
have
I
like
knew this when I was
backing.
actually in Rhode Island, I could have just went up there.
Like, give
And
the
I had,
Mexicans their cantina.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Before we get to the next subject, you need to look at what Cal's posted in the stream chat.
Oh, let me
yeah,
see this.
yeah. I made that. What are you talking about? Fantastic Four.
Oh my God, yeah, this is me. Because here's the thing: until yeah, this is perfect. Until they announced the Heroes Reborn Epic 26, I was like, okay, fine, I don't have 25. It was the furthest out in the series, right? I was like, okay, I don't have 25. It's all right. I was more worried about the fact I don't have 2 and 5, but I'm like, it's Kirby run, so they'll probably reprint them. But now I'm like, are they going to reprint the last issues of Fantastic Four before it was canceled? Like, is that going to get reprinted? Because I wasn't worried when it was the last volume. I was like, okay, fine, I can work with it. But now I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna have 24 and 26. Now I'm really bothered by not having 25. That's the other thing about
I
epic
hate
gaps is like it's the gap between that bothers me more than the gaps on either end.
Especially with comics and manga. I hate that so
Yeah,
much.
there's a great gag in Takamado Days where one of the villains just like he killed someone. They saw his manga collection was missing a volume. I'm like, no, that's not right. He goes to the supermarket, buys that missing volume, puts it on the shelf. The guy he murdered.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh god, manga gaps are why I don't have a complete Yu-Gi-Oh collection in which there are box sets.
I know,
right?
right?
Some of those volumes
I
are
repeat,
tricky.
I have
repeat,
nothing complete in manga because Barnes Noble and Borders back then would just always have that thing where it's like, here's 1, 2, 5, 7. And I'm like,
I
wait.
know, right? It's like, I was like, all right, time to go out to get the next volume of the series I'm reading. Doesn't have the volume I'm reading. God damn it!
My Barnes and Noble has One Piece volumes 1, 2, 3, and then 113, 114, 115. Like it's just the first 3 and the most recent 3, and then they have a bunch of 3-in-1s, and it's all over the place.
So what happened between 4 and 112? Nothing important.
Yeah, no big deal. All right, this was slipped into the catalog, kind of last minute, but there is an Ultraman omnibus called the Ultraman Omnibus for Marvel, which we kind of predicted because when they announced this, where was it? The Fall of Ultraman one shot. I think I said like, "Oh, watch this! They just did this so they can complete an Omni." Marvel's strategies are becoming transparent to us, aren't they?
Is there something missing? I mean, is there something missing this on there? Remember we discussed.
When when Nearmint Condition did the announcement video, he didn't mention the Fall of Ultraman, but it's in the catalog, like the actual solicitation. So he probably just didn't get the complete correct info from Marvel, which happens. But this will contain Rise of Ultraman, Trials of Ultraman, Ultraman Mystery Ultra 7, Ultraman X Avengers, and Fall of Ultraman. But then surprisingly, it has Ultraman from 93 and 94, which is the Ultraman Great tie-in comic.
Where does someone really like Dwayne McDuffie?
I think
I'm pretty
so.
sure you wrote. I'm pretty sure you wrote one of those. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so they threw those in, which I was surprised. First of all, they even had the rights to them, and second of all, hell yeah, I'll take it. Like, holy cow! Like,
I imagine this is probably the case of Super Riot. Probably gave them those. I imagine.
Marvel's like, all right, we're gonna do an omnibus of comics. They're like, hey, you want those ones from the '90s? And they're like, the what?
Are those?
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. There's gonna be 2 different covers. This first one's credited to Super Riot Productions, and I'm like, that's not an artist, that's a studio. But that's that one. The second one is by Peach Momoko, and you can bet your ass this is the one I'm getting.
I was like Peach Momoko Ultraman.
Peach Momoko Ultraman. Yeah, anytime Peach Momoko draws any. I was at a trading card show this weekend with my dad, and somebody had like One Piece cards for sale, and they had the Peach Momoko Trafalgar Law card, and I almost bought it, but it was It was $70, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you're like talking about like I still need that. I swear you didn't cop for that. I swear you didn't cop for that.
Yeah, no, I was like, ooh, I was like, I don't want to spend $70 on this cardboard.
Like, yeah, I know it's sitting on this piece of cardboard, but
Did
it's
you
pretty
see any
cool,
Digimon
though.
cards there?
I didn't. I didn't see any Digimon. It was 90% Pokemon and sports and 2 booths that had One Piece. I did buy some cards though. I found one Nico Robin card in the whole place, and it was $20. But I was like, okay, it's
Was that the
Robin.
Holy
Still
Grail?
more reasonable than 75, right?
Was that
Yeah,
the Holy Grail of the Holy Grail of the of the convention?
essentially. I got this Law for $4, and I was like, okay, that's not a bad price, and that one's pretty cool. It's like his Dressrosa look. And then I got this Punk Hazard era Law for $3. I was like, that'll work. And then the guy gave me post Wano Law for $1. So I was like that.
Oh, nice.
I was like that. I walked out of there spending less than $30. So I was like, you know what? That's what I call a good deal. But yeah, it was the only Nico Robin card because they don't have that many Robin cards in the card game, which is weird.
So you're saying it's we need to do some more Nico Robin propaganda Bandai.
Yes, absolutely. Back to Ultraman. That was the only thing I think new in this catalog we hadn't talked about
Yeah,
before.
yeah, it was.
Oh,
I know
also,
what's
Free
there.
Comic Book Day is not coming back this year because that was a Diamond
Wait,
Comics
what?
thing.
Oh, okay, that
So
makes
it's
sense.
now going to be
Then.
called Comics Giveaway Day, and Marvel's got some stuff for it, like a
It's
20th Century Studios sampler that has new stories from Alien, Predator, and most importantly, Planet of the Apes.
monkeys.
We haven't had Planet of the Apes comic that's not the Fantastic Four crossover in like 2 years, so let's go.
I'm glad. Free Comic Day is just coming back under
Yeah.
me. I was a little worried, like, oh no, because I know like Free Comic Day 8/9 is a great. It's a great way to get more people into comic books. It helps a lot of comic stores get
Yes.
I know for a fact it helps the one near me.
Yeah, I'm really glad that
They're still doing it. It's just under a new
yeah,
name now,
new
which
name.
is
That's good.
Comics Giveaway Day because Diamond owned the Free Comic Book Day name. So, and also, there's some weird omnis in this listing, in this catalog. I want like they put all the Star Wars newspaper strips into one omnibus.
Wait, what?
I don't
Okay.
I don't collect Star Wars comics that much. I don't have any Star Wars omnis yet. They announced a Poe Dameron one, so I'm going to be owning one Star Wars omni. But the newspaper strips stuff, like Spider-Man had newspaper strips, Star Wars had newspaper strips, He-Man had newspaper strips. That stuff fascinates me. When you take something that's normally in like a traditional comic book format and it's also in newspaper strips.
I wonder there's Garfield omnibuses.
There should be. I know newspaper strip collections don't sell super well, which is why they're not more of them. But I'm kind of tempted to get that Star Wars one.
Where's my Dilbert? Where's my Dilbert
Yeah.
omnibus?
I'm excited about this Daredevil by Ann Nesenti Volume 2 because I loved the first volume so much. I'm excited about the second one. So there's a lot of cool omnis. There's that Ultimate X-Men. There's a bunch of stuff coming up that I think we've kind of covered most of this. Oh, also all the Star Wars comics are ending next month. Like
I'm legitimately surprised they don't have listings for Ultimate Universe omnis yet.
I think they're just trying to keep the facade up, and I think they're just gonna wait to I think they're gonna wait till it's over, and then they'll be like omnis. All right. In the world of fan comics, there's a Transformers animated miniseries coming up, and it's going to be called Mirror Mirror. You know, because everything from everything from Star Trek influences Transformers at some point.
It's done by Kean Carl, Transformers animated biggest soldier.
Plus, co-written by Marty Eisenberg, who was the head writer for the series. So
they've been working together. They made a bunch of these fan comics, and this is the first one that's a full miniseries. It's a paid tribute because you don't know, one of the season 4 planned episodes was gonna be a Shattered Glass episode where we're gonna see evil Dr. Sumdak as evil overlord of Detroit with the evil Autobots, as his like underlings and such like that. So it's really great to see this plot being fully realized, because especially Derek J. White really loved the Shattered Glass stuff. He did a lot of the before his pass. He did a lot of fan streams, live streams of him recoloring a bunch of anime characters and Shattered Glass card schemes. So that's really great to see them fully realize his idea, especially.
Absolutely, and I'm really glad that more of these projects are existing because it's not like Hasbro's got a green light an animated
Yeah,
comic for somebody.
yeah. I was so surprised. I was always surprised to see them fully go like they flipped the full anime branding. But yeah, it's probably just Hasbro just doesn't care. Sadly.
Mhm. All right, so we got some entertainment news, and it's all trailers. It's all trailers and teasers, actually. Weird little batch of stuff, but there's not going to be a ton to talk about, I think. So let's just get to it. All right, so first of all, click entertainment. There we go. Nope, that says movie ranking. That's from last week. I didn't update my title cards. Hold on.
I've been there.
It's the first stream of the year. Can you tell? I make it obvious. All right, so first of all, we got Project Red's first entry, Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. We got our first trailer, which gave us a look at the toys. I'm just going to say, this gave us a look at the toys. Let's be real, it's Tokusatsu. We know this by this point. The first thing they're going to show us is the stuff that can be turned into toys, right? So,
So we got our first looks at the Gavans, which I actually do like.
I hate Toei's website because I can't get it to zoom at a reasonable rate. So
No,
just live with me.
no.
So we got a reveal that we're not getting forms of Gavan. We're getting 3 people. Gavan Infinity, Gavan Bushido, and Gavan Luminos. Gavan Luminos seems to be female, which makes me happy because if there's one thing about the Metal Hero series, the number of female heroes.
Yep, there was I've been watching a lot of Metal Heroes a couple years ago, and I was like, wait, there's like 2 women.
I like how sassy. I like how sassy Luminous looks with that pose and the image there.
I do too, and we got to see them in action in the trailer, which I think is awesome. Their transformation items are going to be mood batteries.
These are weird. These feel like go. What's the Gab stuff? No,
The Goji
right?
Chos, yeah.
They look like a Gozuchi 2.0. I think it's just weird because they don't match any other aesthetics of the whole series so far. So
those are like 5-hour energies with their logos on them.
Yeah,
they do. But they look, yeah, that's it. They just look kind of alphas with every other aesthetic from what we've seen of the series so far.
and the other thing we got to see is that their giant robot is their spaceship, and then there's going to be multiple smaller spaceships that become like, oh yeah, it's also their transformation gun. Basically, I don't want to say it because it sounds mean when I say it. This is just a Sentai and a new branding. But it has that same vibe, right? We've got weapon, robot, transformation, weapon, robot, 3 people. It's coming after an anniversary show, but it's Gavan inspired. It is technically a new show, and I think the thing that's going to be interesting to see is not to be the overall like visual aesthetic, but more so like how is the writing going to be? Like, what are we going to get character wise and story stuff?
They said they're trying to be aimed as older than even writer. They said, so I'm curious about that.
Yeah,
I do like the mecha design already. Does it feel Sentai? Yeah, it actually feels more like kind of reminds me of Brave a little bit. Not like Brave, but like it's like one main mech and a bunch of auxiliary mechs combined to the main one. And I'm kind of glad that because I think the problem with Sentai the past years is they're trying to force in how do we do a 5-piece mecha with the budget we have.
and then with Gojira, they just gave up.
Yeah, so here's they don't have to worry about trying to fit an aesthetic anymore. They go like, all right, we can design anything we want now again, which I think it's better for.
I have one nitpick with this design.
For which one? The mech?
For the mech.
Or the...
For the mech.
Okay.
Why is the chest? Why is there a clip on the chest as part of the suit design?
It's,
why is that there? There's no reason for that.
It's my problem with a bunch of Sentai. Kyojin. It's like I know you're trying to sell a toy, but you don't need that toy slavish to the toy design.
Yep. Now, yes, as Blade Raider pointed out, the head writer on this series is going to be the one from Boom Boonger. So that actually put a little pump in my step.
Translation: it's the head writer of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is what you actually mean.
Exactly what I mean.
And honestly, I feel like from what the premise of the series is, I think this is I haven't seen Bumudra. I heard Bumudra good, but I feel like this might be much stronger. The series premise is more stronger suit for him.
And I think also with it not being Super Sentai, it will not have kind of the shackle of the franchise expectation, and I think that'll give it a lot to work with. The trailer itself doesn't really give us a whole lot, but
it just appears when it's look at how cool these look.
Yeah, but it is talking about how they are a multiverse patrol that comes from another universe, and they're from an Earth that looks exactly like the Earth we live on. But from what I understand, each of them come from a different universe, and I think that's kind of interesting.
You say that. All I can think is that the classic Spider Verse memes, like, oh, we have Guilty Gear here. What do you guys here? Oh, we have Innocent Cog. Like,
Yeah.
that's gonna be that's gonna be we have Spider Man. We have Arachnid. We have Arachnid Dude. That dude's like,
I feel like that's going to
that's
be
gonna
kind
be
of the thing, and
Wolverine.
I kind of like this, maybe this concept of like, oh, Gavan Infinity is the Gavan of this universe teaming up with the Gavan of this universe, teaming with the Gavan of the universe, and they're like slightly different, but they're still kind of in a
Mhm.
similar type thing. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I'm
They're
looking
already
forward to seeing
teasing.
it.
They're already
So
teasing another hero.
yeah,
Like Toei's been teasing another like hero that's probably gonna be in, because the idea of Project Red, it's not just the Gav. It's not the Gavin. This is not the Gavin show. This is just part of the greater Project Red universe. And so like if they're gonna like sprinkle in these other heroes we have seen in this universe, and like who knows, maybe they can get their own shows after Gavin. That'll be honestly really cool.
like
Cool if they
test
do that.
run people backdoor pilot style.
Yeah, pretty much try to do what they did. Try to do with Geo with the feature writers. Actually, good this
Yeah,
time.
and actually follow through on it, unlike Geo, where
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
here's one episode of Shinobi. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so I think it looks cool. And we will see more in the future. A little bit more story based was the new Garo trailer. I've forgotten the name of the new show many times, and whatever.
It's
Uh,
What are we talking about, Garo?
Garo, the Iron Castle, the Eastern Border.
there we go.
Okay, what? Wait,
Ever since
I
the
was wondering when it coming out.
it's coming out January 29th. From the trailer, I've just been calling it Garo Dune. The whole thing takes place in a desert.
I mean, last year it took place in the desert also, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. The best part about this is Rianne is in it, and she kicks ass because Rianne is the best, and I'm so happy she's back. Mujagi said, barely saw Garo in the trailer. Well, that is because it's a Ryuga Garo show.
Budget. It's a budget.
Ryuga Garo shows have a bit of a lower budget. It's not going to be like Versus Road, because Versus Road had like a story reason why there wasn't Garo till the last episode.
Because that was the whole point of that show.
But if
Yeah.
you watch any of the Ryuga shows, it is they don't put as much money in them as they do the Saijima shows, and so Garo will show up, but Garo will show up, do a finisher, and then you'll take the armor off.
It's like it's old classic Ultraman where it appears at the very last minute.
Yeah. So that's kind of how Garo goes. So it feels in line with that, and that's why like the writing and stunt work and character stuff is the important part in Ryuga Garo shows, and that's why like you know the Jinga spinoff was terrible because it was so poorly written, and it was low budget. Whereas like I think like last what was it Inheritor of the Steel, I think it did the anime thing where they overloaded, they front loaded its budget. They front loaded its budget on Inheritor of the Steel. They're like, look at all this cool stuff, and then they just spent like 6 episodes going, we'll do cool stuff in a bit. We'll do cool stuff in a bit. We promise. Yeah, there'll be some cool stuff soon. Yeah. And then like the last 3 episodes, like, all right, here's the cool stuff, and I'm like, okay, you got to spread it out a little bit more. Just like you could do like 2-parters, right? Or it's like every other episode does like crazy stuff, and then that way it's kind of balances. But I'm still looking forward to this because
Gar the series that is always gonna be lower budget than the bigger
yeah.
Tokusatsu, so you always need to make sure use your budget wisely. Scenario.
Yeah, got to spread it across the season. Don't front load it. But I'm excited because Rianne's in it. I gotta tell you, that's like a lot of it.
Because even the animes do that because those usually are CG.
Yep, you could tell. You could tell that they front loaded Vanishing line.
Vanishing line, yeah.
Episode 4. It's like episode 1 to 3. It's like the most gorgeous show ever made. Episode 4, it's like, oh, what happened?
They got like the story and characters for Vanishing Line.
Yep.
At the very least.
And that's the thing. A lot of animes that do that when they front load the budget, it's they want to get you hooked. And if they can hook the characters and story with the flashy stuff in the first few episodes, you'll stick through the rest of them, right? But it's a gamble. It's a gamble to do that. So we'll see how this goes. But I'm excited. All right. They gave us a trailer for Avengers Doomsday that actually has a story bit in it. It's the Thor teaser.
I actually really like this trailer.
I like it too.
Like I think because like I've been missing good old classic Thor that talks like an actual medieval like character from the
I also like that they didn't just
exactly.
Yeah, and I also like that they didn't just vanquish his daughter to post creditsville with all those other characters. Like they actually are like, let's use this for the character's story.
it's like, oh, I'm actually it's like it's one that's like, oh, okay, there's gonna be something I'm gonna look forward to this movie maybe in that scenario
Yeah, like
because
I
like
thought like Chris Hemsworth's getting to do actual acting in this, and he's like
SNL comedy.
instead of SNL comedy, he's like doing a big prayer to his father because he's scared about like before when he went into battle it was just him on the line, but now he's got this daughter to take care of, and he's like I don't want to put her in danger. And I'm like it's like character struggle, and I'm like wow, I love how much of an upgrade this was after the Steve Rogers teaser of absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So I actually really like this one, and I'm a little sad that when this one leaked, it leaked in Spanish, so a lot of people that don't speak Spanish didn't really say anything about it because they're like, whatever, it's just Thor and with his axe. Oh, his daughter's there, right? But like when you get to watch it in a language that you know and you can hear the dialogue and everything, then you're like, oh, I get it. So it's like because a bunch of Spanish speaking fans were like losing their shit over it, and then all the English speaking fans on social media were like, I don't get what the big hype is. And then once it actually released, it was like, oh wow, yeah, I totally get this now. This is like a really good trailer. This really gives us like a lot to work with. And then the next teaser like leaked and like before this came out, and so everybody was talking about that instead, which I think is kind of a bummer because I think this is actually of the three because I've seen the third one leaked multiple times. I think this is the strongest one trailer wise by far.
The leak was you love because oh my god they did it
Yeah, the
scenario.
leaked one is like, oh my god, this is happening for like that. But this is like the actual kind of like, oh, I'm starting to get what's going on in this story. And I think that's important because we still don't really know what the story of Doomsday is. Besides, how many people can we cram into a 2-hour movie?
How many action figures can we bash together?
Mm-hmm. Also, somebody was posting clips of Civil War on Instagram, and I was like, man, the Russos, if they can keep that action quality that they had when they were doing Civil War and Infinity War and stuff, like this movie will at least be really fun to watch if they can keep
Yeah.
the action quality. Because like Civil War's action scenes are kind of amazing,
Yeah, I know. It still it still looks good. I mean, like nothing will
Yeah.
beat like like Iron Man 1 for being like 2 decades old almost. It's like still looks amazing.
Mm. But yeah, I'm excited. So we shall see what happens as it progresses. Because Avengers Doomsday is a movie that has gone through so much. It'll be very interesting to see when the movie comes out in a year. We got so much discourse about it, and we're like, we still got 11 months to go, everybody. We still got 11 months before we actually get to see this movie. All right. Next up, we got our full trailer for Wonder Man, since it's premiering January 27th. They're going to be dropping all 8 episodes at once. And I am going to love this show. I have a strong feeling I'm really going to like this. I have also a strong feeling no one else is going to watch it. This is a weird thing because I think like this show's got a lot of great ideas, but like, what do you do to get casual Joe average Marvel viewer to watch this? This feels like it's more made for like people who are like movie fans and stuff because a lot of the stuff they're playing with in this trailer is like, oh, they're making like there's an Oscar-winning director making a remake of a superhero movie, and everyone thinks he's crazy.
You mean the King of Arabia, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because it's like the whole thing is like they literally have like in the trailer like a Oscar-winning director trying to fight superhero fatigue. Like it's going to be very meta, and it's going to be very interesting. But the thing I thought that actually brought this kind of into this is actually really going to connect to the MCU stuff. Because I'm going to enjoy the meta commentary on Hollywood. I always do. But the thing I thought was interesting is the fact that there's 2 things in this trailer. First of all, Damage Control's back with that same asshole who keeps harassing people.
As people said, like they're just gonna turn the Damage Control into the people who are gonna make the Sentinels eventually, something like that.
At this point, it feels like it.
Nah.
Like
Which I
same
personally gotta
guy has
say,
harassed Peter Parker and Kamala Khan, and now he's
Kamala Khan.
harassing Simon Williams, and I'm like, dude.
Hey, but yeah, that's gonna be interesting though. I'm still not a fan if they did this to Damage Control, mostly because I really love Dwight McDuffie's for
Yeah.
the Damage Control so much. But all right, I'll see what they'll do with this if it does anything.
The other thing that's interesting, some of the other marketing has been pointing to like there's a moment in the trailer where Simon has to sign a waiver before auditioning saying I don't have superpowers, which is a reversal of comic Simon, where he was getting acting roles specifically because he had superpowers, and they didn't have to spend money on visual effects and stunts. They could just have him do it. Just do it practical, do it real with your superpowers. But they flipped it here to be like, oh, you're not supposed to have superpowers, but he does secretly have superpowers. And there's like this thing. There was like a thing they posted on social media because they've been doing like a lot of in-universe promotion for this show. And one of the things was like, oh, if you have superpowers, report them to this. And I'm like, oh, is this how we're gonna have the mutant metaphor in the MCU? Is that everybody's now very distrustful of superpowers because of like the damage the Avengers have wrought, or some of the
And
other
that's
things like the
yeah,
Void happening, and this lines up
yeah.
with like Fisk's vigilante ban in New York. Like, is this becoming a thing where like the MCU's world doesn't trust people with superpowers, so that way when mutants get introduced, it doesn't seem like such a leap that would happen.
Yeah, yeah. If that's the case, it actually would
That
work.
a way to ease it in like that actually sounds all right.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually going to do that because current MCU status, but it does seem like that might be where things are starting to lean, and I think that's kind of really cool. And if Wonder Man could be like the first show to kind of introduce that, like soft launch it, I think that would be actually really cool to see. And
I
I
mean,
think that'd be a
it
good
also
way for the show to have
actually,
significance to the rest of the world.
could, it actually could also follow up from Brave New World after seeing people saw the president turn to a Hulk and those kind of related to
Also,
that
Secret
also.
Invasion with the Skrulls.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that would get people kind of going like, oh, maybe we don't like people with superpowers. And that, again, it would be a way to ease mutants in, because the problem we've always had, and this is even in Marvel Comics, like, why do people love the Avengers but hate the X-Men?
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if it became like a thing where like people don't like any superpowers, like that's the way to work it in, I think
And
more
then yeah,
naturally.
exactly. It could be like, oh, they just trust him like, oh, these people are born with superpowers. No, no, no.
Yeah.
After
My
hating superpowers
my
generally, yeah.
my headcanon is still that after getting killed by Hawkgirl, the King of Ruby is like, all right, to redeem myself, I should become a movie director.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this show looks really fun. It looks really great. I'm excited about it. I hope it sticks the landing because a lot of these Disney Plus shows don't. Um, but I'm looking forward to it. I really am, and I think it'll be fun. If you're into commentary on like Hollywood and the film industry and stuff, I think it's gonna be great.
You saw the new trailer for Muppets, the Muppet Show.
I did see the new Muppet Show trailer. I was like, oh, should I cover it? But I was like, it's only a 30-second spot. It doesn't tell us anything we didn't already know. But
I love the Seth Rogen and Fozzie.
I'm glad that Seth Rogen's in it. I was hoping he would be. And so
Yeah,
it's been my
he-
dream it's my longest dream to be, my biggest dream to be here. You got any other dreams?
Awesome, welcome, Wheels. But yeah, I mean, really enough, like, whether you like him as an actor or not, Seth Rogen produces some high quality stuff.
He does. I will start talking about the Muppets when we get closer to the premiere date because I'm going to become very annoying about it.
It's the Muppets. It's the Muppets.
It's the Muppets. It's also like their shot at something new. So yeah, let's see. Velquin says, do superpowers even exist in the Marvel Universe outside of mutants, radioactive shenanigans, super soldier serum, or magic? I mean, that's pretty much how you get superpowers in the Marvel Universe. I think, most of it, there's a lot of super soldier serum. Because a lot of it's like deviants of super soldier serum. Some people got Infinity Stone magic stuff, so like Wanda's stuff comes from an Infinity Stone.
All I can think of is one of my favorite gags in Sky High is the nurse lady's telling the main kid, going like, well, most kids like fall into radioactive acid or get bit by radioactive spider. Some become superheroes. Some just die.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I love that movie.
My favorite part is how what's his face from Broken Lizards is the bus driver.
The bus driver, yeah. He actually does get his superpowers from falling into radio.
Yeah. Velquist says Hawkeye's just a guy. He doesn't have powers. No, he doesn't. He's a disabled guy that has really good aim. So is Wonder Man?
No. He was made disabled because of the stuff he does. Let's be specific.
Yes,
he was made disabled because of the stuff he does.
Still disabled. I was gonna say,
but I want to point out though, born disabled.
Thanos is an
Eternal.
Eternal.
Need to point this out.
I know, but I was trying to get to the point quicker, which you do all the time, and then you complain when I give you specifics. I'm just throwing it back at you, Wheels. All right. What were we talking about? I got distracted.
I'm just throwing it back.
Superpowers.
Thanos, you think?
Superpowers. We don't know how Wonder Man's powers come into play in this
Muppets?
universe. Muppets was earlier. Wonder Man's powers. We don't know how he gets them. We don't know if he's a mutant. He could be a mutant, which could be, again, segueing into the mutant thing. Because we don't know how he gets his powers. I don't know if it's radioactive stuff, because they're clearly not going down the path of he worked for Zemo and then he became a good guy later. Like, that's obviously not happening. So
Did you watch? Wait, question. Did the Coconut series?
And nothing,
Did they get the
Sound Out,
proper
nothing
drugs?
stops.
Drugs. in
did
the
Wheels
Cloak and Dagger
watch Cloak and Dagger? I didn't.
series? Wheels.
Only the
Did Cloak
first
and
episode.
Dagger? Did they get their proper drugs in the Cloak and Dagger series?
No, there was like this weird like antimatter burst from an axon valve that was like
Okay.
drilling for oil.
Okay,
and
so
antimatter
just
or some
the
bullshit like
18th
that.
time the Big Bang from Milestone was copied. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was allegedly it was like the Milestone Big Bang met with the Flash Particle Accelerator kind of level shit.
Flash
Like, they were
Particle
drilling for
Accelerator is
something.
also a Milestone Big Bang, but yes.
Like they were just like, yeah, we're just drilling for something, and then the next thing you know, everyone has powers, and Dino Thunder Yellow's boyfriend gets fridged. It was the funniest shit ever.
I ate Chocobo and gained superpowers somehow.
Yes.
It also probably has the coolest form of like one of the weakest supernatural devil type characters in the series. Like they actually made him cool, because when I found out who the villain was of season 2, I sat there, I'm like, this guy's a loser in the comics. And then they're like, nah, but now he's a cool Cajun frickin' trumpet player who just wants to like control people with the power of jazz. And that was like to me, that was the coolest shit ever.
I don't know why I was just imagining Gambit watching. He's like, they stole Gambit's whole flow.
They did. They really did. No, like the second
Yeah.
season villain, like I really like this whole gimmick. He really like manipulated people's emotions and shit. Like it was cool. I liked it.
Wonder Man's powers are
You know,
flight,
let
super
Devil Lincoln
speed, and
Georgia.
energy beams, because he's a radioactive guy. So
That can't.
But I thought
That
his
can't
powers
be good.
were I thought his powers were all he dies and then gets turned into Vision or
Frank,
whatever.
I thought that was Hawkman's power. He dies.
Wonder Man doesn't die that often. He just gets his brainwaves copied a lot.
Yeah, that's Hawkman's power.
Yeah. Blader said, was the Inhuman Awakening theme Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. also copy of the Big Bang? Yes, because that was based on the Terra Genesis event in the comics, which was just a copy of the Big Bang. It was literally also gassed that time, too. Like, they weren't even trying to hide it. Like, they're like, oh, a bunch of teenagers got gassed, and now some of them have superpowers, and some of them died. I'm like, that's literally the Big Bang from Milestone. My God. That one was a blatant ripoff. They didn't even try changing it. And people wonder why I don't like modern retcons to the Inhumans. It's because they got rid of all the cool stuff. All right. Where are we at? Toys. You guys ready for toys? This is the biggest toy news we've had all year. Is that crazy?
He's nuts.
Actually, maybe the second business after the DC one. The DC one wasn't that surprising. This one's more shocking, I think.
Yeah. This
All
is
right.
more shocking.
I have 3 parts to this story, so here we go. You guys ready for this? Playmates Toys, as of December 31st, 2026, will no longer be the master license holder for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just want to let that sink in for a bit, even though this news came out like over a week ago.
So just a reminder, they can still make toys and release toys during this year, but once December 31st hits, no longer can really make toys.
You know what's crazy? This year is also the 40th anniversary of them getting a Ninja Turtles license.
So 40-year run.
40-year run. And the crazy part about the 40-year run is that it's going to be one of those things that it's all ever since the beginning of Turtles. They've been the people making Turtles toys. Regardless of anybody else making stuff. Playmates has been there since day one. And so for them to lose it, like, I had to go, wait, how did that happen? And I had to investigate and look into what happened here. So the thing that's interesting is that for Playmates, they estimated that at the end of 2024, Ninja Turtles represented 47% of their business, which was down 77% of their business the year prior, because they've been diversifying their portfolio more. That's a lot of their company on a license that just got let go.
Yeah, because they when Bandai lost Power Rangers, well, that was a big blow. They still have let's face it, other bigger IPs to go back on, the anime stuff. But like when they Turtles was like, let's face it, Playmates is Turtles. You can't like what
They did like it's funny in this press agreement or this press release. They're just like, don't worry, we still got Power Rangers, MonsterVerse, and Winx.
like
None of
what
those
did
are Turtles.
Wait,
What did
boy.
Playmates do before Turtles? Honestly,
They were
I
a
really
doll
didn't.
company.
Nothing.
They made
Literally
Sidewalk
nothing.
Chalk. Turtles was their first action
Okay.
figures.
Really?
They're a Hong Kong-based doll company that
Yeah.
got into action figures for Turtles because nobody else wanted Turtles.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So it's weird that they
No,
won't
they've
have it.
clung to it forever. Like it's
They've
the
had
most
to. It's
hilarious
the
thing
backbone
ever,
of their
because this is a
business,
horrible-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the funny part. This is like a horrible thing and a good thing for them at the same time. It's like it can either go two ways real fast, because
They're either
they
going to
start putting
reinvent their
actual
business
effort
or kill
into
it.
their other brands.
Sink or
Yeah.
swim.
Yeah. They have to do a lot
Because
now.
I've said this to Soundout ever since I've known him. Is the biggest crux of Playmates is they cheap out on stuff, and Soundout even knows this as a Turtles fan.
No,
They'll make a
that's
great
the
few
thing.
first waves, and then they stop after like a
No,
wave or two.
yeah, that's the thing about Playmates. Am I surprised they're losing the license? Yes, but also I'm not, because let's face it, ever since like the riot when
Let's be real, they've been
2012 ended,
phoning in Turtles for like 10 years now.
yeah, ever since 2012 ended, they've been really.
I mean, even
really
during 2012,
phoning it.
remember how that first wave was like, look at all these accessories, look at all this paint, and then like wave 3 was like, look at all this extra unpainted
Remember.
plastic.
Here's the thing about.
Remember,
Yeah.
Dog Pound being like 2 inches tall versus him being one of the biggest characters in the show.
No, so they did it scale and paint were never
Yeah.
like Playmates for real. But at least during the 2012 era, they were releasing new stuff for new different characters and all that stuff, and unique turtle variations. Ever since 2012 ended, they've been more lazier on the main line, and they've been relying so much on reusing old molds
and reissuing the 80s Turtles 100 times a year.
Yes, I think that's why I'm not surprised, because they've been really like where all the other companies have been evolving and reinventing themselves in the modern age. Playmates still kind of feel like they're stuck in the past, and
I feel like they finally evolved like late last year when they put out that remastered pack. Like I finally felt like, oh, they stepped up. It's like, oh, it's a little late to be doing that.
A little too late. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think Playmates. Like the Playmates suck at making collector stuff. Let's face it. Everything they try to do collector stuff, it never turns out good.
That's why they stopped, I
still
think.
yeah, but they're still good at making kids toys. I should say that.
Mhm.
Like I think they're still good at making kids toys, and I think that's why they still hold the Turtles license for so long, because they make great kids toys. But like I think you look at how they handle the other stuff, the other brands for the Turtles is more weird, because they'll put like effort in new molds and different like and villain variety and vehicles and such. But Turtles have been kind of like they almost feel like what
Sleepwalking.
Bandai with Power Sleepwalking, yeah.
They're like, it's Turtles, it'll sell. We don't have to put the effort in. Look at all these other companies that are sub-licensing through us. We'll talk about that in a moment.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it doesn't help. It doesn't help too either that a lot of Turtles fans and like a lot of Turtles fans that I know that are not you guys are those types of fans where for some reason they are like that really specific niche group of Power Rangers fans where they would just buy anything because it has the name on it, which is kind of weird to me. It's also like that weird niche group of He-Man fans that I first saw on the internet when I first got into it, because back in the day, Soundout can agree with me, He-Man was one of the probably the most toxic fandom, because they wanted every character that made no sense that would kill a line.
And the thing is that like, you know, so basically to sum it up, is it a bad thing that Playmates is losing the Turtles license? I think, you know, in terms of was Playmates doing a great job? No. But here's the problem that I think with them losing the license that's pointing to a bigger issue going on here. Because we need to answer the question, why did they lose the license? Well, the license was not renewed. And it's mentioned here.
Yeah, because I think some people don't realize that Playmates just have the master toy license. I think some people I won't be surprised that I can't blame
People keep thinking they own the brand.
Yeah, like because like no, Mattel owned Masters, Hasbro owned Transformers, and all that. No, I can't blame them because Playmates was involved with Turtles like making of because they were a
Yeah,
big part of making
but
the
they've always been a
characters.
licensor. They've never owned any part of the
Yeah,
brand.
because they were the most closest licensor of all time.
And they were the
Uh,
biggest funding of the shows, and so they would have influence over the shows at times. Like the
I'm
2003,
grabbing
yeah,
dinner.
one of the guys that wrote for the, I think it was one of the producers on 2003 was like, oh yeah, Playmates was kind of annoying because they kept going like, you got to put this toy in, you got to put this toy in. Fast
yep,
forward happened because they wanted new toys, right?
yep.
So there's some of that. This is the thing that's interesting. So, Playmates wrote in the press release that negotiations between the parties regarding the renewal of the license agreement have been ongoing since October 2025, which would have been after Skydance took over ownership of Paramount. But Playmates, what is this? Playmates International Company Limited has recently been formally notified by the licensor, Paramount, that the license agreement will not be renewed upon expiry on 31 December 2026. As a result, the rights of Playmates to sell the licensed product shall cease on 31 December 2026, while the right to dispose of inventories of licensed product will cease 90 days thereafter pursuant to the licensing agreement. What this is saying is that Paramount are basically, there was discussion since October. Between October and December, they went from we're renewing the contract to we're no longer renewing the contract. Through negotiations, essentially broke down, and Paramount is saying we're not going to renew your license. Now, guy who's been in fandoms a lot, formerly Toku Chris, now Deathy Chris on Twitter, who's got good inside information, so I'll bring this up, says, hearing that Viacom Paramount is asking ridiculous increases on all their licensing renewals with fees, royalties, and guarantees likely to cover their all-cash offer to buy WB. Now, I don't know about the
Uh-huh.
whole, covering the cash offer to buy WB, because WB, Paramount's been trying to do a hostile takeover bid of Warner Brothers, and the Warner Brothers
They're still
shareholders
doing
keep
it.
saying,
No.
we don't think your money is real, because it keeps coming from alternate sources, and so people are speculating a lot of moves Paramount's been making lately is to bump up their stuff to go, we need to have an all cash bid. Now, these negotiations have been going on since October, which is before Paramount was planning to buy Warner Brothers publicly, but word on the street is that Paramount's CEO has been wanting to buy Warner Brothers ever since they bought Paramount. Now, here's the thing. What can we do to back this up? Well, for one thing, this next news story, Nacelle had to announce we're not losing our Star Trek license because 3 to 4 Star Trek licensees pulled out, citing that the licensing cost has gone up for licensing Star Trek. Which Star Trek
I mean, that's
licensing cost was already damn high, and it went up higher. So, for example, one of the big staples of the Star Trek Vegas convention was they would have an art gallery of officially licensed Star Trek artwork, and it was an artist that did all these beautiful art pieces, and they sell them there, and they would pay for a license. They said, no, I could not renew the license with Paramount. They raised the price too high. There was a clothing company that dipped out. There was another apparel company that dipped out. Nacelle said they still got a license. I think Fansets, who makes the badges and pins, still says they have a license. I think Master Replica still has a license. But they all had to come out and confirm we're not losing our licenses because there's been a big wave of companies that work on Star Trek and have worked on Star Trek for years losing the license right before Star Trek's 60th anniversary, when a bunch of stuff should be coming out for it. But they're not going to be making anything for the 60th
that's
beyond what they already solicited because the price just went too high to sustain their business.
does Hyatt Toys have the license or no?
No idea, because they don't talk to anybody.
Yeah, so like I won't be surprised before the Cell might be the only company left to make the Star Trek merch. Honestly,
It's getting to that point where people are concerned, because if the price went up so high that the company that makes $600 jackets had to dip, how high was that licensing fee now? And if Playmates, as a company where 47% of their business was Ninja Turtles, said that's too high of a licensing cost, we're out, how high is that licensing cost? And now, who is going to pick that up?
like I'm not sure it's related, but like it does seem like a very Paramount thing. Also, is the Avatar animated movie that was meant to come out in theaters this year was moved to Paramount Plus
It
this
was.
year, which first I pissed I pissed every Avatar fan off, but also like I go like I'm thinking now hearing this, like, was that a cost saving measure for Paramount or something like that? That dude's like, or like the theaters not like, no, we're not gonna pay your prices to have this movie in our theaters or anything like that.
I think there's another reason for the Avatar decision, just like I think there's another reason why the Ninja Turtles brand is going into hibernation at Paramount with the animated stuff, and I'm not going to say either on the sake of the safety of the show.
Oh,
So, but I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want anybody coming after me for saying it.
is this a case of email allegedly can't save you?
I don't think allegedly can save me. I mean, I could. Here's the thing: I don't know what's in the Avatar movie. But I don't follow the Avatar Last Airbender franchise, but I do know people that have, and everybody was saying, wow, this feels like when Korra was dumped on Nick.com.
Uh,
Why was Korra dumped on
whoa,
Nick.com?
okay.
Not because of
Tax
ratings.
write-off. Tax write-off.
It wasn't a tax write-off. They still own the show.
All right.
Korra was dumped onto to Nick.com because it had a same-sex couple.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
And that was why they put it on there. Is there a possibility that the Avatar movie has, let's say, more progressive things than the current leadership of Paramount wants to follow, and they think, let's just dump it on Paramount Plus instead?
You might be right.
Because we were wondering, why did Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles get canceled, and why is the whole like animated side of Turtles kind of up in the air, even though they're still making that second movie? And then you kind of look at the comments made by the current leadership at Paramount, and then if you see the Ninja Turtle short that's playing in front of the SpongeBob movie, the Chrome Alone 2 Lost in New Jersey one,
it's very anti-AI, isn't it? Like,
it is
AI.
so insanely anti-AI that I wonder if that short is ever going to be seen again after it's done in theaters.
I see clips of that. That's
Yeah.
really, there's some funny bits in that short I've seen making fun of the AI stuff.
Because there's a lot of stuff about the decisions Paramount has been making. There's been a lot of decisions that CBS News has been making under Paramount's new Skydance leadership. And in no uncertain terms, you can start to draw lines and connect dots. It's not saying that those are the reasons those things happened, but you can say there's a reason why. There's got to be a difference between why Stephen Colbert's show was canceled, but South Park wasn't. And that's where you have to kind of look at this in a different sense, because when you deal with people who are so rich that they don't care about money besides their bottom line of their businesses, and you start to look at decisions that don't make financial sense, but then if you look look beyond what makes business sense and what makes sense as somebody who is so rich that money wouldn't offend them, but other things would, then you can kind of piece the picture together a little bit onto how things are going. As to why they raised all the licensing costs, there's one of two options there. One, like speculated, it could be because they are allegedly trying to make a bigger bid to Warner Brothers in money they actually have and not from outside interests. But they also might be raising the licensing costs because they feel that the previous leadership at Paramount was undervaluing things like Star Trek and Ninja Turtles, and they feel like they should be getting more money out of the licensing. That's not too weird. But that it could be either of those things. It could be both things. It could be neither things. My guess is that I would say they think that these franchises are worth more than they want. Is this a thing that Paramount is doing for Turtles specifically? I don't know. But what I do know is that Playmates losing the license now throws everybody else's license into contention, because everybody else who licensed Turtles licensed it through Playmates' master license. So anything you want from Turtles, get it this year. Because we don't know what... Whoever gets the master license next, maybe they don't want to have NECA, Super 7, McFarlane,
That's my fear
Mattel,
right there.
all have these other licenses. All these lines that we've been collecting could just go poof on January 1st, 2027.
That's literally my fear, because I like the NECA ones, and I'm like, I don't want to go away.
But I want to keep. I love my 2003 and 2012, but this is gonna be the case. Well, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna get as much as I can.
Yeah.
Feasibly,
Right?
Feasibly, that's gonna be the case then.
I bought some Turtles figures over the weekend because I was thinking about this news, and I was like, I should get some of these figures while they're available.
Yeah, because now that
yeah.
because before like this whole idea of the raising the price, a lot of people thought, maybe like Paramount wants to like Jack Pacific to have because the Sonic line was doing well and because they wanted Sonicify Turtles. But hearing this news, like, yeah, that makes more sense, honestly, if that's the case scenario.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to wait and see. But I legitimately do not know who can take on the Turtles license, because if it costs so much that Playmates was willing to let half their business walk out the door, does
Yeah,
Mattel and Hasbro don't have that kind of money? Hasbro
and
doesn't
like,
have the bandwidth anymore to take on another
yeah,
brand.
yeah, and even then, I don't think companies like Jack Pacific or
Spin
Spin
Master.
Master are big enough to deal with this license.
Yeah, because if the license cost is so high that a company is willing to let half their business for 40 years walk out the door, that is an insane licensing cost.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
kind of, this news became, I wonder what's gonna happen to Turtles in the future. To, oh god, Paramount's horrible still.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Because
Man.
I think that, Blade Runner said Mattel and Funko probably don't want it. I don't think they do. I think Hasbro's drowning right now. Hasbro's drowning in their licenses. Everything's in chaos over there because they keep firing people, right? They don't know what they can do. But Mattel keeps talking about, Mattel has very realistic business meetings where they're like, we're doing all right. Thanks for Barbie and Hot Wheels holding us up. But Master of the Universe, if that movie flops this year,
Goodbye, Masters.
goodbye Masters, which it probably will because it's got Jared Leto in it.
Uh,
So I literally don't know anybody that can take on the Ninja Turtles license, and there's a chance that Paramount's just going to let it sit while no one wants to pay them that money.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat first of Zelchuk. It doesn't really matter if doesn't get the license. It's more of the fact that like Paramount is a garbage company at this point now.
Also,
rather
Super
than
7's not going to get the Master Turtles license. They're not big enough.
I know, and like yeah, I see everybody going like Farland, Funko, and like I think
Funko's
again, I think
always 3 days away from bankruptcy if they make the wrong moves.
yeah, I think it's I
Funko.
think it's while we can speculate who can get the Master Toy license, I think it's more. I think the sadly the most important fact is wow, Paramount's awful. Is he more of a garbage company?
Paramount, in its current leadership, does not care about what history you have with the company. They do not care about your loyalty to them over the years. They care about what you'll do for them right now and in their current version.
Paramount. Yeah, we like course love to we like to trash on WB and Disney and all this stuff. But I think Paramount these last weeks honestly have really shown how scummy and like disgusting the
They are
companies
censoring
actually
60 Minutes right now, and it makes me really mad, and I want to talk about it, but this isn't that type of show. But I just want to say I'm really mad about how they're censoring 60 Minutes.
Yeah, it's legitimately like, man, I have like, is Disney, Netflix, WB, all these other companies good? No, but like, I don't think we have ever seen a real major company like Viacom, Paramount that actually pull legitimately like moves that make you go like, ew.
And adding
What?
to this, I also want to say that the thing that does make me the most nervous about Paramount over any of these other companies is that Paramount's current CEO is the son of the richest man in the world, and I don't like that much wealth being around, because that means that Paramount doesn't have to really worry about tainting their business because they have money in the family to take care of overages, and they can screw a lot of people over at that point. They could, like Disney, Disney. Bob Iger still got to do a good job. He's still got to keep the company making money. But if Paramount does a bad job and they're not making money, the people that's going to suffer is everybody that works for Paramount, not the leadership. Which normally it happens, but in an even more sense, if Paramount completely was to go bankrupt, the Ellison family's not going to feel anything from it because they have assets in other ventures.
Paramount,
The reason why
Paramount
they
is
own Paramount is because David Ellison wants to be in charge of a movie studio.
Paramount is the company where, like, God damn it, I really wish he didn't own these IPs I really, really, really like.
Yeah.
Company. It's like, God damn it, why do you have to sign movie rights?
It's going to be very interesting to see how things progress at this point. But we will see. I guess if we don't get any news out of Toy Fair that someone's picked up Turtles.
Yeah, the fact we don't have. Yeah, that's the thing. Usually when we got these news, usually we get who's getting the license. Like, Bandai has Power
Yep.
Bandai to Hasbro.
Mattel is taking
McFarlane.
DC from McFarlane and Spin Master, right? Yeah.
But we don't have anywhere who took TMNT. I think that shows you how kind of bad we're in. then with
Also,
the
probably how
Paramount.
last minute this was done too. With a lot of things at
Yeah.
Paramount lately, it's been very last minute. I would say, if we don't hear anything at Toy Fair, then we're in real trouble because that means nobody's picking it up, and that would be bad. That being said, switching from one Paramount license to another, Nacelle put out an announcement that they had, they've experienced unexpected manufacturing and transit quality problems. Some people got figures in the mail from Nacelle, and they had issues with joints and other things. It's actually a long article. I don't really want to read the whole thing. But the big thing here is that there's QC issues. Nacelle is pausing shipments so they can go back and fix these issues. They said it was something to do with the temperatures of when the plastic was made versus when it was shipped, and there's been some issues with that. And so they're pulling things back so they can fix it all and put everything out in a much better way. And that's the kind of quality control we never see with anybody else. And so I just wanted to be really grateful to the fact that they do that, because, and also communicating about it in a very deep, written, professional way. This isn't like Hasbro kind of ignoring the Omega Prime situation for like 3 weeks before we bugged them enough.
Yep.
Brian Volkweiss is doing his best to get these figures to be done the best. And he also said that for the people that got, the people that have gotten stuff that have bad, they're going to get replacements. And if they don't want them anymore, they can get refunds. Like, it's doing a very good job of taking care of customers here. And I'm very happy to see that. And also, yes, he has stated in he had made a whole video about, like, we're not losing the Star Trek license just because everybody else is. But, it does sound like, oh crap, the price went up. So I'm very glad that Nacelle's got transparency for us, because that's always a good time. So I just want to talk about that. And I'm still looking forward to getting mine. I have mine ordered at Big Bad, so I may be a little bit behind everybody else, but I'm still going to get them. I just got to wait a little bit. And that's fine. I got other videos to make that. I did, my comic shop was having a sale. I bought some Star Trek Diamond Select figures specifically to see how they scale with the Nacelle stuff, since they set.
They're gonna be the same scale.
Yeah. Also, my God, I gotta stop using Google Docs or something. It did it to me again with TFW links.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like,
When
why
I
is
saved the
multiple
news
on
earlier, right, when I looked at the document before the show and I saved it, they were all the individual links. But then for some reason, like the cloud update, then just put in like the same link 3 times, even though I had checked it before. And I'm like, it always happens, but it only happens with TFW. It doesn't happen with any other links. So I don't know what's up with that.
Google
All right.
doesn't like TFW?
Yeah, Google Docs just is like, no, we're going to revert you to an older time. All right, let's knock out these last few stories here so we can talk to Digimon. Let's go. All right, Missing Link Grimlock's coming soon. I'm excited. Dinobots. They should make all of them because they're so rare. All right.
I hope they come. I hope they come with a Microman pilot that clearly the original toy had.
That'd be fun.
Pilot.
Are they going to do 2
pilot
colors? Were the Dinobots different colors in Diaclone?
I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
Man, and I was watching those commercials back in the day too.
Oh yeah, I actually think they are the same colors. Yeah, that's right. They didn't have color changes. Yeah.
Double checking. Nope, same colors.
Cool. So they'll just be one set at that point. Maybe they'll do the G2 colors as the repaints, because they always do 2 colors of these. MPG's getting a hot rod.
I'm actually not sure, because Japan stuff doesn't usually do G2 stuff.
That's true. But every mold has been used twice. So
yeah.
Anyways, MPG hot rod. Hopefully he's better than last time.
Is that Kingdom Hot Rod? Is that because it looks like
no? Because Kingdom Hot Rod doesn't have the bicep swivel.
I have a bicep swivel.
He's got articulating fingers too.
It's
all its masterpiece.
No, Kingdom. No, is that Hot Rod or Rodimus?
It says Hot Rod.
Okay, because it looks like, because I was looking at it, and like it looks like the Kingdom mold because of the back, so you have the back feet and has the hollow bits and such like that. Because the Kingdom Hot Rod has finger articulation. I'm actually looking at him right now on my shelf. He has it. So maybe a slight retool of Kingdom Hot Rod, Rodimus maybe.
Maybe. He's got double jointed elbows with screws. So, anyways, Takara's doing a new Legends line called. Actually, I think it's just called New Legends, maybe.
Yeah, New Legends.
And there's a Lyo convoy that could be in one of 3 colors. It's either going to be red, yellow, or red, green, or black.
Is that the existing mold? Is that the existing mold of?
That would be the the one that finally came out, the car
Yeah.
redo. Yeah, it's the one. It's
Probably
the
gonna
new.
be. It's
Did
probably
this
gonna
ship
be.
yet for America?
I got charged from Pulse today, so
Okay, so that means
yeah,
that's what I was gonna ask. Is like, I was like, are we getting it yet? Because I'm getting real annoyed.
it's
Not
fine. I think it
much
finally is
even where
coming
it's
out.
at.
So yeah,
I think it's
Finally.
probably. I think it's probably gonna be like in all like green, probably for the whole like Matrix power charge of the
yeah.
movie.
Or it'll be the Black Lio convoy because that was a thing. So
Oh, yeah, because that was They haven't remold. They
yeah,
didn't repaint this version of the mold yet.
or it's
So it
all of
seems.
them, and they're just gonna do it as a rollout. All
Yeah.
right, and then we've got Masterpiece movie series next. Sideswipe both Dark of the Moon and Revenge of the Fallen versions, which
There's a difference. There's a
there is.
difference, right?
He was a hard top in Dark of the Moon, and he was a hard top in Revenge of the Fallen, and he was a convertible in Dark of the Moon.
All right. Yeah, he was.
And
Yeah,
then in Dark of the
that
Moon, he
a
had
few
guns,
minor,
and his head's
and
different.
then if I recall, they tweaked the head and they tweaked his arms a bit
Yeah.
in the two
I
films.
hope it's just one thing they can swap parts for
It
instead.
sounds like
better
it's going to
be.
be a parts former.
It better be, because it would be ridiculous to make two separate toys where there's like 10% difference. So, all right. And in case you want, Devastation Bumblebee and Transformers 1 Orion packs officially revealed by Takara, but not revealed by Hasbro. They're out in Hong Kong.
Yeah, but just wait, they're gonna shelf warm here in the States
Yep.
probably.
They'll probably also hit the States before they announce them at this rate. So,
Yep.
all right. Complete Selection Modification Axle Driver 2.0 got revealed, where it now actually comes with the trial memory and the booster. So it's actually a complete package this time, not just the Axle Driver plus the engine memory.
Didn't the original booster didn't have electronics? It wasn't just something you just stick on top of a memory, right?
Yeah, you just
Something
stuck it
like
on top, but this time it actually does have a light in it at least, and probably some extra
That's
sounds.
nice.
They're probably going to make a full-size engine blade with how popular Double is. Like, that just feels possible. And then, of course, we've got our weekly roundup of Figuarts news. There's only 3 that I actually care about talking about. There's a couple others that I was like, eh. I was like, let's just get to the... It was kind of let's get to the point on the Figuarts. So first of all, Kamen Rider Valen Frappe Custom and Sakuto Effect Part Set, which is basically Kamen Rider Valen Frappe Custom, who looks cool. He comes with effect parts for the giant chocolate letters, which I think is awesome. It's chocolates.
Chocolate not edible.
He also does come with both guns, which is nice, because that doesn't always happen with these. They're like, well, we made that gun in another thing, just use it from that. But it actually includes both guns this time. So he's actually a fully featured figure for 10,450 yen.
I was say that's rare for Rider figures nowadays, from what I understand.
Yep, all in one package. Any final thoughts on Frappe?
Don't eat the chocolate.
Oh,
I want to eat the chocolate.
You want to eat some?
All right, time to explain things. We've got the Shinkocho Seiho. This isn't Kuga, it's Agito. So for the Agito 25th anniversary, they're doing the same thing they did for Kuga, where they're doing an exhibition, and this is the exclusive for the exhibition. And it's Agito in red, because there was this mural in Agito that's like in the opening credits, and it had like an image of a Kamen Rider down there. And for years, everyone thought it was Kuga. And even when we got a closer look at it, it's like, okay, well, it kind of looks like Kuga through this weird art style. But the way that that Bandai is promoting it is that it actually wasn't Kuga. It's just Agito in red.
Was this like a look? Because I know Agito is a Kuga sequel, but like a loose sequel, right?
It was supposed to be a Kuga sequel originally, and then they just kind of gave up on that like pretty immediately.
Yeah, I imagine it's like leftovers where it was a full-on Kuga sequel.
The rumor about it was they were like already starting to film or getting primary filming started, and then they realized they couldn't get a hold of like Ichijo's actor, and they had to go and recast him for G3 and rewrite the show.
Because there's like dialogue in the first couple episodes of Agito where they're referencing like unidentified life form number 4, and they mention like stuff happening before, and so this is like, I feel like it was supposed to be Kuga, but now they're to kind of going with this retcon of like it was Agito, but he was red, and
to make it, it's kind of those kind of interesting things. It's kind of like, like it's one of those like it makes you go like, I want to see in the world where Kuga, like if Agito was like fully the Kuga was meant to be. It had all
Read
the
Inoue's Kuga manga.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, you don't have to worry about actors for that one.
Yep. So 14,000
Dun,
yen, but it's
dun, dun,
only
dun.
available at the exhibit. So yeah.
Whatever. It reminds me, not the same
Who's
thing, but
exhibit
like
for us? Who's going? Which one of us is going?
None of us.
House.
Exactly.
House will just walk there.
All right.
It'll be like Buddy. It's like Buddy and Elf going from the North Pole to New York.
Cows can do it. I have reasons I don't currently want to leave the country, but I'll talk about that at a different time to people who are not live.
It's funny you say that, because I feel like everyone wants to leave the country. Right
yeah.
now.
The thing is because it's not deep lore, but I was born in Iceland, because my dad was military. And so I don't really want to go through customs the way things currently are. It's like one of those, I could probably leave. It's just, could I get back? So
Yeah.
I kind of I just don't think I want to poke that bear.
I
just imagine like we go out, we all go on a group trip, and the joke is Soundout just comes back in through the luggage and he just rolls out like, oh my god, there's any air holes? I gave you a straw through the
He's
zipper.
like Gilmon in the Battle
In
of
the Battle of
Adventure.
Adventures into the giant suitcase. Yeah. No, totally. But anyways, Agito exhibit. But the best news of the week, SH Figure Arts Boa Hancock Marineford edition is retail.
It's funny how I unintentionally got a Boa Hancock figure this past week.
Did you almost get like the Mega House one or a statue?
No. What happened was I bought a third-party figure, and they're already making add-on kits that came as a pre-order bonus, and it's a Boa Hancock head and like Boa Hancock parts for a custom figure, where it's just base body for you to use from customs.
Okay.
And, like, here's a Boa Hancock third-party kit that's coming out, and I was like, I guess I got a Boa Hancock now.
Well, it's interesting because the third party, like, I know about the Dragon Ball third party stuff, but I don't really see much about One Piece third party stuff.
Because like the stuff we also got, like it's like a generic like woman body, right? And then you can get parts to make it.
I got these like naked like bodies because like Fury Toys is making men and female figures.
Yeah, I want to pre-order those because those are just like handy artistic figures, honestly, for me. Like I can use them
I've been buying them for like customs, and the irony was they were like, here's some Boa Hancock parts, and I was like, I'm not gonna say no.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Just don't tell anybody.
I'm not gonna say no.
So Ryan, what's the phrase the kids would say? They cooked with this one.
Yeah, because I
love the quick yeah.
Sound out. Act your actual age. You're more in line to actually not say the kids. Come on.
I'm 30. Okay, I crossed the 30 threshold. I can now say the kids.
First off, they actually
because that was so unk of you. Sound.
I don't know what that means. Anyway,
you know what's the most shocking thing about this figure? She has double joint elbows and knees.
Yes, and her dress is posable.
Like, is that supposed to? Because I was wondering about it. Like, how are they gonna handle that dress?
Yeah, the way it looks.
I was hoping it wouldn't be just solid.
It's not solid because there's this one shot where she's got the legs in both directions, and also she comes with effect parts. Like this is like everything I've ever wanted Bandai to do with like everybody. Multiple faces, multiple hair options, Luffy face. She can do the neck back thing because they gave her articulating hair and a torso that actually moves.
I do hope she can bend because doesn't she like bend really back when she does that pose?
Yeah.
I hope she can really arc back like very far.
She looks amazing, and she's not P Bandai. She's full retail, which is nice because badass.
Which is nice.
You do know if they would have made this P Bandai, the Japanese fans would have rioted.
The American fans would have rioted too.
Everyone would riot because like. Is she like I mean, just judging from everything I've seen, isn't she like one I won't say the most popular One Piece female, but like it's the one.
She's
the top. She's in the top 3. It's like her, Nami, and Robin.
I mean, she gets into all the video games. She gets into the crossover games instead of those two.
Yeah.
Pretty much what ends up happening was Boa Hancock one day just showed up. Everyone said she's best bitch.
I mean,
there was a good moment where she just showed up.
Isn't that her whole deal?
Yeah,
her
whole team is she's that bitch.
She is that. She's 100% that bitch. She's the queen bitch. She will eat the rich, and she will kill you easily if you piss her off. I am so happy about this. Now, I did predict that I felt like we were going to be doing like one Marineford, one pre-time skip, back and forth. Because I think, what wasn't the last one that got announced? Chopper?
Yeah, Chopper was the last one announced.
Yeah, so I think I'm right that it's going to be like
And I think
bouncing.
since the anime's on break, I'm not surprised they want to focus on the pre-time skip. I'm surprised you don't have you know what I'm surprised they haven't announced yet because it's
Yeah,
like super
see,
popular
we
right now.
did Marineford, pre-time skip. Before that, what was it? Marineford, Marco. And then before that, well, I guess they did 2 Marinefords in a row. But yeah, ignoring Luffy. They did a Marineford, then they did a pre-time skip, now they did Marineford. So I imagine the next pre-time skip's going to come next, right? And then Crocodile's probably the next Marineford.
You know what?
Guess.
You know what? I'm not surprised they haven't announced yet because I don't think we're gonna get any more current stuff into the show comes back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, since they already made the figure of her. I'm sorry you don't have. Was it Gear 5 Bonnie? Is that the newest one right now?
Gear 5 Bonnie, I wonder, because like it was funny because Bam Presto accidentally spoiled it for the anime people because they actually put up their statue for pre-order.
Whoops.
Oh right, Mutek, I forgot about Ace. Ace might it's either Ace or Crocodile next. But yeah, the Gear 5 Bonnie, I feel like it was cool. They put they patched her into Pirate Warriors. I don't know if you saw that. They actually added her.
I saw that.
I think the only reason they didn't jump at her immediately is because I think she's going to require a lot more new parts than it looks on the surface.
Because I think like the only thing they could probably reuse is the Cloud, right?
Yeah, and then I think she'd have to have a whole new body and stuff. So that's probably why they didn't jump to that immediately. But I'm excited about Boa Hancock because she's retail. It makes me happy.
I would say this is more of a problem with the Toei animation.
Hey, look, it'll
Toei
be
arts.
a One Piece figure I might actually own since
Yeah.
Oda draws the
I
bitches right.
I would
He knows
say
his waifus.
I would say this is probably more the problem with the Toei anime art style, but like, man, as a young kid, I always or young kid, a teen, you know, I always get trying to get Robin and Boa Hancock confused because they look too damn similar in the anime.
Because Robin used to have that tan, and Robin's nose used to be longer pre-time skip. They shortened her nose, which bugs me because Oda still draws her with the longer nose in the post-time skip manga, but Toei's same face syndrome. Also, Oda does have a bit of a same face syndrome. Let's be real.
He does, but like not as bad as the Toei.
Not as bad as Toei. Not at all. Yeah, Toei's probably like, man, we wish this thing was CG animated so we could be reusing models.
Yeah, because man, like before the animation bump, like almost all the girls have the same body practically.
Yep.
Yeah, their waist is how should I explain this?
A stick.
Their waist is so thin.
You wonder why their organs haven't exploded yet.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say their waist is so thin. Mickey cut it.
Yeah.
Can we get to Digimon?
Now we can get to Digimon. Now that we talked about the
current
current state of the real world, let's talk about the digital world.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? We're gonna talk about the One Piece body figures when we get to Hunters, because man, we'll save the Hunter stuff because man.
So what we're gonna be doing here is we have Ryan made this, by the way. Shout outs to Ryan. This is every Digimon protagonist with a partner Digimon.
With some asterisk.
With some asterisk. And
damn, Ryan's over here saying, let's just kill Takuya over here.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting them onto this ranking of Mega Ultimate Champion Rookie Dark Ocean. Do you also want like a Quartzmon Void for all the Hunters people, or should we get there?
No, from the Dark Ocean. The Dark Ocean's the piss area.
So we're going to be doing this, and some of these will be a little surface level on because like I feel like we don't need to type deep on Tai. Because I think we all know.
First off, thanks to your maker for cutting off the one part of the 1999. So
they're just on Galaxy Express. They're just on Galaxy Express, okay?
Yeah, so I said the way I said
it. Oh man, Leiji Matsumoto's Digimon.
How I did this, the way I did this is in terms of especially the Adventure cast. How I categorize them because I feel like this is how they kind of written the stuff, the modern stuff. So. The 1999 Adventure cast represents the original Adventure anime and their appearance in 02, released for the main kids. The TK and Kairi had their own separate 02 versions. but they will cover the original anime, but also Kizuna, because I feel like Kizuna is more closer to original adventure versions of their characteristics than say Try, which is why Try is a separate version of them.
God,
Because
I love Burn Try.
yeah,
Yes.
that's why I want to make them separate, because their characters in Try are so different that like I
They
feel like
feel like
separating them.
different people.
I'm Joe, and I regress to being a bitch again,
Well,
and I'm a
don't worry,
coward, and I'm a
We'll get there.
We'll
Save
get there.
save the energy. Save the energy. We need it for
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
Yep. So did that. We sound discuss. I was wondering, like, do we include like the frontier evil spirits? Because
And
like,
I consider the evil spirits on the same level as the biohybrids and the asshole kids from Hunters. So
mhm.
yeah.
So yeah, let's go. Yeah, and again, and also specifically, this is all anime stuff. No video games, no manga. This is
Yeah.
all anime canon for this one.
So
Here.
on that note, what do we feel about Ty?
He's a good basic. I
I'm
feel like
gonna
he's
give
a
him an
good.
ultimate because that man does do
Yeah, he's
hype
an
moments in
ultimate.
Aura. He does hype
Yeah.
moments in Aura, but he's not
Yeah.
that deep of a character, right?
Yeah, he's that
Really
good old
isn't.
protagonist boy.
I would say when he becomes a more character kind of person, it's in Adventure 02 where he's more
Exactly. It's what he's more. Yeah, exactly.
seasoned. But even then, most of the spotlight is stolen by Izzy and Joe.
So I really like Yamato, and I kind of want to put him in Mega because I think he carries a lot of baggage.
Maybe
I
after maybe
I
I think
actually think he's ultimate because his baggage is only if you watch it in Japanese. In the dub, he's not as heavy. He's kind of a bland
I
ass
would say
character.
after experiencing Kiriha,
point,
I
yeah.
appreciate Matt more for not being the usual rival character.
Can I say that
Like,
because he plays music, I want to put him higher?
No.
he has
I'll
that
put him in
voice
ultimate.
right?
I'll put him in ultimate. It doesn't have to be higher than that.
Because remember, he's kind of a bland character unless
yeah.
you watch it subbed.
Guys, I love
He's
Sora, but I also
I'll be
hate
back.
Sora.
She
Oh, I
gets
hate her
benched.
too.
She
She's
gets benched so much. She
Put her
gets
down.
benched.
Champion or rookie.
She's champion. 'Cause I do
Venture.
like her character, but
Did
she
Cal
gets
say
benched.
slow down? Are we going fast?
Sorry.
I said I'll be back and
Oh.
and put Sora in champion
Okay.
or
Yeah,
or
I'd
he
say-
said
really
put
want
her
to please
down.
me rookie.
He said put her down. He said bench
Yeah, I
her.
said put her down.
I feel like I want to put her in rookie because she's potential woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, meet
that's
potential,
but-
meet
I mean, can we say
potential
that about- I can
Digimon
say
trainer.
that-
I
I can
technically
say
want
that
to
a
put
lot
Matt.
about-
I technically want to put Matt lower because he's also a horrible friend.
But he has reasons to be a horrible friend. Sora's like the problem I have with Sora is that I like the character. I like her character. Why is she always the mom? Why do they keep making her the mom? And then that makes her just naggy and boring, and she doesn't get anything cool to do. Like she never gets to do. Like name a cool Sora moment.
And Bergermon
I'll
and
name you one.
Grudamon first appeared. That's
When she
That's
when she
it.
broke Ty's heart.
Again, did she even break Ty's heart? That happened off screen.
Guy, I love it. Reggie more much showed up. If you
Happened
the
on
writers,
screen too in
if you
Zero
the
Two,
writers
when
forgot
he
about
found out
her,
she
it's like,
was
oh yeah,
getting married.
Sora. We should put her in this movie in Reggie Bormon.
Yeah, and then also like it's like I feel like she was always on the cusp of really getting great, and then she ultimately just ends up becoming a trophy for Matt and Ty.
Yeah, no, that's the problem with her. And does it help that she got benched in Kizuna?
All right, if we put Izzy in Mega, is anyone going to argue it?
No.
No, you
No,
put
he's
Uncle,
the GOAT.
You put Uncle Jeffrey's partner Mona Marshall at the top. You put Uncle Jeffrey's
Izzy's such a
at the top.
Izzy's
Yes.
such a like he's like the glue that holds the whole adventure continuity together, pretty much.
He literally is. He is one of the major pieces you need. Just like the next guy we're going to talk about, the GOAT.
Joe is
The
also the
GOAT.
GOAT. Because if we ignore
Joe's
Try, he's the GOAT.
Joe's the only thing
The
holding the whole.
GOAT.
Joe's the only person to hold the whole team together to get adventure.
Those
Like,
kids would have been dead by
Oh.
episode 12 without him.
Remember that whole time when like there was the whole thing with Summerimon. They're like, yo, we need to go get somebody. And Joe's like, oh hey, guess what? I don't have any classes today at my charter school. So guess who's coming to save y'all? It's Joe!
I just
It's
remember
Joe.
I just remember the episode where Digitamon endorsed child labor with Matt and him.
Yes.
Yes.
Like here's the thing. I remember when season 1 was airing, I couldn't stand Joe up until Zudomon's debut. Like when Zudomon debuted,
Mhm.
Joe was like, "I'm hard now. I'm Joe now." I'm like, "Yo, I'm starting to like this guy." And then he grew his hair out, got taller, and
Oh,
was
him,
like,
Joe
"I'm
and
the
Zero
leader."
Two is so good.
It was such a.
He's
It's
the
been a while
leader.
since seen
There's even
two,
a
but
part where isn't there a part in the sub where Ty even says, "You're now a better leader than I was," or some bullshit like that?
Yeah.
Or am I misremembering?
No,
it?
I think that had happened in Zero Two, where like Ty was looking at like Joe had like all the new kids corralled together really well, and they were on mission, and Ty was just like, "Doing a much better job than me."
I love how Joe, because he was the oldest one of the bunch, finally like actually was the right guy. Like oh my
Yeah.
god, that was great.
Guys, I got a question with Mimi. How much do I put Felice Spencer's performance of Felice Sampler's performance of Mimi into this ranking?
So much.
I put her in
Mimi-
champion. Put her in
I-
champion.
I gotta
I
put her in
like
champion
Mimi.
because I feel like in Japanese she's a rookie, but in dub she's an ultimate because of just Felice Sampler's Mimi is just
She adds so
Yeah.
much to the character.
Oh my
and,
god,
like,
she's
makes you love
hilarious.
yeah. I also really like Mimi's growth.
I used to
throughout the
hate her
whole-
annoying ass voice, but then I liked her bitch attitude. You know.
I kind of want to move. I kind of want to move her up to ultimate actually because I think Mimi does have a really great arc, right?
I really appreciate her growth throughout the series, especially 02, where you can really see how much she's grown. And I
Oh,
really
yeah, where
like her
she's actually
friendship.
not an idiot.
Yeah.
and I really like her friendship with Yoli, essentially. I really like, and also like I actually do like the little like ship teases with her and Izzy and like Reggie
Mhm.
Diabormon. And I kind of like they brought that back a little bit in like Try and Kizna and stuff like that. I did really like
Good
that
thing
a lot.
Try did.
Yeah.
TK is my
Try.
goat, guys. TK is going to be in Mega for the rest of time, because that's
for me,
my dude right
I
there.
would put Kid TK. Like to me, I put Kid TK Ultimate 02 TK as the mega.
Can we? Yeah, honestly, I agree. Can we put that compromise? Can we have that compromise? Because I like TK.
I think we can do that. I think that's allowed
02. Yeah, 02 is when he becomes.
because I'm putting Kid Kari in rookie.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Kari
she's
doesn't really
bad.
do.
She's
yeah,
bad because her entire gimmick is just the Deus Ex Machina, and then it's over after Myotismon.
I really like I like the Gatomon story with her, but I like that for Gatomon's side, not really much on Kari's side.
Yeah.
And such like that.
All right, Davis is a mega, and I'll tell you why.
He's a goat.
No.
He's such a good boy.
The reason why Davis is a mega is because we're including the movies,
Zero
right?
Two.
Evolution,
Yeah,
yeah.
include the-
You got 02,
the-
you got the movies. All right, Davis is the guy. Like, you know, Ty gets told you're going to lose your bond with your Digimon, and he becomes a nervous wreck and has a complete shutdown and doesn't do anything right. Davis gets told you can lose your bond with your Digimon, and he's like, well, if we
Bullshit.
got
Like,
5 minutes left together, we're going to enjoy those 5 minutes together.
Mhm.
Like, this guy's got the optimism that literally just broke all the rules of, like, you're going to lose your Digimon bond. He's just like, no, you aren't. Like, I'm still friends with my Digimon.
It's funny too. It's funny too because like I'm mixed on Davis, even though I interviewed Brian Donovan, because like Davis is cool, he's hyperactive, but the problem is he's too annoying as hyperactive.
That's part of it's the dub. He's not as annoying in the sub, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But I think just the way that you get to the end of Davis's arc, where he's just like, I'm gonna make noodles, and Veemon's gonna stick with me, and screw your rules, I'm not breaking my bond. It's just,
Also,
so good.
I just feel like Davis' relationship with Veemon is just stronger than Tai and Agumon, honestly.
I think all the
really
02
are.
kids
and
have
also
stronger bonds with their Digimon. And I think that's why the bonds
Yeah,
didn't break.
you
'Cause they
also-
legitimately had stronger bonds.
You know what's interesting too is the Digimon there, and this is gonna sound weird. Digimon in 02 also never felt like they were 100% foils to their partner. Like
Yeah.
this is like the idea is that they're like a foil to like, you know, show you your bad side or the side of you that like you need to work on. Like, you know, like Gabumon's always like super polite because Matt's a douchebag. Agumon is kind of like idiotic
the
child
Digimon and
because Ty's
the
got a
humans
stick
were
up his
more opposites, whereas in 02 they were more like two sides of the same
Cell.
coin. Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah,
actually,
brain
no.
cell.
No, wait. No, like, the actual thing with Davis is Davis and Veemon are two of a kind, but Yoli and Hawkmon aren't 100% alike. At least maybe dub-wise. Hawkmon kind of pulls a Gabumon with Yoli, because Yoli's always also an
But
idiot.
Yolene and
But then
Hawkman just have a fun relationship. I would say that they're like they really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah,
confrontational. Like the way that Gabumon's constantly like, Matt, chill.
It's like Matt, calm down.
Whereas like Hawkmon's just like, Yo Lee, focus, get your ADHD in check, come on. Speaking of Yo Lee, I'm gonna put her in Ultimate.
Yeah, no, I love
I love
Yoli.
her.
He's my
I found her to
favorite.
be annoying.
I
Who am
found her to be
most
annoying at
actually
first, but
hate?
it was once the series progresses, she starts to really step up.
Also, I really love her in the Keys in the Last Evolution movie.
What I'm
She's like,
assuming it's that movie. It makes her better because like I couldn't stand
I feel
her.
like she's what Sora. I feel like she's what Sora was like. How like Sora was the team on, but I feel like she was that, but better.
I feel like
Better.
Revenge of Diaboromon. I think even Hurricane Touchdown, Revenge of Diaboromon. All the movie appearances of Yoli, she's just like without
Yeah,
her, they're
she's
all
so
falling
great.
apart, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yoli's also the reason though Diaboromon got out of the digital world or the internet.
Look, nobody's perfect.
So I'd put her to champion.
Yep.
I'd put her to champion.
I'm putting Cody in Rookie because my God, what was he?
I hate him. He's also
He's-
annoying.
I want to
He's
like
just
him,
there.
but he's just
there.
there's a reason
You ever
why I
wanna
keep
beat a kid with a
saying
stick?
it should have been Anjumon and Stingmon fusing instead, but then that would have left Davis with nobody. But anyways,
He would have got Yulforce Vidramon.
TK Mega 02
Goat,
TK
the goat.
is Mega because he is the goat.
The goat.
Damn,
Remember,
bucket hat
he
wearing
somehow got
badass
super
dude.
Remember, he got super PTSD because of Devamon that one time, and he just
Yep.
decided to beat
Yep.
up Ken
Dick,
Nishijou.
dick,
He's
beat
like,
up
let's
dick
go.
in the face.
Like-
I do love that he still has like a grudge against Ken when he joined the team.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm glad that
yeah,
wasn't resolved immediately. And I was just like, this should have ended with
Also,
you two
don't
having a
forget-
jug rest. But
don't
yeah,
And my favorite part that me and Sada always bring up is the part where he was so pissed and so angry at War Greymon for being an abomination of existence and such a destructive force that he literally somehow bypassed the Zulamong's bullshit and was like, Angemon, Digivolve again! And then Angemon was just like, bet! And all of a sudden he was just like, Angemon, Digivolve to Magna Angemon. And then
Exactly.
Magna Angemon's just like, hey, I'll kill you.
the
And War
power
Greymon's
of being
"Wait,
petty
an
and
actual
unbothered
threat?"
made him ultimate again. Kari, I'm gonna
I think what would have been crazy. What would have been crazy
Yeah.
though if they wanted to pull, because Hurricane Touchdown came out, if they wanted to be real ballsy, bring out Serafimon. If they wanted to be real ballsy.
Yeah. Where do we put 02 Kari? Because I feel like,
she's every
Okay,
improvement. She's every improvement from her Avengers.
but how much of an improvement?
At least a champion.
I'm gonna say she's a champion because the thing is, Kyrie at least has a character now. They do tend to put her in the background quite a bit, make her just like.
Part of the
some
problem
kind
was
of
because I think
character,
Gatomon's
but at
evolutions were so locked up that she couldn't have those big
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, at least.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, I think Kyrie, you can tell they wanted to do a lot of stuff with Kyrie, but they kept like Superman.
that whole weirdness with the dark ocean
Yeah.
and everything like that, man. And I mean that's good to try stuff, but that was weird. I think also it doesn't help that Yoli's such a brash and brace personality that
Yes.
Kari does kind of fall behind and such like that.
Mhm.
It's as a kid I used to like Kari more than Yoli, but now it's the opposite now, where I like Yoli much more than Kari.
Dark.
I like Yoli when I finally see
Digimon
that 02 movie.
Yeah.
Digimon Emperor. So we're great. Digimon Emperor as a villain here. Like, how does he rank as a villain?
Honestly, I kind of
I
want
would
to.
say Ultimate.
I'm gonna go champion, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because as a villain, you could tell he was a scared kid trapped trying to break out, and I think it made him an interesting character. But I don't think he was as threatening as a villain as he necessarily could have been, because you know that there's something more going on with him. He's pretty evil, but he's not like unstoppable evil, right?
Now Ken himself.
Now Ken himself is an mega, because my God, that is a character arc.
It's weird. It's weird. I actually think he's an Ultimate because he's just too stoic at times.
I think it works because he realizes what he's done, so he's stoic and he's trying to act unemotional when he's actually like incredibly emotional, and he's like.
I also appreciate the ship teases with him and Davis in Last Evolution. Them joking with that.
Oh, in the beginning, you do stop flirting and start fighting the Digimon. No, I think Ken has an incredible arc, and I think a lot of his stuff is also understated, which I think is very unusual for a kid's anime. Is to have a character that's more subtle like that, and so I think he's also. I'm gonna give him hype moments points. Veloquent says, "What metric are we ranking here? How we feel, and then it's just
Yep.
best to worst." I like
Also,
Willis.
I like Willis also. I think I'm really glad we had those
I think he's a
redubs now.
champion.
I
think
think
he's a
those if
champion.
we were going, I think those if we didn't have the redubs, he would have gotten rookie. But I think having the redubs that actually translated Turkey touchdown and actually showed Wills' character. I really makes me glad.
He
'Cause I
carries
really
a lot
like,
of trauma for someone that doesn't turn evil, and I gotta appreciate that.
yeah, and I really like his relationship with Terriamon. That's what you really like the most. When he calls his mom. It's really sweet, and I really think like he's a good lad. I like him. Yeah, he's one of those like
He's always been a good lad. It's just like I think it's just like he's just got one appearance that sucks. It's
yeah,
just like
it's one that I really wish
and
he
all
was
the
in
other
the show.
appearances were audio dramas.
Yeah, it's one that I really wish he was full. I wish he joined the main crew, honestly, because I think he honestly fits very well with the 02 cast very well.
Veloquence, we don't hate Cody. We just don't like him that much. Dark Ocean is where we put the people we hate.
Yeah. Yep.
Oikawa, I'm going to give Oikawa a rookie because I think that his storyline is very emotional and it's very integral to it. But I feel like
no, put him in champion.
Does he do a champion? I feel like he was undercooked still.
No, you don't know why. No. He is undercooked, but he's cooked more than Cody as a rookie. Because here's the reason why.
Fair. God, Cody's going to become a barometer, isn't he?
No, he's a barometer. He and Sora are barometers because Orikawa's whole entire story was him and Cody's dad discovered the existence of Digimon. Were made fun of. Cody's dad dies as a cop. Orikawa was seen as like this super like Chunibrio weirdo, so like frickin' shut-in, and loses his best friend. Literally becomes a weird sociopath trying to like rewrite the world. Gets possessed by Otismon to destroy the world and become a evil leader. Only to find out that like had he just gone to Cody's family and talked about getting over loss, him and Cody and Cody's grandfather could have been like actual friends and other stuff, and he probably would have gotten his Digimon sooner.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much Orikawa was unintentionally the basis for Jerry, but if Jerry was cool
we'll get to her. Hey, Louis,
I'm gonna put Louis in champion as well for similar reasons. I think his storyline's interesting.
I really like his story. He's a higher champion for me. I think.
I don't want to rank in the tiers, or we'll be here all day. But
okay, okay.
Just know we appreciate him. I think he's if he had more appearances, he could go up a little bit higher. I think, but I think from that one movie, I think he's really solid. Oh, Takato.
Takato's rookie. I don't get Takato's boring.
I want to throw I find Takato to be charming in the way I find Guilmon charming, but my god, that kid is an idiot.
But my problem with Takato is he doesn't grow. Like his whole thing is he wants to protect Guilmon.
Forcing his Digimon into a evil form, into a murder spree, did not change him whatsoever as a character, and I kind of want to toss him in the Dark Ocean for it.
I don't think he's like Dark Ocean for like people I despise characters. I think we despise. Like Takato, it's just he's like I dislike.
I like Takato when he's like fighting, but I think it's because of Guilmon. I think I like Guilmon a lot. I just don't like Takato that much.
Yeah, that's the essentially when all three got their bio merges back in the real world. We have Henry and Rika going like, oh look how much I've grown. Throughout the whole show,
Takato's like I had bread.
Takato's like I have to save Jerry in the world. Like, of course you want to do that. That's you're always gonna do that. That's not.
He is kind of a selfish bitch, isn't he?
Guys, I'm gonna say a really really bad thing for some people. Geki Red. He's literally just Geki Red. He's a bland effing character.
Geki Red has a personality at the very least. He's a wild boy. Takato has nothing. Like I think because I think with Takato.
Shall we move on to what makes the next characters great? Because I feel like we could be on the Takato train all day.
Henry's the real protagonist to me. He's the actual
Mega.
Because it's the fact that we're not ranking like the side characters, but like his father is like the key character of the story of Tamers.
Let's just talk about how Henry's a smart kid who goes through character growth, gives the team strategy, and I like him a lot.
Yeah, no,
I forget he also deals with an adorable sociopath.
Yeah, we'll get to her.
He was all fearful is because because Terriermon was a sociopath.
I'm gonna put Rika in Ultimate because I think she has a great arc, but I don't think
Yes.
it fully gets to Omega status.
She doesn't go
but-
anywhere.
No,
She doesn't go anywhere.
But she does
The
do it. She has a
problem-
great arc. I think she has a great arc. Her
Yeah,
heart
yeah,
T-shirt
yeah.
goes from being cracked to full.
Yes.
Yeah, Rika,
No,
I
no,
think
no,
has
no,
a strong.
you're
And then you
correct,
add
but she
then you
still
add the
doesn't get the
Locomon
full
movie,
run-
and you
yeah.
realize it's like a full circle thing.
I agree. I agree with Rika Ultra because the problem with Rika is the early half was rough with her because she goes in a circle of trusting Renamon then not trusting Renamon. It's just full like he's going around in circles until they get their ultimates. That's my problem with Rika's character in the early half of the show. She doesn't
Yeah.
grow.
Her character is what's his face with Gekomon just recently, because Jerry hated how they did like 2 or 3 episodes of Gekomon pissing off Main Boy and Beat Break.
We'll talk about Tomorrow because I'll say.
No, I'm just saying.
with
No,
that.
I'm saying you're bringing up an actual issue. You are making a good. I'm seeing parallels there with why Jerry did not like.
I would say, yeah, we'll get to Tomorrow when we get to the end of this, but I feel like Tomorrow's a better version of Rika because it's
Yes, you're
shorter.
correct.
Once again, it's shorter because it's now it's the at least.
I'm adding a row, by the way, guys, because
really?
I need to add a row. Industry plants.
So
Thank you.
the problem,
Thank you.
And then we toss Rio there because I can't put him in dark. I can't hate something that's nothing.
The problem with
Yes.
Rio is it's a cool idea of bringing a character from the games into the anime, but the problem is you're trapped in a circle because you cannot explain Rio's story because that's a lot of backstory to the one because the Rio's actual story about
He
him,
does not
Ultraman-
contribute anything to Tamers.
Yeah, that's the problem because I think Rio as a character is fine if you put the concept of Wonder Swan, but you could put in concept of Tamers. Yeah, no, he doesn't add
If
nothing.
you watch that show and don't know like that this kid is
Anything
from
about
a whole
the Wonder
series
Swan
of games,
yeah.
you're just like, so he's just here to bring Justimon to battle? Like, there's no other reason
Yeah.
for him to like. Everybody gets a cool moment in Runaway Locomon, and Rio just shows up.
Yeah, because again, the idea of having a multimedia like a character from the video game appear in the anime is a cool idea, but like I didn't care like Mirai from the recent story games makes more sense to appear in like say Beat Break because there's you can because she has her own story. You could she's a fellow room attendee. You don't need to add any. She's just a mysterious cool woman that like hints at a greater.
The problem with
multiverse or
Rio
whatever
is
like
he's the
that.
4th guy that gets a Mega, and you don't understand why when watching the show. Because he just shows up, and then he's like, I'm cool, look at me do stuff, and it's like, yeah, but like, who are you?
Yeah, and they don't
Remember
want to waste
in
time.
the show. Remember the only backstory in the show for Rio is just he's the current world champion of the card game in real life and beat Rika.
Yeah,
because I think there is a good story for Rio if you know his story with the Wonder Swan. But you had to like, but the problem is
you have to seek it out. None of it is in the actual
Yeah.
show itself.
Yeah, and that's the problem with Rio. Like that's the problem with Rio as a character, and at least in terms of Tamers is
It
cool
sounded
idea.
jokingly.
It's-
Can you move the row of industry plant above Dark Ocean because that means he's not horrible?
No, because I think I can't rank something above anything when the thing is nothing. That's what industry plant is
guess so.
for. He's nothing. That's why
Guess
he's just
so.
got to be his own category.
Again, yeah, Rio again, cool idea. Really horribly managed. I think they really. It's a cool idea.
So,
But nah.
all right, Jerry Matsumoto, the freaking problem with Tamers in a nutshell.
I think she's a champion or a rookie. But most of the day I say Dark Ocean.
I'm gonna put her in rookie.
Jerry's story, I think, is not a bad story at all. I just think they really need to foreshadow it much sooner than later because
her story feels reactive. They're like, we need a plot twist. Let's make it her.
Yeah, 'cause I think having a character with very much trauma, have trauma from her mother dying. He has an abusive father, and all that.
And then her
the
Digimon
Deep
gets
Reaper's
murdered
taking
in front of her.
Murder, and the Deep Reaper's taking
How her
advantage of
dad's
it.
not really as abusive as he is. It's just that, like
There's
she
hints
sees
of
it as
it.
super-
It's one of those like I'm not
The way
like,
it plays in sub is that her mom's abusive and her dad's neglectful.
Oh wait, is the mom abusive? It didn't. Unless the dub totally. Unless the dub.
No, the dub
totally
changed
done,
it.
I didn't
Okay,
get
so
that.
In
pretty
the
much
sub, the mom is the
in
abusive one.
In the sub, the issue is okay. So having watched it a while back, it was just hates her mother because her stepmother because it's not her mom. She hates the fact that her dad kind of moved on and she sees it as her dad doesn't love her, and the mother and we know that the mother doesn't fully hate Jerry. But Jerry does not want to allow that connection to even happen. So to her, the problem is in the Japanese version, Jerry is a warped child from her trauma. Whereas in the English one, it just shows she's just a little brat who just doesn't understand her emotions yet, which makes more sense. Like, the English version makes her more of a sort of a sympathetic character, but the Japanese side just shows that she's actually a sociopath.
And her
due to
stepmother
trauma.
becomes a problem because she starts trying to force her to love her. And so that's where
that's another that's
yeah.
the abuse.
Yeah,
The only
yeah.
abuse is just that
it's
the
not
woman
physical
isn't
abuse as
actually
much as
a
it's
good woman.
verbal. It's verbal, it's mental.
Yeah, because
yeah.
the woman isn't really a bad woman, because she understands that Jerry has lost, and she's trying to help Jerry get over it, but Jerry doesn't want that help. In a sense, it's one of those. It's one of those
Yeah.
where, like, Jerry in the show, she's a really flawed character, because also Konaka, when he's not doing Eldritch Abomination stuff, he's just a horrible writer.
I think Jerry's story could work, but like it really needed been the core themes of
Or
Tamers.
it
I
didn't
think
cook. Wasn't cooked.
Yeah.
if her story was actually like a very key focal point of Tamers, then I feel like she would have gone higher. But the fact that it was only in the last arc is, I think, the major problem. In it.
All right, so where do we rank Bulk and Skull? I mean, Kenta and Kazu.
Gosh, I hate these two.
Okay, I like them, but they suck. That's the
They
problem.
serve no purpose. They serve
Yes.
It's being like they're not even good comic relief. Like they don't add anything to the plot. Like literally, Marine Angemon comes out of nowhere before they leave the Digimon to
Yes.
give Kenta a Digimon. That's how much like
Yeah, that's
afterthoughts
how
they
bad it was
are.
planned.
That's how
think-
much afterthoughts
I
they
think-
are. Like I was on
I
Rika's
think if
side
you
when
didn't-
she was on when they were separated. I was on Rika's side of getting annoyed with it because they don't add anything at all.
I mean, the fact that
Yeah, no,
like
I think if
Gardramon couldn't even become Andromon again is just like, wow, you're not even a good tamer.
like I'll give you guys a good answer. If they didn't give them Digimon, but just made them like actually how they are in real life, knowing how the card game works, and just helping them by getting them rare cards and being guys to help them get over the issues, they would have been better.
They also wouldn't have been on this list if they didn't have Digimon. And that wouldn't be a problem. But because they have Digimon, they should be more important than they are.
Like, yeah, exactly. I don't think they're full Dark Ocean. I don't think they're full rookies either. They're in trainings.
I'm gonna leave them in Dark Ocean though.
They serve no purpose to the plot.
They actively impede
They
the operations of stopping things from happening during the digital world, so they're in Dark Ocean.
The only thing I like about them was the Gigimon and Babamon plot episode, mostly because it was just Starfree Fawn and Tom Fawn just bickering an old married couple.
I'm gonna put Susie in Champion because I feel like if I put her any lower, she will
Yes.
come stab me in the middle of the night.
She's a public menace. I kind of like that. About
I love her. Okay, if I put two children in the Dark
love her
Ocean, am I
because-
going to hell?
Here's okay.
No,
I
they're
rate-
bad. Those are bad kids.
No, Ayamako. I ranked them how they affected Ifmon's development. In that case, I put them in rookie because as characters are just children, but they are a key aspect of why Ifmon is such a good character.
Like, the
So I'll
thing
put them in
is,
rookie.
Impmon's a great character because of them, but also because
Yeah.
of them, Jerry has a psychotic breakdown and becomes the D-Reaper.
Yeah, but it's not their fault.
It's not their fault directly, but, you know.
I would have loved. I would have loved for there to be a
counterpoint.
scene though
Yeah.
where Jerry finds out. I would have loved there to be a scene where Jerry finds out that two
Weekly Kids
toddlers
anime,
are
sir, you
Reese's
can't have that.
psychopath.
She would try to kill
No,
those kids.
counterpoint. I have a counterpoint.
Yeah.
Why they're in rookie? They actually develop unlike the Kato.
Oh, God, they do. All right.
Actually, no, he's right. He's right.
They go from
He's
fighting
right.
over the toy
Because
to
they felt bad.
They felt bad. They learned a lesson, and they actually grew as a character. Okay, yeah.
You're right.
Oh god! All right,
here comes
Frontier.
God,
All right,
we're gonna
Takuya-
end up ranking them the way the show did them.
I like Takuya. I think Takuya's a good protagonist.
I'm
and
putting them in
especially,
Mega.
Yeah, I think Takuya, especially after the Flamemon episode, I really like his growth of learning to be a Digimon, and I think he really grew from that. And
He's also a badass.
yeah, beats up fucking White Wheelmon and everything like
It's
that.
funny you
Yeah.
bring this up. It's funny you bring this up because me and Demon Wolf were saying about how like Takuya really is just another tie. until he gets his ass beat, and then everything is just hype moments and aura with him.
Yeah, that's the. I think
Yeah.
what the advantage the Frontier kids have is the fact they are the Digimon, so like they're actually in the peril, like even more than the other characters. Like it was alongside the Tamer ones when they could make a, and such as that. And I do really like how, and also I like the Kuya has more fun idiot moments. So I like how everybody like the moon episode. It's one of my favorite episodes because literally everyone has 0 brain cells. They're trying to get off the moon.
Yeah.
And I always love, all right, how about we shoot her attacks and they'll move the moon forward to the digital world. I love that moment.
Not to be the Bandai marketing team, but I want to put Koji right next to him because I think Koji's great.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Koji.
Yeah,
I
it's
really
weird. I
appreciate
thought he was an ultimate.
Because he has a lot of he has a great character arc where, especially when like Koichi comes involved, you know.
I really appreciate he wasn't so much a rival. Honestly, the only time
he was a rival was in that dumbass movie.
I hadn't seen Battle Adventure in a while, so I forgot
Island of
about
Lost
that.
Digimon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The only time
There's a reason that movie's not canon. It's not because
Ancient Digimon.
It's not the ancient Digimon. It's not that Zoe has an evolution when her spirit was stolen. It's because Koji just is a different person.
Yeah, but like the only time Takuya and Koji actually butt heads is in the burger making episode, and that's it. But like this poor boy has gone through a lot. His father's awful. Told, oh, your mom's dead, son. Let's go leave. I'm not gonna dare tell you about your brother. Your brother.
Your mother's alive and you have a brother, but I'm not going to tell you any of that. I'm just going to lie to you your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, he could have been a vengeful dick, but he wasn't. That's why character growth. All right.
His ass beat so much.
Tommy's a champion.
I like Tommy.
That kid's fun.
He's definitely the least developed, I think, of the cast. But like I do like him. I was never annoyed on him on screen. And I always appreciate. I also really like some of his focus episodes. I like the episode where he was trying to get the Digivices back from the Datamon and such like that.
That's a great episode. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe.
Despite how the writers treat her. I think she's a strong character. Honestly.
I hope I put her in champion as well, because I think she shines despite the fact the writers did everything to undermine her at every turn.
Yeah, I think the what's holding Zoe's back is how the writers treat her, but I think like when she does get carried the most, it's great. Because I like how she's a Japanese kid, but she moved to France, and that's why she knows all the French words. And when she moved back,
Italian.
She was Italian, sorry, Italian, and so I like that when she moved back, she was kind of isolated and such, and she was kind of like
they actually gave her like a really good backstory with. I think it's the nice part.
I just got a quick question. Those are the other spirits right after
Koichi.
Yeah.
It's too small on my screen.
Yeah. That are 4 spirits. Yeah, but Zoe's one of the characters where like I really wish the writers didn't use so badly. Then again, I feel like all the remaining Frontier kids, if they were able to get ultimates, they probably would.
Which is why I'm putting JP in champion, and I'm going to put Koichi in ultimate because Koichi at least has like the whole evil storyline.
The Duskmon art. Yeah. JP, for at least one you told me, is a lot better than the sub.
Yeah, if we were doing sub only, JP would be Dark Ocean. But because the dub's allowing to the dub's a factor, we can put him in champion.
Yeah, because I think JP's story about I
thought JP's an ultimate just because of dub alone.
No,
honestly,
because the thing is, if it was dub alone, I'd put him higher. But because the sub pulls him down a little bit.
We need to balance it, yeah. But I actually do like the story of JP's how.
I also like having a heavy set kid in Digimon. That doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I also really like the story of you think the only way to get friends is you need to be you need like the same thing or you need to share things, but no, you just need to be honest with himself. I like that a lot. If it wasn't for this Zoe intention, I think he would have been a even better character. Honestly,
yeah,
Koichi is one of the best redemption stories I think in Digimon also, and such like that. And also his death means something.
Yes, absolutely. So we got Grottomon.
Grumblemon. I like him. I like Grumblemon because we're ranking them as villains pretty much, and I like Grumblemon. No, because what I like about Grumblemon is because he seems like the loser type of villain. Oh, David Crystal kids. But he was actually affected, and he was never treated as a joke villain.
I'm gonna put him in ultimate because he's actually really good. He's like the first one they meet, and he actually is like you said, really effective.
He caused a lot of trouble for them, throughout the whole before he.
He's out there stealing their spirits left and right and everything.
Yeah, he was really affected. Yeah.
That being said,
Arbamon, you know,
Arbamon, I'm putting him
Arbamon-
in rookie because
sucks.
yeah, he's the dumb one. He's like the he wasn't dumb, but he was just kind of there to go like, I'm gonna beat up the
Blade Raider. We're doing main characters with Digimon, not protagonists specifically. So yeah, Arbamon just didn't do as much. Ranamon's fun.
I'm a Ranamon fan. I like Ranamon a lot.
I'll
I'm
put
really
her in
glad she was in
Ultimate.
Time Chain.
She's like
I
ultimate or
really
champion.
she's ultimate for me.
I'll put her in Ultimate. I'm also
She's
gonna
that-
I'm gonna put Mercurymon in Champion.
Really, because honestly,
He's
he was a really
my
good.
favorite. He's
He's,
like
yeah, he is a really good villain.
Mega.
I
He's
thought,
like the coolest one.
yeah, I thought he was a really good villain. Like, so when the Shao Serafimon stuff.
Have you guys watched it subbed?
No. So how's he
Yeah.
different sub?
So here's the thing. In the sub, he still does the same stuff, but he's the most boring, monotone vocal performance I've heard in a long time. Like he is just flat. He's a flat plank of wood. Nothing going on in that.
Versus Darren Norris.
Versus Darren Norris.
He's Android 16.
We're talking about Mercurymon and Frontier.
Okay, Frontier, perfect.
I could bump him to Ultimate, but I gotta tell you, Darren Norris really made it work. You know,
Steve Bloom is that low in Champion? Oh wow.
What do you mean?
What?
Yeah, with JP.
Yeah. It's because of the sub version of JP being a lecherous creep.
Okay. I only watch it dubs.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Mercurymon, I would put him in Mega for Darren Norris specifically, but if we include Japanese, which we'd be kind of doing, he has to come down a peg.
Yeah, that's fair. I had no context for the
all right, guys. Found out now has to officially add the Mega Plus tier. We got to the GOAT.
yeah, Mega Plus.
Yeah, it's happening because like we can't put Mr. Masaru Daimon that low. He
Mr. Man punches God and won.
All right, boom.
King Drazzle with his bare hands.
Done.
Mega Plus.
I didn't put Mega Plus. He's called a God Puncher.
God Puncher.
Yep. God Puncher.
No, like legitimately, like Marcus Masaru is honestly like
the greatest 14-year-old in fiction.
Remember that, but legitimately, I think he's a great character, and like I think he's one of those great characters where Marcus does grow, but like not as much as other casts. But what he is one of those. He's a character that makes the other casts grow better. Like he's already a great character that helps the other Savers cast grow as much as him, and that's why I think he's one of the best Digimon protagonists.
Psychos is right. It should be burst mode tier. It should be burst mode tier. He's right.
He's street bum Kuga, where he's like he tries to be a gangster when he's not.
He reminds me of like Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho, right?
Yeah.
Where he's
like he's Yusuke. He's literally Yusuke.
Yeah. There, burst mode tier. That's what it's called.
Running up on people, just you can't be a Digimon. Watch me.
I mean, he's named Marcus Daimon because he's the Digimon.
Exactly, like
that wonderful image where Yoshi, like Yoshi, Lalama, Thomas, Gavan, Aquaman,
All right, Thomas H. Mega Level Norstein.
Yeah, no, Thomas is great.
I love that guy.
He's such a good character. He's such a good character.
Good.
Of all the my father did. He's such a much better character, and I really appreciate. Like what I like about him is like him and Marcus have a rivalry. Then at the Christie's birthday episode, they still bicker, but more or less like a friendly bicker, but a friendly bicker. And the only time they really got on their nerves is during when Thomas was pretending to work with Karada, and both had really great character depth, and especially when he got Mirage, Galgamon, Burst Mode, when he was talking about his father, about not following his footsteps. Such a great moment. I love that character moment for him so much.
I have a joke.
Yes.
I don't know who he is. I don't know who that little kid is, but I like him better than Matt.
I do too, and I like Matt, so it's even better. Yoshi is also like I'm gonna put her in Ultimate.
Yoshi suffers from being sadly a female Digimon protagonist, but yet she still is better than a lot of female protagonists.
Also, she's our first protagonist that was an adult.
Yep, 18.
And for some reason, she was crushing on the 14-year-old. Remember, because she was like all broken up that Marcus was leaving for the. She's like, "What? He ain't staying? He ain't staying?"
Shades. Yeah. Keenan.
Keenan, I
Champion.
say Mega because Keenan
He's
is
pretty
the
great.
linchpin. He's such the linchpin of Saber's story. Like he
His
is the
mom was
key.
a
Like
Digimon.
he's such the key, and Mortal Marshall also. Like he is such the key part of the Saber story, and we won't have the Sabers without him. But not only that, his story was so great, and I really
Mhm.
love.
And there is not
Essentially,
a single other character in Digimon that has the same storyline as him.
yeah,
Got a
it's so
truly unique story.
surprising.
Yeah.
And I think essentially how his development trying to be both human and Digimon was very strong.
Mhm.
Yeah, with Mukimon's passing, his talk to his real mom and dad.
It
Was
also
great.
fits really well, like thematically, the progression from Frontier to Sabers. With like Frontier, the humans are Digimon, and then here's a human raised by Digimon. Like it's really thematically like great for like franchise stuff
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Now Keenan's I think Keenan's one of the more underrated characters because I feel like a
Mm.
lot of people don't talk about it. And, he really is Saber's whole story is all happened because of him. Like
Yeah.
he's the reason why the DATS crew got formed and went to the digital world to go find him and rescue him and such like that.
Speaking of
All right,
Dats, the commander.
Commander
We have to
Shin.
consider hype moments and aura
I
points. Aura points are going to do a lot for him here.
I gotta
He's voiced
say
by Jameson Price.
controversially, I think he's also a burst mode. I think he's also in burst mode.
I mean, just being voiced by Jameson Price alone, like
he's
man has testosterone. Like,
He's good dub and sub. He's that
Mhm.
he's
I
the
feel like,
greatest
yeah, I
mentor
feel like
in Digimon. He's just like
I feel like he is
Like,
like burst mode tier. Like, there's nothing bad you can say about that character.
and what I like about him is like he actually interacts with the crew, he mentors them, but also like treats them as equals
Yeah.
still. And especially when I especially love after Dax gets dissolved, he was secret agent undercover man, and then like he goes missing,
He
and
can
he
be hype
has to
moments
come
and
back.
aura the character, but still be great. He's the Jimbei of Digimon.
Yeah.
So, I'll take it. All right.
Megumi and Miki.
Megumi and Miki. Ooh.
individually they're champions. Together they're ultimates.
You know what?
Because
He put them as one
you can't
side because
separate-
you can't separate them.
you can't separate them, and they're fun.
I love them.
How all the kind of like side characters like the equivalent to them are like what like Davis' sister, like Kenta and Kazu and
Mhm.
Tamers, Bokuma, Nene, and Frontiers. Like, they're my favorite because not only they're fun, but also again they're helpful. Like they join in
They're
where
effective.
they join the main crew and all
They
that
are
stuff.
super effective.
They are
hilariously
everything
enough.
Kenta and Kazu wish they were.
I still
They are your operators from Ultraman Gaia turned up to an 11.
Yes.
I mean once that's revolved, they become like sexy spy ladies and like sexy
Yes.
spy ladies. I mean, also they also really funny because I said you love in the first 13 episodes when Agumon ate the food. They're like about to kill Marcus if they don't get their mochi.
Yeah. They have personality. I
It's
love
such-
it. Old
Mhm.
man, he's a champion.
I like it.
Mega.
He's a good.
Do we
I
push
think
him to
he's
Mega? Do we just
He's
put
an
everybody from
Yes, you know why?
Sabers
You know-
this high?
Oh, no, don't question it. Don't question it. Don't question it.
I'm willing to
Hoshida-
do it. I just was thinking the chat was going to call me out on bias, but
I mean, he's
Already
that good.
apparent.
He's that good old man like mentor character. Like he's just an unexpected old man, but he's actually secret badass.
Blade Raider says, why does he look like an old JP? You know what? Start floating that theory around. It'll be the new Kari's and Tamers one.
Guys, I'm saying this right now. I never expected the old man to be the I thought he was going to be the mechanic who created the Digivices. I didn't expect him to be the actual guy above Samson. That's the thing that threw me off.
It's true.
I never expect the way he acts a lot like the old man in Keitai Sosakan 7, where he's just like, I'm just this old interesting guy who may or may not have invented the Bravers. Him. No, I'm actually the president of the entire organization. I was just off on my day off fishing that day. And whenever
Veloquent says we're Savers Marks. We will always be Savers Marks, and
yes!
until that show is more readily available, we will look crazy. But as soon as when that
show
show finally hits wide streaming availability, like it is going to be our time.
I tell you, like, yeah, this is not like, I just nostalgia. I recently we watched Data Squad. It's still as peak as ever. The show is so good.
Yeah,
like legitimately.
All right, Marcus's little sister.
Christy, I think I'm champion because I think she does have a great character arc with Biomon, and I really like her and Marcus. Because my problem with Ty and Kyrie is they never act like siblings. I never believed they were honestly siblings, honestly. But like her, Marcus and Christy really have a fun dynamic, and I really
Well,
think her
remember
relationship.
the producer of Digimon wanted to
I
do
knew,
something way worse with
I
know.
was
Ty and Kyrie.
I know.
not
Also,
gonna say
'cause-
anything, and then you. Yeah,
I was
but
gonna say
yeah.
for 21 episodes, unless you watched the adventure movie, you didn't even know Ty had a sibling.
Mhm.
That's also
But
part of
like
the problem.
Chris,
But anyways,
yeah,
Christy's great.
Christy's a great supporting character. Her relationship with Biomon is sweet and such that it really does make the whole like her, Sarah, Agumon, Mark. That's just a great fun dynamic. If only Sarah got Digimon, I would rank her high.
How about the absentee father?
Okay,
Hey, he
so
has a reason. He has
He
a
has a
reason. He has
reason. I'm just giving him a
Guys.
descriptor, okay?
guys, no, this is the problem. Do we put Uncle Jeffrey over, or do we put Uncle Jeffrey under? This is the
Seriously,
real question.
Spencer, like, do we count him as Bancho Leomon also? Because technically that was Telly Spencer as Bancho Leomon.
Yeah, he was biomerged with Leomon. Do we put him in
Because if we
Ultimate?
count,
Do we put him in
be-
Mega? Do we
I
put him in
put him
Burst Mode?
Mega because Spencer's the goat. He's like now he's a good guy, but he's also tough at the same time. I mean, Marcus is his punching genes from him. He literally punched Murkymon, and they were tied. Like no flinch.
I'm putting him
flinch at
in
all with
Mega.
Murkymon.
I'm putting him in
Like
Mega.
he tried to convince God, like, hey, us humans are not bad.
Blade
It's
Raider,
your
we don't
fault.
even have the absentee father from Ghost Game on this list because he's not significant
He's
enough.
not. Yep. And such as
This
that,
guy's goat, though. Yeah.
and if we count him as Bancho Leomon, he's legitimately the goat. Bancho Leomon's the goat.
All right, biohybrids.
Hybrids. I really like the biohybrids. Man, I really wish they didn't throw them away so fast because of budgetary.
I think they're gonna go in rookie. I think I'm gonna put all three in rookie because
They're the potential rival because
Yeah.
I think each of
You know what
them
I'll say?
are
I think Hot Lolly
not
Girl
Naname.
or
Naname's the
Lolita
best.
Girl.
Naname's the best because
She's a rookie, but I like her. I feel like bias is because she's a
Yeah,
I'm
woman.
gonna give
but
her a
the other
champion.
guy-
I'm gonna give her
No.
champion because she's the one that stands out the most of the three.
I think
but
but the rival guy also has like a lot of sinisterness to him. The one
yeah,
from
again,
Marcus,
I
he's like
really
a-
like I like the biohybrids. I just wish that they had the money to keep them on the whole show.
Because like
Because not
here's the
only-
thing,
big
the
guy.
the main rival guy I think also loses
Rookie.
points in the dub for getting censored.
Yeah,
I liked
they
his
got rid of his
piercings. His
piercing.
piercings give him
Yeah.
a lot of look because he just looks like a scary dude. Whereas you take the piercings away, he looks kind of just like a normal dude.
Yeah, Naname, I think it's the best because she really got to Thomas's head, like really bad, and such like that. She was.
Blade Raider thinks the guys in the Dark Ocean are lonely. Just you wait. Don't worry, we'll get there. Anyway,
Don't worry, we're gonna get there.
All right, Mr. Kurata.
Dark Ocean. I hate this man.
But he's such
hate
a
him
good
so much.
villain.
He's
Like,
such a
he's
good
a good
villain.
villain.
As a villain, I have to rank him pretty high. As a person, I'm putting him in Dark Ocean. But
yeah,
like,
he's Dark Ocean.
as a villain, he's an ultimate.
He's such a good villain. Like he's
as a villain, he's burst mode. He's probably
no,
one of the
yeah,
best
I agree.
villains
He's
since Myotismon.
He is the best villain because like he is evil. He doesn't care about anybody but himself. He
Yeah.
wins half. He wins half. Like the only reason why
He's actually an
lost
effective villain who actually gets stuff done for once.
Like he took over Dats. He won. Like it wasn't for Marcus using burst mode. He would have won. Won. He's such a good villain. Like,
Exactly.
and all I'll say is, his death wasn't a death. So I'm saying if they ever do a Saber's anniversary thing, easy way to bring him back.
And
I'll
they
say
wouldn't
that.
have to be weird about it.
You know what
like,
I also
yeah.
You know what I also hate about him is
Yeah.
the fact that he feels so Konaka coded, and it's not a Konaka show.
No, that's
He's
the
so-
thing.
but he's better-
He
but he's
feels like
better
someone
written.
wrote Konaka into the show.
Yes. I
Oh,
also hate
Taiki.
how Time Stranger copied
Crosswords.
him.
All right, are you guys ready to do the
Crossword.
Crosswords Gambit here? This is gonna. Oh my god.
So I don't mind Taiki at all.
He's a
I think
champion.
he's fine. He's fine. I think I
Middle
like
of the
him
road.
more. Yeah, like I think his whole thing about I do like his story about like why he wants to help everybody, and that's a negative trait about him, definitely. But I think the biggest problem with Taiki is he had Akari and Suguru to kind of balance off him. Like whenever Taiki does something stupid, because I must help them. Akari and Suguru will be there, like, oh hey, you're acting stupid. He has something to call him out. But by season 2, he doesn't have that. Nene and Akira don't really bounce off him well, so Taiki just there to go, aha! I figure out how to way to defeat him. Scenario. And like hit him in Hunters is fine. I didn't hate him in Hunters, but I feel like I didn't like him being part of the main cast. I wish he was more like a Tai, like in 02, where he was mentoring Taguru.
Instead of
He
being
lost a
part of the trio.
Yeah, because they didn't really grow his character at all, and also man, it was a sausage fest. They really needed a female member there in
Yep.
Hunters and such.
So Akari.
I think she's fine. I think the episode where they talk about her, like why she was important to Teen Cross Heart was good, and I think she does bring a nice balance to the team. But yeah, Rookie, doesn't really go much
Rookie
higher
kind of
than
feels.
Rookie.
Yeah, I just feel like because
Yeah.
it's mostly because they abandoned her after season
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Same with
Sig-
this stick
Suguru,
kid.
Suguru,
I think he's Dark Ocean.
I don't think he's
it would
that
depend.
bad.
If it was the dub, then
Oh,
maybe.
in the dub,
Then
I
they-
would be throwing all
then
these
they
bitches in
ignore
Dark
her.
Ocean if it was the dub.
Because he's a gamer kid in Fusion for some
God,
reason.
Akari's dub voice was why I stopped watching Fusion originally.
I love Colin, but I don't know what voice direction she was given for
Her voice
Akari.
direction was impossible nag, like
Yeah.
at the highest pitch possible. God.
Yeah, but like Suguru, I like that the Suguru actually did join the fights with Starmon and such of that. I like that, but he was mostly there to be comic relief practically and such. Oh, Kiriha. Oh, Kiriha.
Dark
I
Ocean
don't
for
like
you,
it.
bitch.
God, he is the most
great.
rival of rivals. He is such a stick in the mud. I hate him because with Kiriha, the problem with Kiriha is they clearly want to have an opposite rival with Taiki. That's fine. He's all more moody. Taiki's more upbeat. Fine. But man, does he not grow into the second half. And the problem with him is I would not mind it if we knew his story. But when they waited to the very last minute to tell his story, his story's bull because it's like, if you're not strong, you're gonna die, frog. And
The
then
last time I cared about this character, like the thing that put the final nail in the coffin of this is probably my least favorite Digimon protagonist of all time, was when he executed one of his Digimon and then featured no character growth from it.
Yeah, no, because that's the thing. It's like, when he killed Decadramon, and then he's like, "Oh, no, what have I done?" And he gets this vision of his father going like, "Don't worry, son. What my beast is saying was actually good. I actually love you." I hated that so much.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's
so
even
much.
worse than the dub. It's even worse than the dub.
On the dub, well, even in the dub, they remove all the abusiveness, so like it made it.
No. The thing about the dub that's the problem is that because of broadcast standards, they couldn't say that Decker Dramon was dead, so it just felt like they played it off like Decker Dramon was severely injured, and so that he's like having a mental breakdown, but it doesn't hit the same because he didn't kill the Digimon.
Yeah, and the problem is and the thing is, after that, he still was kind of like a bitch to Taiki and Nene because
he featured no character growth after all that.
Yeah. Hunters, like in Hunters, he kind of got more chummy with Taiki, but probably he's only like 2 episodes of Hunters, so he didn't like matter in Hunters.
Off-screen development don't count.
Yep. So yeah, Kiryu is my least favorite rival in the franchise because my god, it's Thomas 2.0 badly practically with him.
Where's Nene float? I feel like she's got to be like somewhere champion.
She's
Nene's
ultimate.
Nene's for me is potential. Is Nene? I think like what Wheel said about I forget what character he said it, but she's. I feel like she's a champion, but she's the ultimate to me because I like her story and I see a lot of
Two of you
potential.
said ultimate, so I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Because I think
she has the most character in the show because she's like she has trouble, like yet she overcomes her issues and starts becoming like more friendly with everyone. She's like
she has
like,
an arc. She has an actual arc.
Yeah.
She kind of feels like a female version of Ken when he finally got purified.
Nene's weird because it feels like they're juggling her story because she was acting like this mysterious woman in the beginning. Then like, oh no, she was actually part of her own team, and then she got redeemed for that. Okay, that was changed. Then then I really did like when she was part of Crossheart in the first half. That was really sweet. I like her interaction with the cast. Then season 2, I like her like spy gimmick. I like that was really cute. I think that was
Mm.
really fun. But she was kind of there. I like the episode when she gave Murderman. I think her and I think that's what carried Nene because Nene after in season 2 doesn't really do. Because the problem with season 2 is a lot of scenes with you, which we'll get to, should have been her and you, but no, it was Taiki and you, which was the most frustrating thing ever. Because I feel like a lot of things about Taiki and you should not have been Taiki saying those things to you. It should have been
Yeah.
Nene saying things to you and such. But like, I'll give her credit. Even though she's a female protagonist in Digimon, she never gets jobbered. Her and
She doesn't
Murderman,
get
Sparrowmon,
damseled for sure. Like she
yeah,
never has
no,
her
she never
damsel
gets
moment.
yeah, she kick ass. She worked together with the team and such. I feel like there's a lot of stuff. I think a lot of problems I have with Nene is more the problem with crosswords in general, where because I feel like for example, Kirihyo's whole development episode is when they got cross 7. Even though it was all three of them uniting, so I should have felt like that was Nene development episodes like Kiriha, and Kiriha's development should have been with when they got shot by DX and all that stuff. But yeah, no, I think she's fine. Now Hunters, it's weird because I don't mind her becoming idol. It's out of nowhere definitely, but it's still fine. Also, man, she got Nami'd. Like I don't know how old Nene is to be in Hunters, but she's
Yeah,
not.
no, she got the Nami treatment.
She got big tits, small waist. Like my God, how old are you, woman? And
She is
I don't.
still younger than Marcus Damon.
Yeah, and
Oh wait, no,
so
she's older than Marcus Damon. Sorry, she's like 15 in Hunters.
something like. But yeah, so her becoming idol is
I always
weird. I
forget
didn't
that
like how.
Taiki and Marcus are the same age.
Yeah, I didn't like. Her relationship with her father in that episode was weird. I didn't like it there. My problem with they treated Nene is they drop her so Takaru can use Sparrow. I hate that so much when I saw that moment. Like God, and that's more of a Takaru
We'll
problem.
get
But
to
like I
him. How
didn't.
about you and Cross Wars before Hunters?
It was frustrating
I'm gonna
because I
put him
think
in rookie because I think he's
his story's frustrating
something.
because story story's frustrating because I like the idea that the big rival final bad guy in Crossroads is a kid, but the problem with you is he doesn't act like a kid. I think he's acting like an army general, which doesn't really work. It makes him more boring, honestly.
And
Because
they don't give him like
I
a character. There's not like a reason he acts that way.
so like his reason is like, oh, his grandmother died, and thus he's scared of like things dying, and he's like afraid to socialize with people or something like that.
But then
And
why
that's
is he like
when
a perfect tactician at the age of 7?
yeah, no, that's because here's the thing. The way so Dark Knightmon comes in, tells you no one can die in this world. It's all a game. So he thinks everything in the digital world is a game. He doesn't believe anything's real and such. And I think his development or his redemption when Damimon died was a really good moment. I think that was a really good moment right there. But like the problem with I think you development was as a character is a problem because I feel like, oh, we have this kid that thinks everything's a game. Like, why isn't he like cross fusing everybody? Like, he should be like a chaotic child. I'll fuse you together. I'll fuse you together. Like, the Lilithmon Gatai was the only example of
Mm-hmm.
that. Or it's like, oh, Lilithmon, Blastmon, Vilemon, did you cross this weird thing? Why? I feel like he should have been that, but no, he was just another army general. It didn't feel like a kid that was. It didn't feel like a kid that got manipulated to think it was a game. It felt like another general with as a tactician general in it. It was frustrating. I want to
Yeah.
like him, but I just didn't think
It
the
also comes in
story.
too late.
No, yeah, that's the problem. Also, in season 2, Nene's like, "Where's you? Oh, there he is. Gone many episodes. There's you again." He really should have been a recurring character in season 2, in such a that. And also, it kind of goes to the crossword. I feel like something must have changed during crossword production because I felt like some of Yu's story was meant to be Nene's story because of how mysterious she was, but it must have changed last minute. It was weird. All right, but Takaru, can I chuck him into the dark?
Taguru Chikara
Aren't all
That's
of the
that
into
song.
the dark ocean.
guys? Aren't
I
they all
just
Dark Oceans?
God talk Hunters, man. God, I just want Hunters is the worst show.
I've been
Man,
saying for a long time that I thought Hunters was the worst Digimon show ever, but no one ever watched it, so I never could be validated. I was like, maybe I'm just weird. And then Ryan watches it, and he's like, "Give me live updates,"
being bored.
and I'm like, you didn't finish it." So like the thing is that like I was like, is it really this bad? And then Ryan's watching, I'm like, it is really this bad.
God, like Hunters, man. Like anybody who dislikes Ghost Game but likes Hunters, I question them because
I question if you watched Hunters, because like,
yeah,
my God,
because Hunters
I
is
couldn't finish it.
annoying. I
parts of it. They're
I
so
I
boring.
I had to. Me and my brother had to skip episodes. It was so filler-tastic. And he's like, go episodic by nature, so I didn't mind that there. Also because the episodes were fun, but God, it was so annoying. Also, it looks hideous. What was the production of Hunters like? Because holy crap, like I'm sure you had those photos I took of the crossover episode, the crossover episodes now. Because holy crap, they drove like everybody ugly.
It's not as bad as One Punch Man season 3, but
Yeah, not as bad as
but
that, but
but
almost
God of
there.
Destruction television airing Dragon Ball Super looked better.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was hideous. And like, man, like Takuru's like one of the key things. Like this, I hate this shit because he's so annoying.
And
Because
he
his
has
whole
zero
thing is
growth, and he doesn't do anything, and
'cause he's already bad vibe. But I already dislike the premise of Hunters because it's as a sequel to Cross Wars, it feels like it throws so much what made Cross Wars unique away, and also makes you ask more questions like, why do we need to hunt Digimon? Well, first, it just becomes a Pokemon show, which I hate
yep.
because Digimon, because it's already making people say Digimon's a Pokemon ripoff already validated, which I hate. And I just dislike the idea of like, I hunt the Digimon, and that sounds so cruel because these are living beings, and such that they're not
They can
wild
speak
animals.
people words.
Yeah, and like, and he's all about, I want to be better than Taiki. I'm gonna be the number one. And like,
Oh my God, he's a
it made,
Gojuger.
yeah, it made me dislike him from just like this out. At least Taiki.
Do you know
You know,
it's
he's some
Do you know it's the one good thing that came out of Hunters?
what?
That really funny scene in the crossover where everybody's evolving and it looks like Takuya's like ascending.
Megan?
You know, he's just like this. He's just like screaming and being and digivolving, and everyone. I'm like, how does nobody just going like, kid, you okay? You look like you're ascending.
Yeah, yeah, talk like in like, he doesn't grow. He just constantly, God, the Onamaki episode broke me. I was like, what is this episode? Why is Pagumon when Maki? Why did 100 Pak? He had the stupid like
Don't
riot.
forget the satanic ritual episode.
Guy, I was skimming through that episode. We didn't watch it. We had to skimming through it because we were just done
You know what the
at
funniest
that
part
point.
about that
It's a
satanic
26 episode
was?
show, but it feels like it's like 1,000. Like,
I know, right?
You know what
It's just like,
yeah.
go on, Wheels.
satanic episode reminded me of the episode of Dinah, where those girls were doing the satanic thing in the gymnasium. Which
That
is
was
supposed
at
to be a
least
tribute
entertaining.
To,
They
Yeah.
made
and I think both episodes are supposed to be.
But like the thing is, the Hunters Satan episode is so boring. I'm like, how are you having an entire school possessed by
No,
Satan and being boring? Come on.
The thing is that the problem is with Hunters, especially, is that was after the story episode. Of, oh, we need to break was it, or some kind of big Digimon. And then like, oh, here's a teaser. Marcus and Ty is actually here. Next episode, active filler land, and such like that. And
Okay,
like,
let's
I
just
get
put the rest of these guys in Dark Ocean then.
you, you. The problem with you is. The problem with you is there was so much potential. He really should have been the protagonist. I think there was. I like his growth. I like.
It should have. He either should have been a protagonist or he should have had like a TK like role when he got neither.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's my problem. You using Dark Ocean because he doesn't. They don't do anything with him. He's used the show fails you category because I think the episode where you get Damimon back was really. I don't want to say good because I disliked most of the episode, but like him, but
Muteki
that
told the
scene,
best joke. Muteki told the best joke, guys. He said, "At least the toy sales were good for the season, right?" That's an amazing joke. There were no toys.
Oh, since I haven't said anything for a while, I just want to say, petition to change Dark Ocean into Pirates of Dark Ocean.
That makes them sound cool, though, not like we're drowning them.
I mean, that dark water was some nasty business, though.
That's true.
the fact that when we got to the Nene episode, they did not share a single scene together as siblings frustrated me so
Did you
much.
also get
Why?
the vibe that the people that wrote Hunters did not watch Cross Wars?
Yes.
Yes.
Many times, yes.
Because we'll get to that one try in a minute, but
because God, the way how
okay, Playmates brings a good point. We'll wrap it up. He says, "Please move on from you. I can only take so many phrases that sound like the problem with you."
Hey, oh, can we get to the we get to the rivals.
Dark Ocean, Dark Ocean, Dark Ocean.
Ryoma, why are you arrive? There's no reason to Ryoma to be an asshole. He was like, I saw Taiki. It's so
I'm actually
weird that,
creating
like,
a new category specifically for him because he bothers me. How do you waste Astamon like that?
God, Asuma, like God. So Ryoma, for some reason, he wasn't frozen.
Yeah,
Like,
there we go.
he happened to fell into the Digio Court somehow, even though that shouldn't exist by then, and somehow saw the final battle crossword. And he was like, I was inspired by Taiki. Okay, you're inspired by the main character. Why are you a dick? Why are you ass? Why are you forcing yourself to be
If they
a
wanted to
rival?
have a team of asshole kids, just make a team of asshole kids. They put too many steps into it, right? Like, why
Yeah.
aren't these kids just jerks for like no reason? And then
And
how do you have Astamon, like top 10 coolest looking Digimon of all time, and then just waste it on this worthless character?
Yeah, and like if him being like maybe he could have worked with the rival as I want to be Taiki's successor with Takaru. Fine, but there was never any hints to that into the final episodes.
Mhm.
It was so stupid. And then the Astamon thing was such an asspull. You telling me that his Sightmon inside Astamon was Quartzmon this whole time? Then why was he so chummy with him? Why there should have been some hints to him being this big evil
That felt
guy
like we didn't
the
know
whole
how to
entire
wrap up this
time.
show, and they just pulled. I feel like everything in that show was just, well, we have to wrap it up now. Okay, what do we do? He looks vaguely evil.
I mean, it's also like Astamon and Rashomon crossed up. It's some reason different now. Together. And what Astromon didn't get affected by Quartzmon when they Digicross? Like, okay, sure.
Hey, how about the
alright.
old man?
Alright, this is quick comment. Armors was okay. I usually like the bitchy like characters like Grandmon, but she was too annoying, and her weird relationship with you was weird. Ren was nothing. He was like literally nothing. Why do you? Why
Hey
do you
guys,
put Dracmon with him?
Yes.
check SS
As this J4 Jason says, like having a Gundam protagonist inspired by Amuro's nothing like him, and cats.
and then read
You
my
mean-
reply to him.
You mean cats. You mean cats. Yeah, cats. Exactly.
Alright.
So,
man,
okay, Peacemaker says they look like they had the same core writers between the... that makes it even less sense. They don't even have that excuse anymore. Old man.
Old man. Dark Ocean also. Because here's the thing: him being Bagra this whole time, it means nothing because there was no hints, nothing about him. Here's the thing: the idea of Bagra wanted to redeem himself after what happened to Cross Wars. Okay, cool idea. We do nothing with him. He is another wasted potential in this series.
Shall we
It's
get
so annoying.
to
It also doesn't really
potential
make sense.
series itself, then?
Okay, I'm more ranting.
Digimon Try, which we have considered to be its own thing because it decided that 02
Dark
never
Ocean.
happened, and I don't want a Dark Ocean everybody, I'll tell you why.
All right, Ty.
Don't worry. There's someone who's not a Dark Ocean in here. Don't worry.
I will give
Alright,
Ty a rookie. He had some
still
character
don't-
growth.
I still don't like how they treated him. Like it's all, Digimon. I'm scared of Digimon now. You know, you have no problems with that before.
But he got over it
Oh,
before the end
did
of the series.
Yeah, that was so weird. I still don't like that character decision for him.
Don't do my
Matt.
boy Matt like that. Moving on.
What did they do with Matt? I honestly really forgot if he did anything.
Nothing.
They did nothing. That's
He
my
did
problem.
nothing.
And then in the dub, he
Dark
was voiced
Ocean.
by never mind. I'm not gonna get in that
Mi-
conversation.
Mick
Just put him in the Dark
Macaroni.
Ocean.
Mick,
Just put him into
Mick
the Dark
Macaroni.
Ocean.
Sora just gets creeped on the whole time, while also doing nothing but be a nag.
Who creep on her?
Dark Jedi.
Genai.
He licked her.
Oh yeah. Oh God, I repressed so much to try. I forgot. about
Yeah, that was the
Okay,
moment I
so-
gave up
so
on Try.
Okay.
Izzy
This
can
right
go to
now,
champion.
Izzy's the champion or the ultimate?
He's the
Because
champion.
That one where him and Hercules Kabutarimon said we gotta delete and reset everything, and Hercules Kabutarimon 1v1 like everyone. That was like the coolest shit ever.
Peacemaker said,
Uncle Jeffrey.
my only thought of coming out of Try was how do you make Digimon boring? It was less boring than Cross Wars Hunters. It's not saying much, but
Cross Wars Hunter was like agonizing boring.
Try was at least entertainingly bad.
If I didn't say
Joe.
my
Dark
ranking
Ocean.
is Try is
Dark Ocean.
Try is frustrating. Hunters is agonizing. Is for me.
Mimi.
She was the best. Honestly, she was the highlight of Try for me. She's like the only one
kind
that
of
felt like.
is.
I'll put her in
character.
champion because she was great. She actually had
Yeah, she's the
character
only one
growth.
that she was the only one that
Okay,
felt
TK,
like the same.
Dark Ocean.
Dark Ocean for TK.
What did he even do again? Was it like
He just got to be depressed while Patamon was like, "Let me die."
was dying, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Kai, I remember that. Oh God, Kai was so fucking weird in Try.
Dark
'cause I tried to
Ocean.
bring back
May
trying to bring
May
back-
gets to go to Rookie.
Really? I mean, I didn't.
She
hate her.
actually
I
had a
didn't care for
character
her.
arc. It wasn't great, but it was something. The bar
Okay,
is so
evil
low
bitch.
at this point, okay?
The evil
Ma-
bitch, either put her in
Maki,
Ultimate or Dark
Maki,
Ocean.
Dark Ocean,
Ocean.
because she's a wasted character. I
Okay,
think her
can we
character.
put-
Terrible villain.
Can we put her
Maki-
boyfriend in Ultimate? Because I feel so bad for that guy. He did
Daigo,
so
yeah,
much.
yeah, Daigo. I think Daigo had so much. I think
I
Daigo.
feel so
hey,
bad for
Maki
Daigo.
I'm not putting anything
Daigo
in
and
try
Maki-
above champion, but I'll put him in champion.
Daigo
Oh,
and
come on, give him an
Maki
Ultimate. He was a
story-
good boy.
He was, but
Daigo
champion.
Maki's story. Daigo and Maki's story. I think could have really good potential, but man, they really fought. They really should have just been the main antagonist, not bring in Yggdrasil and Dark Ocean
I'm
and
gonna
all that
say this
stuff
right.
into it.
Yes, exactly. Should have been, or just have it that Maki was using the Dark Ocean and not
Yeah,
Yggdrasil.
yeah.
But
They
here's
should
the
have
thing.
shown that
I-
Dark
I
Jedi
also-
was actually Maki the whole time. That would have been great.
Yeah, because
Like,
Maki's
here's
story
something
goes
I wanna point out.
nowhere.
No, guys. Actually,
Yeah.
no, wait, hold up.
Okay.
Dark Jedi was actually Daemon the entire time, and Maki was one of his, avatars.
Sure.
That would be something. The
It's
problem
something.
with Maki.
I also feel
well,
like Maki did not like. I think they went too Konaka because I really don't think that her Daigo deserved to die. I
Well,
really
the-
think that she deserved some kind of redemption arc.
I mean, the problem with Maki and Daigo and Dark Jedi stories, they went nowhere. It went nowhere. We saw them.
They left Dark Jedi as a cliffhanger for a sequel.
Yeah, they just went nowhere. Like that's my problem with them. Is they had so much. Like they could. Oh, the original Descendants, and they're so bitter because their Digimon died. That's a good. I mean, that's actually the next character, right? But
Yeah.
like,
Wasn't
there's-
Daigo's the White Tiger?
yeah, there's
Mhm.
good,
Azulamon.
really good ideas. They went nowhere with them. Is my most frustrating thing about them.
Can I put Minoa in Ultimate? Because I think they actually effectively did the...
Yeah, I agree because they actually.
Minoa
did
is
that plot.
everything they wanted to do with Jerry and with Daigo and with Maki and all of that. Like,
Which one's Minoa?
she's the one from
She's
Last
11.
Evolution Kizuna, the one with the Morphomon.
Okay.
Right? Like,
Okay,
she
okay,
loses
okay,
her Digimon, and it traumatizes her.
One's for you, Morphoma.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of like that. Because her whole thing is she's like, I had so much pain from my Digimon dying and leaving me, and it's all my fault because I let our bond disintegrate and go. I'm not going to let anyone else go through my pain. And then she becomes like a psychotic person who tries to trap everybody within a dream reality where they never grow old, therefore stunting their entire growth as people, and that's why it's bad. But
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't remember this movie because I don't think I've seen it yet.
Yeah.
What you're telling me is she's a cooler Holden Caulfield.
I don't know who that is, but sure.
But because he was acting as the hero, she thinks she was the hero in this
Yeah.
story. She was.
She thought everything she was doing was great, and only at the end did she finally realize, oh my god, what have I been doing? And she's great. I think she's a great character. She's a great villain because she's a misguided hero. She's any of the adventure kids could have taken the wrong turn and ended up like her.
Yep.
And I think that's a great character to have in an anniversary movie, especially, Love her. Am I soloing Atmon because nobody else watched it?
Yeah, guys. No, because
No,
that's
okay.
still on my watch list.
So I saw most of Atmon. I remember watching all of Atmon. I just can't remember half the characters past first three.
Okay.
I just want to make sure. Is that all the main characters in that one? I just want to make sure.
Those are all the ones that had Atmon partners. There was other characters, but they didn't matter. Haru's a champion. Okay. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
He's solid. I can't remember her name right now.
Like Takata, where I don't feel like he fully evolves, but he's better.
Yeah. I forgot her name.
Give me a second. Oh, I'm looking them up.
I want to say it's Rika, but that's not right. We already got a Rika
again.
No, that was dub. Remember, in Japanese, it's Ruka in Japanese.
Iruki, yeah. I'm trying to remember her
Let me
name.
go to Wiki. Let me go to Wikimon for a split sec.
Yep. We've gone through so much, my brain's just like...
Eri.
Okay, Eri's an ultimate. I loved Eri.
From what I've seen,
from day one.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, isn't she like one of the best female protagonists?
I want to say she is because I feel like she actually has character growth. She actually really and she's also such a go-getter. She's really the one being we got to go do this now, and I think she's just really cool. I really like it. This was what's his name? Asta or something like that.
Asuka.
All right, so Asuka, that's my goat from Atmon. That dude, That dude and Musimon are like one of the best duos because they totally get each other, right? They totally get each other, and they're just like, yeah, no, we're gonna do this. And they're like, they seem kind of carefree and aloof, but they actually have a lot. Like he has a lot under his thing about like overcoming like self-confidence issues and stuff, and then just being like the absolute goat. And it's like when the whole team, there's like an episode where the team's like falling apart, and he's like, why are we falling apart? We've been through all this so far. What's our problem? And he's great.
Ray.
Hackmon's guy, Ray. Champion, I feel like he's potential man a little bit.
Isn't he the rival character of Atmon, right?
Not really. There's not really
He's
a
the edgy
rival
boy.
character. He's just the edgy
I mean,
one.
he's the edgy boy.
Yep. I'll give him that. Eugene, I'm going to give an ultimate because that actually is the biggest character arc in the whole show.
Isn't him and Haru quote unquote just friends?
Just
right
friends.
Here?
Legally, for legal reasons, just friends. But yeah, no, he has actually got a pretty great arc. Okay, 2020's up. Oh god.
So I assume you watch 2020. So
I'm dark oceaning Ty, and I'll tell you why.
Really?
Yep.
It is not because Ty's a bad
Yep.
character. It's that you will be having a Joe focus episode, and then Ty will come in and save the day.
Oh, he's Red Ranger
Yep.
syndrome, Red Senshi
He's
syndrome.
Ultraman.
I have never
Ultraman.
seen Red Ranger Syndrome as bad as in Adventure 2020. When I'm telling you, they did how in Digimon Adventure they had that arc where they were fighting Devimon and they were all split up across the File Island?
Yep.
They do that in this show constantly. They constantly break everybody up. And then so everybody gets a focus episode. It'd be like, all right, Matt episode, Sora episode, Izzy episode, etc. But the problem is, Ty shows up in every single episode, even when they're split up. He just appears, and I'm like, dude, you were like on the other side of this island.
I can't wait to watch.
It's so clearly that someone.
Wait, actually, found out when you point that out, he's Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Like legitimately, it doesn't matter what the story is. Ty will be in the episode because someone at Toei and Bandai said he has to be in every single episode. And it's so the show tells you this from the beginning, and you don't realize it because look at the opening credits to Digimon Adventure 2020.
It focuses on Ty.
How much is actually the other kids? They get a little montage, and that's it. The rest of it is Ty, and it never changes because that is exactly how the show works.
Who's the writer? Somebody looked at that meme, and just said, "I'm gonna make the whole script this," and the meme is, "I know if no one else got me, I know Ty got me." Can I get amen?
Blade Raider, exactly. Good point. Izzy was having a great focus episode. They needed a mega. Izzy didn't have his yet, so Ty shows up with his, and it's a new mega. It's like he gets Blitz Greymon in an Izzy episode.
Blitz Greymon
in an Izzy episode.
That's a waste of Blitz Greymon, honestly.
There's an episode where I was convinced that Vikemon was showing up, but no, Ty showed up with War Greymon instead. That is why he's in Dark Ocean, because there was not a single episode where the problem wasn't solved by Ty saving the day. Annoying as shit.
As an actual character, how is he? Like, is he fine?
As a character, he's just Ty from the original show. He's really no different.
Okay.
So because of that, I don't have any reason to rank him any higher. His character's not good enough to justify the fact that I get so annoyed because I'm like, oh man, we're doing a good episode about Sora, and then boom, Ty shows up, and I'm just like,
oh man, I'm very curious when I watch 2020 because then when I watch it, because I really want to see this now.
Matt's a champion. That Kresker-Rumon episode was fantastic, even with Ty butting his head in. That was the only thing. Matt would sometimes get to solo some villains because he was Matt.
The one moment I did saw that I really did enjoy when I saw it was Was it the episode with Machmon where we got where Grumon was it Alter B?
It was where Grumon Sagittarius mode.
Sagittarius mode, yeah.
Blade Raider, you know what? That's a good point. Ty does deserve Industry Plant. Because literally, without
I think that fits in better than Dark Ocean, and
because he's not terrible, but Industry Plant's perfect because I don't think he is anything besides just you have to be here. Like, all right. I actually think that 2020 Sora is better than regular Sora, so I'm gonna put her in champion.
It's true.
She gets to do stuff. She got to do something.
She got to do stuff, and the love triangle never happens.
True.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's great. 2020 Izzy though, he's only an ultimate. Izzy's still the GOAT. He's just not as much of a GOAT as original Izzy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
2020 Joe, I'm gonna put him in ultimate. as well for similar reasons. I think he's still great, but he's just
I
not
heard you got some. I heard you get some good focus episodes. From what
great
I
focus
understand.
episodes.
Remember, he literally grabbed Zudomon's hammer and just starts beating people to death
I
with it.
think I see that clip. I think I see that clip around.
Mimi is the mega of 2020.
Yeah, I heard.
Mimi is
Like, I don't.
amazing. It's
Yeah, I heard like.
oh
I heard. Yeah, from what I understand, people were like, I don't like 2020, but Mimi was like the best part of
Yep.
2020 for a year.
Every Mimi episode
I
is like
would.
the best episode.
I would say, from what I saw, I'm super frustrated that she didn't get Bancho Luimon in the Bancho Mamimon episode from what I seen.
Yeah,
Like
I
that was
wish
like the
that would have
perfect.
happened.
That was like the perfect opportunity scenario.
I'm also gonna toss. I'm gonna toss 2020 TK and Kari into rookie because the problem with them is I didn't feel like they ever got character development because the cool things that were happening was things that were going on with their Digimon. They got like
Honestly, from what I seen at 2020, aren't they very plot devices? The two of them.
the two of them are very plot
Yes.
device. I forget. I think TK didn't even come in with the initial group, right? Wheels.
Yeah, from what
Didn't he come in like
he
halfway
didn't.
through
he
the
was
show?
like he was okay. So like in the show, we see him briefly, like him and Kyrie see like the first fight. Like TK somehow got like captured or some shit. It was getting experimented on or some bull crap, if I recall.
But the things I
I
remember
remember
more
seeing a
about
good
them
portion
is
of it.
like Gatomon being inside Skull Knightmon, for example, and like
Mhm.
Anjumon having a darkness arc that he had to overcome to become Serafimon, and the fact they got like 2 megas each. I just don't remember them as like characters as much. They end up
Characters.
becoming plot devices more than characters, and then their Digimon get to do the cool things, but they don't really have their moments. So
So what I understand for 2020, from what I see, 2020, the best part of 2020 is the digital world itself and seeing the Digimon in the digital world, but the actual characters themselves aren't super great, is what I understand in
yeah,
2020.
that's basically
Yeah.
kind of how it is. Yeah.
Because what I seen of 2020, and when I was looking up stuff, like I saw all the look at all these new Digimon and returning Digimon. I'm like, oh well, Cutemon's back. Oh, they brought back Skull Knightmon. They brought back. There's an episode of Serabimon, Lobomon's pre-evolution.
My
That sounds so
my favorite
cool.
episodes where Izzy gets a dim card and it doesn't do anything but give them a map.
I mean, they advertise those toys.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. You can feel Bandai's hand wavering over the show all the time. It's like, oh, Booster Series has Argomon in it. Put Argomon in show. You know, like that's the kind of thing. It's hence industry plant tie. All right, Ghost Game.
This game. Hero, I call him the
Faction,
better.
faction.
Hero to me is, I think he just a more funner character. I legitimately like his brothership with Gamamon,
Mhm.
and the fact that this whole series
I
is
would
about
call
him.
him Ultimate Henry.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I agree. I think Hero's ultimate. I think.
Yep.
I really think he really has a fun dynamic with Gamamon and the rest of the crew and such. I think he has some really fun focus episodes, and especially like how, his kind of relationship with Gusu Gamamon. I like him a lot.
I do too. Ruli.
Ruri, she's fun. She's cute.
Limit-
I like how kind of kooky she is. I like she's kind of the weirdo one of the crew, the
Yeah,
group, and such like that.
like all our
I
different
like how
hobbies.
she's essentially like she's essentially is Rika if she actually wanted to be friends with the guys versus I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, yeah,
I'm willing to put her in Ultimate as well. I think she's
yeah.
great. I think she's really solid.
Kiyoshiro.
He's always getting abused by his wife, but
Champion.
I think
But that's the fun. That's the fun
Shaggy
part.
Girls and Champion.
I was gonna say he's getting abused by his wife, and I find that charming. I was not saying that as a negative.
I honestly, I like Kiyoshi has a really good highlight episodes. I think he actually does grow because Ghost Game doesn't really have a lot of character depth, and that's not a bad thing.
But it is an
he also
episodic
does-
character-based show. Like you're following the
Yeah,
characters
like-
more so than a plot. So
Yeah, and he actually does grow. He actually does develop.
does he also
throughout
go
the
in
show
Ultimate? Do I just put all of them in Ultimate because they carry that show?
Honestly, yeah.
Oh, no, I think
that's
he's a champion.
I put him Ultimate, honestly, but it's up to you.
I'm gonna keep them all.
so
I think they should all go together. I think they're all really solid. They had
That's the thing about
67
Ghost-
episodes of character development.
That's the thing about Ghost Game.
Well, so
versus-
by that point, their nickname should be the Hangover because they're the three best friends that anyone
I
could
mean,
have.
It's true.
Dude, that's the thing about-
Best friends.
That's the thing about Ghost Game that makes me like it a lot versus again Hunters because the show is charming. It's a fun show. Horror story of the week.
It's never
episodes, and the
promising
characters are
more than it
wonderful.
is.
Yeah, and I feel like clearly Ghost Game had development problems, aka bad at telling the show staff anything from what I understand.
Yeah.
And such. But what we had, God, again, people calling Ghost Game the worst Digimon series is really baffling because literally,
I think it
like, yes,
has,
if
out
you're
of
not
all
in,
the shows, I think the Digimon are the best developed Digimon characters out of all of the anime
yes,
as
yes, I
well.
agree.
Yeah.
I
Blade
love
Raider
the Ghost
mentioned the
Game.
community of Digimon. I thought that was so good. Like the fact that
I
Jellymon
also,
has hobbies besides abusing Kyoshiro. Like,
one thing,
Yeah,
there was
remember
I saw,
like her. Remember her whole side plot with embezzlement.
yeah,
yeah, she get tax evasion, tax evasion.
yep.
One video I saw of a Ghost Game talking about what makes Ghost Game unique, and I actually really like the idea. Is Ghost Game is more about a story of immigration of these Digimon immigrating to the human world
Hmm.
after what happened to the digital world, and honestly, that makes me like Ghost Game more because I actually like that, and we actually see it at the end where you see Mummymon
You know
work
what?
with the
Yeah, it kind
hospitals
of reminds me
and
of like Cyber Sleuth.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It makes me appreciate Ghost Game more.
And it has
Thinking that
Digimon's original
idea.
themes of coexistence, but even more so because they're not able to go to a digital world, or they don't want to go. Like a lot of them enjoyed the human world more than the digital world.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Some
makes
wanted to
me
go back,
appreciate
but
Ghost
some wanted to
Game.
stay. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me appreciate Ghost Game a lot more with that idea
Hmm.
in mind. And actually, so I'll upload that double rigs. I really want to rewatch Ghost Game with that idea in mind and such.
All right. So, Peacemaker said
But
Jellymon's
we,
hobbies are barely legal crime.
yes.
Beat
So with
break,
Beat Break,
everybody. We're gonna
yeah,
rank them on the first arc only, right? Because that's all we've
yeah,
really got.
yeah, that's all we have. Yeah, with Beat Break. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I love this show, but
whoa.
Tomoro gets on my nerves at times.
I think
Yes,
that's
he's
not.
a
I think that's.
sociopath.
I think that's
I know
the
it's
point.
definitely the point, but like there are some times where I think they take it a little far, but I don't. I feel like he's got more of a character arc to have, so I'm not gonna be super harsh on it because we
I
only.
think with Tormo and
I, I,
Gekomon,
I think
with,
though me and Cows were completely shook. Where we're only like 3 episodes in, and he was like, "Hey, Geckomon,"
kill that,
and Geckomon's
kill
like,
it.
"What's up?" And he's like, "Yeah, kill it." And he's like, "Okay."
I like, but that's the that's I think what makes Tomorrow interesting is he
Hmm.
has an edge. He's not. He has a dark side, which I like, and I can't. And he's like you can't blame him. The way how this world is, this world is shit. Like his parents got arrested just because his e pulse is glitch. Like what kind
Yeah.
of world is this? And his brother, his brother practically died in front of his eyes, and he has this little gremlin child he has to take care of. He never wanted, and I especially appreciate episode 12 when Gekomon finally got involved, that it's him accepting not only Gekomon but himself. Like, because
Hmm.
clearly, as he even says, he views a lot of his negative traits into Gekomon, and it's him accepting him and realizing that, like, if without you and me, we wouldn't have this new family to appreciate. And that's what I really appreciate about Tomoro is he is not a perfect person. He does have this
Eh,
dark side. He's not like, let's go, adventure, guys. He's like, I want to go and play drums. I don't want to go on these adventures.
He's like
I don't
Ken.
care.
It's like if Ken was the
Yeah,
lead character. It's
yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah,
Hey, Cows,
yeah.
Cows.
Yeah.
I'll say the Gamamon joke though about when we first got introduced to Gamamon. What you, me, and Reddit said. Not Gamamon,
Oh,
Geckomon. When we got Geckomon,
Pokemon.
when we first saw
What? Look at this
the beam.
annoying. Look at this annoying little stupid idiot. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate. No, I love. Like,
With that being
like,
said,
Yeah.
no.
I think Tomoro, I think is going to be like, I think going to be a really strong character as the series progresses as well, especially now that his initial arc, right? Like the first arc is kind of his arc of accepting like where he is in life and how to go forward from here. And I think that's a great
Honestly,
arc to have.
yeah, I say let's not rank them yet because again the show's not over. So we'll just talk about the
Yeah.
characters for now instead of, and such. But yeah,
I
no, think
like
Tomorrow's
Reina. Yeah.
Hypothetically, Tomoro with just the first arc would technically be like an ultimate hypothetically,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we were
and
to
Reina would be
rank him
probably a
now, you will be ultimate.
champion.
But we have 3
Like, I
arcs
think
for the
Reina's
show
just
to
a
even
champion.
improve the ranking or worsen it if things go wrong. You never know.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Let's see.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I like Reina.
I
She's
like
fun.
Reina.
Like,
She's not doing much like character growth, but I just like her personality. I like her energy. I like that she doesn't put
let
up
the
with
story.
Tomoro.
I like the story we have
I
her
like how
so
like
far.
also like whatever like the thing I like about her is she doesn't like Tomoro, but then they're like, hey, do you hate him? And she's like, mate. Like I
And
like how she turns all like
Prissy said
Beetlejuice,
now she
where it's
does.
like,
Prissy like now she does it.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I love how like her entire gimmick is like Beetlejuice, where it's like, does she like him? Does she hate him? Maybe sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I like
Oh, you mean
Reina's
yeah,
sto-
that Beetlejuice,
what we
yeah.
heard of Reina's story. I do like Reina's story about like she was an orphan girl and she's been with so many groups and they always kick her out because her personality is such a dance. But I like it's fine when she met with Kyo that she finally found a home that accepts her. I like that storyline. I'm really looking forward to see them explore that story more. I also really like in the newest episode when the rival team leader was flirting with her. Prissyma's like, "Oh my God, so's flirting with Reina," and then at the end of the episode, Makoto and Tomo's like, "Wait, someone." They floated with you, and Reina's like, "I'll deck you guys after this." I kind of love that.
And for the same reason, I like
Uh,
Makoto for like I think great story. I think great character personality. I like the dynamics in this team. No two characters have the same personality type, which is
Yeah, I like
great.
Makoto's story. I like he's from the rich boy. He's from the rich place, but yet they only kick him out because he got Digimon, aka he's feeling perfect. That's like also again that's screwy. This world's so
Oh
screwed
yeah,
up,
I mean
and
this
such as
world's just
that. And
us
I
in
like
5 years, but yeah.
are trying to. Me and Cass are trying to figure out why he's like a weird Victorian British fashion kid too. We're like, what's wrong with this child? Why does he dress like he's from Britain, from like the Victorian era?
well, because he's from a rich class family, and I like that. I like that with Tropomon and such. He always shy. He always view himself at the distance, and it's about him kind of opening up to more people and such like that. I really
Hey
like his
guys,
story.
he's Cody with a character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Oh,
he is. He really is kind of a
Oh, he really
character.
is. He really
I love
is.
it. Alright,
Kyo.
and
hey guys,
Kyo.
I would put Kyo in
Yeah, okay,
burst
I
mode.
got a good analogy. I got a good
Yeah.
analogy for you. He's Samson if he was Ken.
Kyo? Yeah. I like
He's literally Ken and Samson as one person.
I
Where he's
would
like,
put
I got a
Kyo in
dark
burst
past
mode
of
right now, but I
being
want to
part.
see how the show progresses because I have a feeling I
yeah, I
might
love
bungle it.
I love in the
Like me
shame
and
on episode.
I think what is it? Jerry and me were like talking about is he supposed to be a villain? And we're like, oh, he technically was technically with like
The
the
five
Digimon
stars.
SS core or
Mhm.
whatever. And then he was like,
Yeah,
all right, now I'm out. He was like, yo, we were doing some
I,
effed up shit, and I'm trying to reform.
I know. I love
Playmater said
especially
he's Cody with TK's Digimon for Makoto.
yeah,
Yeah.
Makoto, yeah. But Kyo, I know. I just like the I think Kyo's such a great character. It's him caring about the Digimon was great, but also like God, the moment like you mess with his family, he's gonna go after you, like legitimately go after you. And like I love like Haruko's bastard father abuses her. You're nothing like you're like your Digimon, this parasite. And after they defeat her and Shaman, first thing Kyo does, deck him in the face. It's like deck him 2 times, one for Haruko and one for hurting his family. Like
Yeah.
God, that I love that with Kyo. He's like, yeah, you mess with my family, you mess with me.
He is total. He's.
And
I feel like he's definitely going to be a burst mode by the end of the show if he keeps going on the arc he's on currently.
I also really like
I
to
don't know
see his.
why, but I also feel like he's gonna die too because he's so sickly
Yeah,
looking.
honestly, yeah,
He's
really
too
does.
cool. I don't know if he's going to make it out.
He has so many red flags.
Yep.
Too many
I mean,
red flags.
I'd say him, Sherry's evil Digimon. He's a one-man fodder.
Yep.
He's a single. He's a single. He's a single
Especially with the
mom
fact
of the
that he's
team.
trying to throw hands with an Olympus 12 right now.
Yeah, I know.
So
Like
on that though, here's our ranking. Right? Here's our ranking, guys. Look at our ranking where we added categories like how do you waste Astamon like that because I'm that petty.
Oh God! I mean, notice how a lot of Saber characters are in the very top.
Yep.
Also,
Yep.
because Saber's is the goat.
It's so good, and yeah, I think this is a very fair ranking. I think there was a ton of bias, but I think it still worked out pretty good.
I mean, again, I recently rewatched all these. A lot of these shows are mostly the only shows that are not fresh in my head is the adventure stuff, and
Yeah.
adventure stuff. And like I legitimately think again, Data Squad is one of the best written shows in the franchise, and such. And Hunters is absolute garbage fire. God,
Breaking news.
I
We'll
had
talk
never.
about more next week. Playmates is continuing with Power Rangers toys for season 2. There's a White Ranger, there's a Rocky, Adam, Aisha, a Lord Zed, and a Pop Apart Z Buddy.
I love. No, my favorite is the tweet
Okay.
says, "Z Buddy with Hasbro
Can you
QC's
show that
action
one to me?
feature."
Where's the photos?
It's on the stream. You'll see it in a minute. It's just one photo from a toy show somewhere. I'm glad to see that there's more toys coming for this because it would bum me
At
out
least
if it
there's
wasn't.
at least there's stuff coming.
Yep, I might get that Z
Yeah,
Buddy.
can we get Monsters of the Week, please? Like, my God.
Blade
They will. They
Raider
have the
is.
alliance somehow.
It would be nice. Blade Raider says, I do love the industry plant tier. I feel like it's the best way to describe Rio, and I totally agree that Tai belongs there instead of Dark Ocean. Ryan, you should, when you watch 2020, I don't want you to just keep like a scorecard of every episode where Tai doesn't need to be there but shows up anyways, and just tell me how many episodes there are.
I actually might because I'm really curious when I get to 2020.
Just like
It
be
won't
an
be where-
episode where it doesn't make sense for Tai to be there, and then just mark how many there are where
Yeah.
he just is there for
It
no
won't be.
reason.
But here's the real-
It won't be for
but here's the
big. Then
real
you get to the
question.
original Adventure stuff and Atmon still.
Yeah.
But here's the real question: why is Beat Breaks opening the hardest Digimon opening?
I know. So
Wow,
like I love
really
someone's like the most loneliest person ever is the skip intro button for Beat Break.
Like,
Yep.
I was telling this to Jerry. I said nothing usually beats Target, but yet here we are in a world where we have a song that beats Target.
It's because they hired a metal band
A rock
to do
band,
it.
a metal band.
Yeah,
To the point where we keep thinking it's who back on, and we're like, wait, what?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, wait.
Oh,
Not
SSJ
bad,
for Jason said this tier list was done for Gundam. How much time have you spent ranting about Kiriyamato? More than
Oh,
more than
man.
we ranted
my
about
God.
Hunters.
I was just thinking about that.
I am not seeing half the Gundam shows you guys have. So.
Blade Raider reminded me, yes. Joe's last Focus episode is almost an episode without Tai, and then he shows up in the final scene for no reason.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah. I remember that one. I was like, oh, wow, Tai's really not in this. They finished the fight without Tai. And then Tai just rolls up in the last scene. Like,
Hey,
what are you doing here?
Found out. Find every character that's Jeff Nimoy and keep him on the list and remove everything else and jokingly just be like, Uncle Jeffrey, here you go.
Let's see how many. So we have how many? I think it's only what?
I think it's only like two.
Two, because there's
Because
Spencer.
we don't have the Digimon. He's usually more of a Digimon guy.
Yeah, the only
Yeah,
thing,
he
the only
is.
one, yes, Spencer, the Spencer he voiced, and I think that's it. I can't.
Was
he
he
did
Karada
Legit-
as well, or is
No,
Karada
Cry
someone
was
else?
different.
I
No,
forget.
no, Cry was someone else. He was Spencer. I think Spencer's the only Jeff Nimoy character on this list. I think.
Well, hey,
Yeah,
at
he
least,
is.
at least he made it to Mega.
Yep.
I think the majority of this list is Derek Steven Prince.
Isn't that always the
Or
case,
Colin,
though, most dubs?
It's either Derek or Colin O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least
mostly
one thing, we can say Uncle Jeffrey made it to the Mega level.
Yep.
I love when we did the interview with Jeff Soundout, when he literally said to us, "Hey, you know, my personal favorite one to work on was Savers," and we're like, "Holy shit, that's like our favorite season ever." He goes, "You're not just saying that to put me over. We would never lie like that about Savers. We would never lie about Savers."
We told him, we do not play with Savers. We do not lie about Savers. Savers is life for a reason.
Mhm.
I'm going to save
We
this
thought
tier
we
list.
love sub and dub.
Save the download, the image. That was fun.
Tweet that tier list too. Tweet it in Blue Sky. See how many people freak out over
I
it.
don't really post on there, but I'll. Is there even a Digimon community
Oh,
over
you
there?
should.
Every time I post something
This
that's
guy?
not
Yeah, yeah.
video, I get no
Blue Sky, there
response.
absolutely is. I know that.
Okay.
Because I follow what's his name there. with the
I will
bill.
actually put effort in then. Okay.
Yeah, no,
And I
no,
keep
do
getting
it,
Digimon stuff
because we
even
might
though-
be able to. Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, chat, you guys got any like last questions, comments, concerns about us?
If you can't tell, we love Digimon. We're very passionate about it.
Absolutely, I love being passionate. We're also, it's fun. It's so much fun. All right. Why am I so zoomed in on Blue Sky? I can't see things. There we go. Okay. We
The most
ranked
important character
all
to
the
Digimon.
Digimon main characters on a
We'll be
stream
here all day.
today.
We'll be here all day. We'll be here all day if we did Digimon themselves, Digimon partners themselves. I feel like.
Oh my god, seriously. Where's the link to the stream? That's what I'm looking for.
Maybe in the future we'll do that, Digimon partners. Do you want to do that? Just like if we do that, do we go by the whole just the whole line or the individual mons themselves, like Agumon, Greymon, Wargreymon, Melgreymon, Wargreymon, separate characters and such. Maybe we were to do that.
I think-
tier list.
I think we'd have to do like just that Digimon
The
and its
whole lot.
evolution lines. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it also wouldn't be like, oh, I really like how Astamon looks, because, like, character-wise, he was nothing, unfortunately. You know?
I
Hey, you
feel
gotta
bottom in,
highlight. You gotta
Beat
highlight
Break.
episode Beat Break at the very least.
Beat Break made him a damn criminal, but it was still better treatment than what he got in
Hey,
Hunters.
they made him fight Jerry's new
he is a
favorite
criminal.
Digimon.
I mean, he is a criminal,
fight-
Soundout.
Yes.
Like the fact that they made him fight Jerry's new favorite Digimon.
Gundamon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I only had Pandamon for 5 minutes, but if
Anything happens. I have now posted
What
that
is?
up Blue
I
Sky.
mean, let's see. I read Afterman's reference book bio. Though it's it possesses power suppressing that of an ultimate. It is a prince of the dark area, aka hell, which governs a legion of demon Digimon. It shows its cruelty with enemies and kindness to its friends, and because of that charisma, it is expected to gain a considerable number of followers among demon Digimon. The bullet fired from its prime machine gun, Arlo Salamon, possesses their own will. I did not know that, and will definitely chase the opponent to the ends of hell. Its special move are firing every single one of Arlo Salamon's bullets, Hellfire, and a kick which unleashes all of his own pent up dark Q.
Yeah.
I love so his whole thing is he's charismatic and his guns will literally kill you to the ends of hell.
sounds like a stand. Stands falling like that in JoJo.
There's some Digimon that sound like a stand.
Oh, that's definitely one of them.
I mean, Shademon is already kind of.
No, they're definitely Shaman.
Oh, 100%. I'm yawning, so everybody got anything?
House, what do you do tomorrow?
I streamed Persona 5 after how long? Because
I think you took like a 2-week break, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least. and I was gonna grind yesterday Persona, then I saw the story stuff. I'm like, oh wait, never mind.
Cool.
Wheels, what's our awesome site?
Hero-club.com. Follow us across social media using Hero Club for life, for life, for life, for life, for life, for life. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch.tv, Blue Sky, etc., so on and so forth. Go check out HeroClub.com. Do it.
Ryan,
check
do your
it out.
plug-in
You gotta
quick
see it.
because my computer's starting to give its impression of a
Oh.
PS4 running a new game.
Follow
I
me
hear
at
the fan running.
Follow me at Dark Horse 3 on YouTube, YouTube and Blue Sky. Do our commission like the one you see for each channel. You want any? Feel free to DM me near Blue Sky or through Discord to yourself. Discord protocol link in the description below. Have a nice night, everybody.
Stay tuned for this week's videos. It'll be a fun time. I got Transformers Compendium and Blu-ray Haul. See you guys next week for another great time.